Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like, Jesus Christ.
Join us. Are you okay?
I'm all right.
What a start.
I was going to give it the beans there and I've been cut down to me prime. Should we start again?
No.
Hang on to you.
No, that was great.
That were fine. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast with Jack, Ross, and Maffew. We've already covered WrestleMania, the previous one. That's right. A week so big, I had to have two podcasts. Mein Gott, as the Germans say.
I was just saying, Ross, on the way over, though, there's still a lot of notes that I took this week. Because every segment was like a story in itself. Joel.
Yes.
Joel's here
Good
again.
segue, yeah.
There he is.
Watching Coronation Street this week rather than watching wrestling. There was that little wrestling on Raw in particular.
Stories.
There was 3 matches on there, I think, on Raw.
Moments.
That's not very much.
That's not very much, no.
Raw after Mania.
Yeah, all the hits, and there's even news as well.
Is there?
Ooh, yes. While the title has not been active on WWE programming since WrestleMania 40, WWE have this week officially retired the Universal Championship.
Yay!
Wait.
Okay,
I thought that, I just assumed that it was already.
I assume so as well.
Cody, when he was champion, was listed as both, wasn't he, on the website?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you just said, reign was recognised on the company's website. Still updating the website, the feature Cena as the undisputed WWE champion, though. Rhodes' reign as Universal Champion has been scrubbed from the Universal title's official history. So it was unified with Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar to unify them. The belt being part as the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, the UWU title. The Universal part of the title was dropped after Cody Rhodes defeated Roman at WrestleMania. It was recognised until this week.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
Good riddance to bad rubbish. What do you say? Oh,
Yeah.
Who do you
May they
most
be remembered as a great
who do you
title.
most associate with the Universal title? Or is that the big question? I don't know what the big question is going to be.
oh, we'll have the WrestleMania flavour.
Oh, of course you will,
That's
of
going
course.
to I'd say Kevin Owens, just because of how
Good
happy I
shout.
was when he won it.
Yeah, good show.
Your Bray Wyatts, your Seth Rollinses, your Roman Reignses.
Finn Balor's one-day reign.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to clarify something, last time we did this podcast, which is only a few days ago.
Oh, God, what's this?
I don't know, it's something I said, because my source was Ian Drew. I can never say his bloody name.
Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay.
Thank you. Yeah, Iron Drew Dice
Ian
Clay.
Drew, yeah.
Said, and I think he said it's a joke, but I'll clarify, it's not actually true. So when they did the Hall of Fame class thing at WrestleMania, and say, look, they're all here. You know, when Bret Hart,
Oh my God,
what's
is
he
this
like?
the Luger thing?
Yeah, I said, because of him, who's usually a good source these things, said that Luger wasn't there because he took a higher payday at WrestleCon.
Now it makes sense as a joke.
Yeah.
Because that's what Luger did. Back in
No, he did. I mean, but
right.
that is actually not true. He could hardly get out of bed, he said, Luger, so he just wasn't up to it.
They could have still mentioned him.
Yeah, but I guess they go, looks Luger, who's not here, but he's here in spirit. And
Yeah, I
can't be
guess,
asked coming
yeah.
up, whatever. So yeah, he wasn't elsewhere. He did still make his scheduled appearance at WrestleCon on Saturday, but for the Sunday thing where he came back out, it wasn't because he got a higher paying gig. It's because it took a lot out of him.
Fair
I mean, he
enough,
was
then.
walking.
Why wouldn't they mention him? That's horrible, that.
I guess it would have cut into Triple H's entrance time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the new show they're doing for behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Unreal. So we get to follow Triple H from the moment he wakes up in the morning. Breakfast we'll see. Mid-morning snack we'll
Breakfast
see.
at Stephanie's.
Creative. What about it, eh? What about it? Well, Triple H is the main character of another thing to do with WWE.
And it's
That sucks because he hates doing that.
But it's going to go behind the scenes into the writer's room. Have you seen the trailer?
No,
it
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm definitely.
I've watched all the wrestling this week.
I don't think it'll be. I'm very skeptical about it, but I can't lie. I'm definitely going to watch it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's their drive to survive. We see the original plans of WrestleMania 41. Bad Bunny
that's where
versus...
that came from.
Kayfabe's
Right.
gone. This is it, finally.
Don't worry, guys. He's selling when Cody Rhodes is going.
Yeah. Triple H tried to kill kayfabe with the curtain call, and now in 2025, he's finally
He
done
smothered
it.
it with a pillow.
Finally done it.
Finally. Got his revenge.
But we'll see how brilliant Triple H is. You know those clips that he shares where he's like, this entrance here is my idea, and all my ideas from start to finish. We'll see them all now.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Really can't wait.
It's going to be good.
Got permanently online, Triple H. Randy Orton has criticised the price of WWE WrestleMania 41 tickets, calling them embarrassing. Orton and his wife could be seen chatting to a group of fans on a TikTok video. After they discussed the price of floor seats at WrestleMania, Orton says, it's embarrassing to me, so much effing money for a seat. Tickets begun at $450 and rose up to $10K for ringside area seats. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice to say that after the event, mate.
But I mean,
Got your money.
I do enjoy Randy not caring as he's gotten older. Well, he never cared, but it's charming now that he's older.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do? Get rid of him?
No, yeah. I like the fan footage of him. Well, we'll talk about what he did on Raw, but there's footage from this. He's just so smooth still. He's a slippery little snake.
Certainly is. PWWE Insider has reported that Bayley is not dealing with a legit injury. Her removal for WrestleMania is simply a storyline. The angle to write her out of WrestleMania has been the plan for several weeks.
Well,
Thank
you
you,
see that-
Triple H, another winner.
That interview with Chris Van Vliet that she does, she goes like, oh, but because they're talking about, I forget what they were talking about. Something they were talking about plans being redone or something like that. She's like, oh, wait till you see what happens this WrestleMania season. Then Chris is like, what does that mean? And she's getting
impression.
emotional, yeah. Great impression to Chris Van Vliet.
That seems to have I know maybe not with the wider fan base who all love Becky Lynch, and we all love Becky Lynch, but the hardcore WWE fans love Bayley as well, and it seems to have backfired a little bit because everyone's like, that's a bit harsh on Bayley, isn't it? That seems to be the general thing I've seen online anyway.
It would give her something to do as a storyline reason, though.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
in fairness, Bayley hasn't had a hell of a lot to do these past few months.
Well, she had Roxanne Perez, and then they took it off the table for both of them.
Yeah.
Roxanne did next to now at Stand Deliver.
She's on the pre-show, yeah.
Yeah, and then Bayley obviously did nothing at WrestleMania, but perhaps she's getting there because she's a good soldier.
Yes.
Easy for me to say.
I mean, there was a time when she was on all three Billy brands. at one
Oh,
point
she
per
was
week.
one of her and Asuka during lockdown put in a shift.
Yeah. I mean, this year she's been doing it as well.
Right,
so-
yeah, absolutely.
What did Triple H say about her? He's like, oh, she'll be fine.
But yeah, Triple H was asked about Bayley and went, I'm a good writer.
He went, who? Oh, right.
Ricky Saints was asked about the Tony Fumble chance, an interview with Good Karma Wrestling. It's a nice name for a thing. He says, my reaction is, it's not about what happened in the past. It's about, let's focus on now, on my work that I'm doing now. I appreciate the sentiment that they care about me and have opinions about the situation, but, let's not put somebody else down.
Okay.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Something bad's happened.
No, I understand why you'd want to.
Something terrible's happened between Tony and Rick.
No, I just think I understand why he wants to.
Tony's done something terrible to Rick, and he's rising above
Isn't
it
it
to be a
just
better
because?
guy.
Isn't it just because Ricky's friends with everyone who left Tony?
Well, we don't know, do we?
Okay.
But there was that sign, wasn't there? That little girl was like, "Can you sign my Ricky Stark sign, please, Tony Khan?" He turned it around, didn't he? Couldn't even look at it on a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Something
It was
terrible's
like
happened.
garlic to Dracula, wasn't it?
Something terrible's happened. It's like the boat trip in Gavin and Stacey. What happened? Did they ever reveal then what
Nah.
happened? Oh, the Christmas episode was built on there?
Yeah.
Oh.
They showed footage from the trip, but didn't show the incident in question.
That's Carney
The
from
theatre,
Gavin and Stacey.
theatre of the
there.
mind.
Theater of the mind.
That's what they used to describe Karen and Stacey.
It's highbrow.
Oh, yes, you have to be very intelligent. AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in TNA's history. However, he has declined multiple times the offer of going to their Hall of Fame. And was asked during a Fanatics live signing event during WrestleMania weekend why that was. And he says there was a time they wanted me to come in and be in the TNA Hall of Fame. I just thought it was a little disrespectful at the time to WWE to go into the TNA Hall of Fame. I want to go in the Hall of Fame when I'm done wrestling. I think that's more appropriate. There are a lot of places I've wrestled, and I'm very thankful that I can be in any Hall of Fame. I'm going to wait till I'm done.
Okay.
So I think he's still got one more shot on him. So, which is fair enough when he said that he's winding down his career.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
guess so.
yeah.
I think
I felt the need to say that.
it was just, I get his point. It's just the wording of it's a little bit weird. It's like he's sticking up for those plucky underdogs of the WWE. It's as if TNA is the bigger company. He's like, oh, wait, I'm going to respect my
How
courage.
disrespectful to WWE. You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
No, I get what he means.
Yeah. Tama Tonga's been written off at TV by WWE because he's dealing with an injury. So that's why we saw the bit with LA Knight slamming his arm in the door of the car.
Yep.
That's right, as opposed to a door of another thing.
A house, maybe?
A house, perhaps, yes.
Yeah.
He followed him home.
So he's a little mouse door on the skirting board.
He's actually injured.
He's actually injured, yeah. It's unknown how much action Tama Tonga will miss, or it's not been disclosed the injury, in fact. It's believed it is serious enough that it could require surgery.
Ooh, let's make one up then off the back of that news. I reckon hamstring.
Well, it wouldn't be an arm one or that arm because
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
I'm gonna rule the arms out. I'd argue rule the upper torso out. So that's I'm going to go for a hamstring surgery.
Stub toe.
Surgery?
Oh, they feel like it when you...
Fair.
Oh,
What about you, Jack? Play some bets on a man's fictional injury.
I don't know, but he's really injured though, so it's not.
That's
it's
what
not
they want us to
actually-
think.
No, I think he'll be a miss on TV actually because he's got all the bander.
Just like us. And finally, Paul Walterhauser has won his first ever professional wrestling championship.
Damn it, though! You saw who you beat, didn't you?
He won the Proteus Championship against Simon Miller.
No!
But he didn't pin Simon, which is crucial.
Oh, did he
He got
not?
Effie, Charles Crowley, and Adam Priest at the Progress Chapter 179. That can't be right, bloody hell. Show in Las Vegas.
The man he pinned was rather small. By deductions there, I'd go for Priest being the one he pinned, although
Well
I'm not too
yes.
sure.
No, you'd be right. Look at the big brain on you.
He's a good finisher. He whaps it in and then...
Oh, he's got a real finisher.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He pinned him clean 1, 2, 3.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now they're getting big celebrity. Well, they're getting a celebrity on the title. Bit of advertisement for them. Go on the Progress. Just filling air now.
Yeah,
Don't know
there you
what
go.
I was-
Yeah.
don't know what to say.
Tom had a nice conversation with him, I believe. So
Nice.
Oh.
Look out for that.
that's how I plug that.
Yes. That's a great plug.
Yeah.
What's your favourite kind of plug?
Oh, definitely the 3-prong one.
Yeah, classic 3-prong, yeah.
I don't like American plugs. They don't
Joel's
feel
nodding
safe.
away. Joel's, yeah, 3-prong.
European American plugs, you're like, this isn't right, this.
Yeah, I can't trust them. I don't know if you're in or not.
Yeah.
They're just dangling there.
So don't rightly know.
Apparently ours are safer. Earth's it and stuff, you know?
That's right.
Yes.
Do it
that
properly.
red.
Great
that red
British,
wire.
great British plugs.
That's right. Up the British plugs.
Some great pleb banter.
That was good.
That's, yeah, it was definitely something.
Yep, really good.
Well, plug yourself in and sit yourself down for the rest of the podcast.
Reminds me of my chemistry teacher in year 9.
right.
Go on, what's he in prison
You know
for?
when you had, well, potentially he is, because do you remember when you had those, obviously, the benches with the plugs on in your science rooms at
Yeah,
school?
yeah.
Just the lass was just flicking the switches back on, and he went, "Ha ha ha! You're flicking my switches and turning me on." And then there was just silence in the room.
I've heard you tell that story before. It's clearly like one of the incidents in school that no one forgets.
Well, we're in year 9 at the time.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
13/14.
He knew what he was doing there as well.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
Yeah, that's awful.
And he was young enough in his 20s where it was just a little bit, oh, you're a bit, oh.
Was she one of the popular lasses as well?
I can't remember who it
Okay,
was.
fair enough.
I imagine one of the badasses of the class just flicking the switches like that. You know?
You know,
Yeah.
the stuff you do to amuse yourself in chemistry.
Yeah, I don't like that story.
Our maths teacher at school, I didn't realise this until I had to sit front row and realised no one wanted to sit front row because he would basically lean his cock on the desk. And you just sat front row. I was like green shirt guy at a wee event. I'm like, yeah, great, fantastic.
On the topic of cocks, little David Platt from Coronation Street.
Oh, yeah?
Are you watching the Big Brother series at the moment?
Absolutely not.
I know he's in it.
Oh, he has got the biggest penis. I've getting splashed in my own water. The biggest penis in the history of mankind. That's all I have to say.
David Platt.
Little David Platt
Wow.
has the biggest penis in the history of mankind.
You wouldn't expect that because of his villainous actions. You'd imagine he was compensating.
And his small complexion. He's a tiny man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it'd be like a tripod if you whapped it out. There's just a video of him late at night walking through the bedroom in his underwear. But you've never seen a bulge like it, I can tell you. You've never seen a bulge like it. So if you're over in the UK, David Platt, Gail's son, very well endowed.
Oh my god.
And he also reveals that Ken Barlow, Bill Roach, actually calls him David behind the scenes on the street.
He's a Mark. He's a Corey Mark.
I've known him 25 years and he doesn't call me real name, says David Platt with his massive dick.
Kembalo.
And talk about guys who know how to use their dick.
Oh my god.
Bill Roach, 10,000 women.
He claims. So he claims.
He has a portrait of himself in his front room.
Ken Barlow's got a portrait.
Joel,
of himself.
it's
No, it
footage.
doesn't matter.
It's incredible
No,
play
it
banter.
doesn't matter.
Americans will appreciate this. Anyone around the world will appreciate this. Just type in Ken Barlow portrait. You'll see it. He's stood in front of it. It's one of the greatest portraits. There it is, top
Oh
left.
my
That's his front
God.
room. It's bigger than it is. There you go.
Is he the? Yeah, I was gonna say, if there's a main character of Coronation Street, it's Ken Barlow. Isn't it?
Probably, yeah. He's been at 65 years.
He was the original main character, wasn't he? Yeah.
Look
Okay.
at that, though.
It's like the Docs Hendrick painting he had.
He's looking like Bill Nye a bit.
He looks like God.
There's an angel behind him.
Oh, God, yeah, you're
Oh
right.
my
It's
god!
Deirdre! Who appears to have a pimp cane. You got a pimp cane and angel wings is Deirdre in the sky.
Imagine owing money to an angel.
Going on up to the Deirdre in the sky. Anyway, great pleb banter.
That was great. We were unemotive for all the wrestling news. As soon as enormous cocks, dodgy maths teachers, and Coronation Street kicked in, we're like, yes!
It's worth a look. If you want to find that footage on Twitter, it's incroyable.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
The much more normal Hall of Fame segment now. Those picks, sorry, from condescending order, Maffew, start again. Grandad Bob, 14%. Now, what was this?
It's not my granddad, but it's not my girlfriend's granddad, but it's my girlfriend's friend's granddad.
Oh, I thought it was your girlfriend's granddad.
No.
Oh.
But he got me tickets to a Liverpool game.
That's
So
nice.
I wanted to nominate.
It sounds like you were doing Roman Reigns' promo from memory. I'm not your granddad. I'm not your dad's granddad. I'm some lass's granddad.
Joel, despite the accent, is a Liverpool fan, so it was a good present.
Yeah. It was lovely.
Good. Fraser fraudster, 20%. All right, what's this?
I got my money back. It's fine. I think I told you my card.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
My card got frauded, and they were spending it on the TikTok store.
remember now.
And then we all theorized.
It was Fraser.
Well, I think Ross even
The
brought it to
evidence
the
was
table.
there.
Yeah, he's the social media guy here.
Yeah.
He's the only one here, as far as I'm aware, who likes the TikTok. Well, maybe
Yeah.
it's Luke. Luke likes the TikTok.
Yeah, but I was at North. Oh, Luke was at North. Sorry, Fraser. Sorry.
Well, he is. I think Fraser's more likely to. You and him have got a.
Why is that? Why is that?
Why is that?
They've got a bit of a rivalry. He's got motive.
We were hoping for racism, but
What's
thank
Luke's motive? I don't know.
Just the free TikTok stuff. From
you. No one
someone
would
else.
believe him.
The keys to the kingdom of Cultaholic, of course.
Those pictures from Jack's night out with Mark Henry that were mildly funny, 65%. I don't know these, Joel. Could you remind?
No, you're
refreshers,
joking.
please?
He's not got them ready.
No, don't be silly. Why would he?
Oh, what?
Oh, we're seeing the full album now.
Yeah, not just an E EP.
I've noticed that Super Sharkosaurus Photography's actually titled it Jack in London as well at the top of the gallery. That's me. You're just laughing at me.
That's bullying.
That's just bullying.
It's even better than I thought it was going to be.
Have you not seen these before? Oh, you weren't here, were you?
You weren't there either.
The thing is, I was saying to Ross and Joel, I have no memory of meeting Priest or Priest being there.
I believe you.
We had a laugh
There's a yard in front of him. You don't remember meeting him. It's so great.
we had a laugh when
It's such an
we
evil laugh.
had a bit of a laugh, didn't we, when it was just us three? But now Matthew's here. It's not that. What's going on? What's happening?
Hey, if we were like in year 7, I'd be saying Maffew definitely fancies Jack, and this is his way of trying to get him.
By being mean to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come to agreement. If he kisses, I might stop laughing.
No, these ones where I'm pulling silly faces, he's not finding them as funny as the one, but the one with Priest in it.
But you know, like a classical painting in the first one. Go to the first one.
Well, like a Renaissance painting.
Yeah, no, go back. It's the one below it. Yeah. What do you mean the king is dead? The kingdom is doomed. Like, oh.
Have you noticed Mark Henry's t-shirt as well?
Remarkable.
He's all merch.
Yes.
Oh, I'm wearing this t-shirt,
Nice.
I believe.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
Oh.
And here's your.
Oh, there's me meeting Ghost Bandit DJ.
Yeah, there's
Ghost
Okada
Bandit DJ.
from TNA.
Yeah, he's actually not that tall. He looks like he's about 6'4", but then you meet him.
Look, in that hand, it's your debit card, Jack.
Once again, I'd just like to thank Ghost Bandit DJ, or Luke, as I can call him now, because he's made it the same on Twitter.
All right.
So he's revealed he's done a Spider-Man.
Maybe he's just a big fan.
Spider-Man 2, maybe. He's revealed his identity, and he's gone shh, and I've gone okay, but now I've revealed it.
Yes.
He's done a Kane,
Yeah,
but of his own accord.
did the scrunchy face that Kane does when he about to attack RVD.
Yeah. Oof. Well, I'm going to guess it was you who did that.
It was, yeah.
Well done, Ross. Great pick. What have you got for us this week?
I'm going to nominate Matthew's laugh at Jack's night out in London because it's far better than the other pick I had. So I'm going to go for it. I didn't expect it to happen. I thought it was very funny. I'm wiping tears away from my eyes here. And I think it's worthy of the Hall of Fame. Up the bullying.
Right.
Bully!
Right. I think we should all go to the next Sweet Chin Disco tour and all get battered and see who makes a fool of themselves then. We realised why I got too drunk, by the way.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It was
this.
because there was a card limit, so I had to spend over a tenner. So I was getting 2 drinks at a time
A minimum spend at a bar.
of £10.
In
yeah.
London, though, that's
I know.
sounds about right.
I
though.
know.
Oh, what a shocking
Up here, we
place.
just pay with honesty and dreams. Oh yes, good. Thank you for the pint. But down there, It's corporate, isn't it? It's ruthless down there. So I was just buying 2 drinks at a time because I had to, which obviously accelerated the amount of drinking.
Couldn't you just get some cash out?
I didn't want to really do that.
Yeah, Mo's dead in London.
I was too busy. I was too busy making friends with everyone, apart from Damian Priest, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because I wanted Drew to win at Mania. That's why. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, great pick.
Yeah,
Thank you. Was it a good laugh?
It's a good pick.
Oh.
It's a good pick.
I have been told I have a rather evil laugh.
It was an evil.
It
film,
was.
man.
It's your fault for being so funny.
Okay. Matthew's seen me drunk. It's not new to him. He saw me when I used to get really drunk in my 20s. And right.
I remember, yeah.
Although maybe you've never seen me like that drunk.
There's been a few embarrassing moments that I won't say in the podcast because I
Oh my God.
respect and appreciate you as a friend.
What does that mean?
Go on, say one.
What do you mean?
No, because I don't know if you want me to share them or not.
Probably
so,
not.
Yeah.
Tell us in the break, actually.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, this is me trying not to be a
Are
dick.
these really bad?
You did not find it amusing, and I probably laughed even harder than I laughed just now.
Okay. As long as
at you and the person.
As long as I was the victim of the situation and not the bully of the situation.
No. It was me laughing rather loudly as you were like, "Why did I do that? That was the wrong thing to do to this person. I've misjudged Maffew as
When he felt
honestly-
Scottish Gary.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're right. I do remember the crazy antics of Jack.
I'm not crazy when I'm drunk. I'm very charming. Right. Anyway. Who's next?
Who's next?
Fraser
Jack.
Fraudster, which would be new.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
just
can go
going
next.
straight in for it. I'm going for Joe Hendry's appearance at WrestleMania 41. It's
pick. Okay.
Come on now.
Boring pick.
Come on now. It's got to be done. I don't know what else to say about it. I'll say, I suppose the thing that I found weird, because when you see someone you know, it was surreal seeing him like in this huge stadium and that. But then when it sunk in and we were like, oh my God, it is Hendry. And he's just walking to the ring dead calm and that. And I thought, oh, no, he looks like he belongs there. So that was weird to not only see someone you know there, but also like it wasn't out of place. And the pop and everything, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry at WrestleMania 41.
Along with him, I'm going to go, no, I wasn't buried. This was a good thing for TNA. And
I get his point, to be fair, because everyone's going like, you got buried where? And he went, I wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania, mate.
Yeah, not even signed there.
yeah.
He's
One
got
of
a
the-
match that everyone would have
I
wanted.
cried all the way to the bank.
Yeah, one of the biggest pops of the night.
Triple H said he fancies him at the end of the show as well. Incredible.
Yeah.
He's got a big future. Just
Like David
undermine.
Well, I was going to go... Do I go with... Yeah, whatever. Steve Austin crashing his quad.
Oh, it's big. This is a Titanic clash.
I honestly
Big
was
week.
like...
Hold the police.
You know
on
when
this
there's like the
one.
last slice of a pizza or something and you're like, anybody else want it? And you really want it. Be like, I'm not going to be a dick. No. Yeah, Steve Austin crashed his quad.
Hey, no
How
one got,
funny.
No one got hurt, so it is categorically funny.
Oh, did
Yeah.
she not get hurt in the
Oh,
end?
no. But I hope
Oh,
she pretends she did.
I've had a few messages
Oh,
people
yeah.
going like, oh, you shouldn't be laughing at this. Like, blah, blah, blah. People will laugh at anything. I'm like, yes, this was amazingly funny.
I hope she becomes like 51% owner. I hope she's the consortium. She comes out. That's what she's sued them for.
Oh.
She's now the owner of
Yeah,
WWE.
like, her son ends up becoming world champion years later. So I remember how you broke the business. Steve Austin nearly killed your mum.
I felt bad for her because people were like, "Oh, she overreacted."
Good.
I would have.
Oh.
I would have.
There is no
I
such
would-
thing as overreacting
No,
this, please.
and also,
Pay $10K for tickets and Steve Austin nearly kills you. Absolutely.
I wouldn't have been able to maintain my composure if Stone Cold Steve Austin had crashed a quad bike in front of me.
And especially when someone say her selling was more delayed than when Triple H came off the second rope and took the boot to the face and did that for 5 minutes.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
So yeah, Steve Austin crashing his quad.
When he
And also, as we saw the footage, it's been going on social media. I forget who the original uploader is. I do apologise. Austin missed the ramp the first time. I had to
It was really
do a
good.
180 with assistance.
Yeah, the bike had no reverse gear by the looks
everyone's
of it.
pulling him backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and he still felt the need to just rev crazily when he was at that ringside.
He was flying around that ring.
He
Until he
certainly
wasn't.
was. Steve
Brilliant.
Austin crashing his quad. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the memories.
Well, they call it an ATV.
I'm not calling it that.
Oh.
An alternative terrain.
All terrain?
All-terrain.
Alternative.
Yeah, All Japan.
He crashed his All Japan vehicle.
Oh no, my barber.
It ruined a bit of my childhood, that, because Austin always,
Childhood.
like James Bond, Austin had just this innate ability to drive any vehicle. He just could, and that was part of his character. But now that illusion's been shattered now.
Yeah, he knew how to drive his car really fast away from police in 02.
Deep sassy cuts
Oh,
here.
sorry.
It is funny though, because I think he races now for something or other. I saw the advert for Stephanie's Places.
Oh, God.
And she gets taken in. I don't know what that would be called. I guess it's another ATV.
Oh,
that
it's
had
like
a buggy.
It's like a desert buggy thing. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Had it
Yeah.
on Vice City on the beach. One of them.
Yeah.
Not like the buggy that Roger Moore steals in Moonraker, the crap moon buggy when he's driving that. Oh no, it's Sean Connery in Diamonds Are Forever. It doesn't matter. Sorry. Anyway,
I know
carry
what you
on.
mean now. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are some good picks.
Some better than others, yeah.
One's Maffew's evil laugh.
Ask Jack.
Jack. There we go. That might win now.
Unwarranted, I'd say.
Completely deserved. Jack's is,
Joe Hendry's appearance at WrestleMania 41.
there you go, say his name. And mine is Steve Austin crashing his quad.
Close week.
Yep.
What would you pick, Joe? Lead the voters.
No, he's like the Speaker of the House. He can't say.
Yeah.
Order.
Can you combine all three? Steve Austin crashing his quad into Joe Hendry as Maffew dies laughing.
Yeah, that's good. That's my vote.
Good one, pal. If you'd like to vote for any of these, you can go to mailbag at cultaholic. You idiot. Patreon.com/cultaholic. And while you're there, you can also become a magnificent producer. Like the following.
God.
Reno2200.
From the future.
Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Levi.
Anderson.
Going in for the kill.
Doing it for the thrill.
Hoping you understand
To the go of my hand.
something about the picture.
Jimmy Gillen.
Get the best a man can get.
Tear of Grace.
Feel those tears on your grace. No one else can feel them for you. Only Brett can let them in. He likes cats. He likes so many cats.
Lord Bushi.
Hey, Bushy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my
fine.
mind. Bushy.
Oh, I forgot again.
Bushy.
Anderson.
Kendrick Goldtop.
Hey now, Kendrick Goldtop on the Patreon. The next line.
Tay 2. And finally,
Oh, there's one more.
sorry, Jake Rowan.
Keep rolling. That's gone. Rolling on the Patreon.
Rolling on the Patreon.
Rolling on the
Rolling.
Patreon.
Rolling.
Rolling on
Hey,
the Patreon.
that was news I saw on Twitter. Alberto Del Patron from San Juan, Mexico.
Alberto.
And you want
Oh,
Is,
Alberto El Patreon.
the mega champion of AAA.
He's been released apparently.
Oh, no.
I think you've
No,
been
wait,
got,
the opposite.
Ross.
I mean,
I
God!
think you've been got. I think it's one of
But
those.
news no one cares about either.
If it's not on Cultaholics News, it isn't real.
Pretty sure it's one of those fake Twitter pages.
Oh, thank you, Joel, for putting me right. Where would I be without you?
Yeah, so be one of those good Patreons, not a Dell Patreon. Don't need to Google
Don't
him.
need to Google it,
Don't
Joel, I'll
Google it.
take
You
it
might
away
appear
from
on the bloody PC. You won't need that. It's worse than a virus.
Oh, no,
there's-
they're poo heads as well. And he swore there.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from that horrible person.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hope you happy voting. hope you voting, idiot.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
Monday Night Raw.
Wait,
This week in wrestling. Half week of wrestling.
when are we doing the big question? Will it be like, what was the best bit of... Was WrestleMania good or bad? What are we doing?
I think we should do it after Raw. because
yeah,
I think
cool.
I'll give her a better assessment of the entire weekend.
Oh, yes. Indubitably.
By the way, I like your Dharmas.
These aren't Dharmas.
Bollocks, are they not?
getting them in a couple
I
weeks'
just
time.
remembered you talking about getting new glasses before,
Yeah,
and I
it's
thought
like-
wait till we're recording to say that.
I think they're his usual ones.
Yeah, these are the same ones.
The Dharmas are more round?
No, they've got the old.
Oh, the bridge, the bridge,
yeah.
the bridge, yeah.
You know what? It's because they look really new and clean, unlike
they?
my glasses.
I
Yeah,
I do clean them.
bollocks. I
had them for
give them a
like-
little wipe.
2.5 years, yeah.
What's the best way of
Marlon,
cleaning
like
them?
milk bottles.
Apart from that, do you ever clean them more?
No, that's all.
No, fair enough. yes, sir.
Microfiber cloth.
Yeah,
Microfiber.
Oh, I'll get the wet wipes.
Like it's a MacBook. Like
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
Mac glasses.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I do it
fair
every
enough.
time I put them on because I only put them on when I'm doing like screen time for a long time.
Yeah.
looking at screens for a long time. That's how that should have come out.
Yes, thank you for that. Monday Night Raw. John Cena opens the show and makes the ring announcer introduce him as the greatest of all time and the last real champion. Cena says winners write history. He said this in a WWE ring. Can you believe it? Just because he's won the title, he isn't going to forgive the fans now. That's not how a functional relationship works. The fans owe him an apology. They chant, "We're not sorry." But Cena calls them sorry, low lives. He points to the Tron, which reads 36 dates in a row. But he counts down the appearances he's already made until the number reaches 27. Those are his remaining appearances, not matches. The fans say he can't wrestle, but he doesn't have to. Once the number reaches 0, he'll leave and take the title with him forever with all of its history. Cody was WWE's best chance to save itself, but the fans had the nerve to boo him because they're just as fickle as always. That's why Cody was destroyed at Mania. And that's right. And there's nobody left with the ruthless aggression, to beat Cena. He gives the fans a chance to take photos with him as the last champion. And then Randy Orton gets in the ring and hits him with an RKO out of nowhere. Orton poses with the belt before laying it back on an unconscious Cena. Well, I never thought I'd get excited to see Cena versus Orton again, but here we are.
We're getting the greatest hits tour, it looks like, because conspicuously soon after Backlash, which is in St. Louis, which is where Randy Orton comes from, I do
St.
believe.
Louis.
St. Louis,
They
I do
get
apologise.
cross, I think.
King Louis, his town. It's Money in the Bank. So I imagine he'll face CM Punk there because of the historical elements to that little thing. I thought the promo was a little bit meh. I liked two bits
really?
of it. The first bit was the counting down of the day. It's like, look at how little time we got left. Bah, 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 bah. You say I can't wrestle. It doesn't matter. I don't have to. That was good. I liked the turning of like Cody's reactions at WrestleMania being applied to John Cena. That's why I'm being an arsehole now. I like that as well. But the rest of it was a bit like, didn't really get me out my seat. It's the Raw after WrestleMania.
Fair enough. I actually like you don't get to boo me on Friday, then cheer me on Sunday and expect me to be all nice about it. That's not a relationship. I don't know if that actually got me going. And the crowd playing along with it actually worked. And so Cena saying the fans suck and then the fans being correct with their chants is like, yeah, see, told you. This made the soreness of the WrestleMania finish a little less sore.
Oh, it didn't for me.
Yeah.
It didn't nullify it for me, but at least he brought back up the I'm leaving with the title thing, which I think should have been made more of in the build up to this, especially now The Rock's not showing up. Then that I feel like that should have been. So at least they've refocused it on that now. I know that Orton's like 10 years ago we saw Cena, or like 15 years ago we saw Cena and Orton wrestle all the time in this big long feud that never ended. But this one feels a bit different, I suppose. I know that Cena can't really have great matches anymore, but maybe it'll be unique, I suppose. It'll just be Cena trying to avoid the RKO.
Travis Scott will be there.
Yeah, he'll be the one to take the bumps.
I was, when I saw this segment for the first time, because I was off on Tuesday, I just sort of saw the clip shared on Twitter of the segment. I happened to be on the phone to my friend who doesn't watch wrestling anymore. And they've never heard me like react, like pop wrestling before, because I'm too cool for that, obviously. And I was like, oh yeah, Cena's in the ring, blah, blah, this is what's happening. Oh my God, it's Randy Orton! Like, I fully, and they went, are you joking? I was like, no, I genuinely got excited. Because he just appeared behind him. It's what he's good at.
It was very well done, and it really helped that there was a giant Hogan Fears Unions signs in the background as well, just to really punctuate the segment. But no, I rather liked it.
I do like a pop where it's a slow creeping realization where the fans at that side first saw him and then it went, oh.
Especially when Cena's like, that's right, take your photos, yeah. Oh, poo!
Yeah, I could have done without him doing that into the mic. It was a bit too slapstick for me, but that's John Cena.
It is Cena, right?
I liked how they got him to the underneath of the ring, Randy Orton. Do you see it? They had the lights, the house lights going down, so it was pretty dark in there. Then all this, like the stage hands just come out and start going like, "Oh, that better be in line." The ring apron, this, that, and the other. And he's one of them, but you can see because he's like 25 times the size of everyone else.
he's
He
massive.
just slips under.
We've stood next to Joe Hendry, and he's quite a tall man. But Randy Orton was comfortably. Yeah, I know you said that Joe did look big still next to Orton.
Oh yes,
but
I was surprised how big he looked.
But you could still tell that Orton's a huge
Must
man.
have those trick Willy lifts in his boots now, does Joe Hendry?
They still got
Nice heels trick. Yeah, your mama says so. Boom, roasted. That's the only roast we'll do on this podcast.
No, there was someone who had all the catchphrases on AEW Dynamite, and I love him, even though I have no idea who he is. Master P.
All right. What a realization that was.
Oh, he came up with like every wrestling catchphrase, apparently.
He is the man who
the
makes
No
them
Limit
say,
Soldier.
He doesn't just make him say, he says bowdy, bowdy, howdy,
Howdy, howdy.
hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo! Yeah.
If you smell.
Yeah, all of these. Yeah.
What you gonna do, brother? Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez arrive for their rematch against Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, it's a WrestleMania
I've been doing it right for months now.
No,
This
you
is
bloody
shocking.
haven't,
How
you liar.
dare you? You need Damas for your ears. Gigi Dolan and Tatum Pax here in the crowd as number one contenders. At one stage, Lyra knocks Raquel off the apron and she falls into Becky. Lyra turns around into oblivion. That's a really good way of saying that, really.
Yes.
she fell into oblivion. And the heels win back the tag titles. The new champs leave and Becky consoles Lyra in the ring before attacking her for losing. She beats her down and hits the manhandle slam several times as the crowd cheer and celebrate the heel turn.
It's the Raw after Mania. Things are happening.
Yeah.
There's been a few years when it's been uneventful, but this was an eventful one. Whether or not it was good, we can talk about that. But it had all the moments again, which is what people come to see.
Absolutely, Chad. What do you think of the match?
Fine, yeah. I think it was it definitely was better than the one at Mania, actually, as a match.
Oh, I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I concur.
I like the
Barely.
finish as well with Raquel falling into Becky. Not a small lady to catch. Fair enough. Well done, Becky. Brave Becky. Oh. And then I like the
Brave,
finish.
strong Becky.
I like the finish as well with Liv turning as I said in the notes, Lyra turning around into the void, into oblivion. Liv's a great poo house heel. Didn't enjoy Pat McAfee going to Raquel. I can't understand what you're saying, mate. Speak English. That was a bit.
Well, you
Probably
expect that now.
Probably not the first time he's yelled up.
It's all starting to come out now, isn't it? All the WWE opinions are starting to.
They all
They all seem to be the same as well.
Yeah.
Funny that, huh?
But no, I enjoyed the match generally. Yeah.
And thoughts continue to be with Pam. We learn in kayfabe she's got a partial shoulder dislocation with an interior labral tear, and she'll be out for some time. So to hear that she's not actually injured and she's out for some time, maybe it's a little bit of a fed herring. So when she returns next week to take down Becky Lynch, it'll be a bit more of a pop.
That's right. She can run her over in a wheelchair.
Yeah, or a car.
I'm wondering if Lyra's going to get another. Has she beat Becky before? Yeah, on NXT.
NXT,
was
she
it
took the
Becky?
title, didn't she?
I wonder
Right.
if she'll beat Becky again because she looked kind of like the sort of babyface you hate here, just upset and going, "What are you doing?" and letting Becky beat her down basically.
Yeah.
So surely she's got to look strong after this. But
You'd hope so.
if it leads to Becky Bailey, then maybe she won't. I don't know.
I think both of those stories look good to me right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm happy having Becky yelling at people again.
I don't know why Becky loves being a heel so much. She's better as a face.
I agree,
I didn't like it when she came back and turned on Bianca that time at SummerSlam. But
That were bad.
maybe it makes sense now that Rollins is if they put that in a.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think they'll do a match with Lyra. I think she'll be straight in the new Dangerous Alliance.
Oh, the New Dangerous Alliance.
New Dangerous
Oh, when
Alliance.
the Hey Man comes around.
Oh, yeah.
Says as awkwardly as that as well.
That's how people from Sunderland say that. Superhero. I'm coughing again.
Hey man. Oh, that's.
Right, you know. I thought that was just some good acting from you, but that's
think-
actually you
You
coughing.
mean He Man?
Yeah.
That's Hey Man.
That's
yeah.
Hey-Man.
Oh.
It's a Chase pizza.
Chase.
He messaged me during WrestleMania and
He Man.
and the Chase Pizza Man, just to say that he hated the main event of night 2 and in hindsight the,
Too chasey for
the
him.
women's match should have been the main event really, and it's true. He's right. Oh,
Oh.
little slow motion.
I was trying to think of a name, a wrestler who wrestled who you could have that accent done to make it sound funnier, but I couldn't think of
I
anything.
thought you were doing like a Velociraptor sort of thing going on there. He's learning.
It's where the thinking muscles
He's
are.
learned how to open doors.
I did like the pop for when the crowd realised Liv was getting ready for Oblivion after she didn't land it twice in the match. As you said earlier, it's like Randy Orton sneak attack. So, here it comes. And Lyra's headfirst bump off the move. Well done.
Oh, she's an athlete. Let me tell you.
That's right.
That's
And then Becky turns on Lyra like she's Answers on Jeopardy. Well done.
what? Wrong.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. A very false reference there.
Was
very
Becky
false.
on Jeopardy?
She
got
was.
the balls.
Oh, she was bad.
She was
wasn't
hilariously
Yeah.
bad.
Wrong, yeah.
That's why she's turned heel. We see the New Day walking backstage with their new titles.
I'm carrying Cross.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Like,
like
instantly after that bloody work shooty thing on the podcast that he did. And
Oh,
then it's
I
like-
thought-
and then he's back on Raw like nothing
Was that
happened.
before this?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This was 100% real on this podcast, by the way. I went
100%. That's why he's still there.
1,000%, because Scarlett realizes my man might be going a bit too deep here.
Is she not
It's
acting?
Like, whoa.
It's acting.
She's not that
It was
good of an
look,
actress.
it was good acting. I'll give it that. It's just I'm there going, yeah, this only works if he's not on Raw, and then he's on. He's there the next day. Didn't miss
He's
a
too
beat.
powerful. He's been proven
Yeah,
right.
this isn't an authentic one like with Brooks Jensen.
Yeah.
That was a real story. That's how you do these work shoots like BJ did.
It's like the episode of Seinfeld where he quits on Friday and then just goes back and regrets it. Goes back on Monday and they're like, "Didn't you quit?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" No.
I need to watch Seinfeld. I've never watched it. I know the.
What about airplane food, huh? Isn't it so high in the
Is
air?
that meant to be Jerry Seinfeld? What's the deal?
Who's that supposed to be, Jack? That was a perfect Jerry
he sounded
Seinfeld.
like the old creepy neighbor from Family Guy.
Al
What about
Herbert the
that?
pervert.
Which coincidentally is just what Seinfeld is in real life.
Well, you know.
Is he?
He read those
He's
stories.
had younger partners.
His first wife he went up to when she was like 17 in the park and was like, "Hi, I'm
In
Jerry
the park?
Seinfeld." Yeah. You're hard. We
What's
get
the
married.
deal?
I'm
This
40.
part?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Okay.
He's a disgusting person. The champions make their entrance after the break and tell everybody to thank God for the new day. They're interrupted by Alpha Academy. Maxine Dupree reminds us that Otis and Tozawa beat New Day in under a minute. Why not have a title match right now?
This happened in November, by the way. It's true.
I
It's
vaguely
what
remember it
caused
happening.
it's what caused them to snap, really.
Was that what?
It was like maybe the catalyst for it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The New Day refuse at first, but Maxine provokes them into accepting the challenge. And before the match can begin, the lights go down and Rusev makes his return.
Great guy.
The New Day run away as Rusev beats down the babyfaces. He renders Otis unconscious with the accolade.
I've called it the accolade again, but it was the game over. We don't know yet. What did they say on
They say
commentary?
accolade.
Oh,
on
did they say
commentary,
accolade?
yeah.
Okay,
This
fair
is the
enough.
WWE version.
Rusev Udria.
But he
I would
looked-
have liked that song back, though.
Yeah. I guess they can't have it anymore because you can't have a CFO dollar sign by and large.
I miss CFO
No.
dollar sign.
Some people still do, though, so I don't know where the line is.
Yeah, AJ's got his back, hasn't
Interesting
he?
conversation to be had there.
Money has to be exchanged. That's why the
yes.
dollar's in their name.
Yes.
Dollar sign.
He looked the dog's bollocks now, though, did Miro, Rusev, whatever. Well, Rusev, we'll call him Rusev now because we're back in the WWE.
Yep.
I'm all on board with him being a proper serious main event level guy, which he should have been the first time around. We can get to the Rusev Day stuff eventually, but I don't think that the time is now.
No,
Also-
it's also heartwarming that love can exist, and here I don't want to bring real life things into it. He's got back with Lana, hasn't he?
Oh, okay.
It's nice. It was
Very poetic way of saying
There
that.
was a nice picture of them in in Las Vegas, just hanging out. I was like, that's cute.
That's nice.
Good for them.
I'm happy for Rusev being here, but he have to beat up Otis and Akira.
Yes.
They have so much going for themselves. Oh, wait, no, they don't. Go for it, Rusev. No mercy.
Like,
That's their role in the company, and they do it very well.
Otis taking a beating still resonates with the people because you don't want to see it. It's like a big dog being hit by a man.
I mean, you're right. No one wants to see that.
A big Bulgarian man.
And again, the crowd were like, oh, my God. Rusev's here. Yay, beat up Otis. Because it's the Raw after Mania. I'm sure it'll be better after this.
Tell you what, the connection there with the New Day, with their thank God, as
Oh.
Xavier Woods was saying, God's favourite champion. Mm-hmm. My neck of sand.
Oh.
Whoa, we were.
Well,
Why
well.
God?
Good connection.
My neck of sand.
Oh, God, if we get those Miro promos where he was challenging God.
Oh, yes.
They all,
'Cause he
it all-
wrestled for WWE
but then
once,
it
didn't
all
he?
got a bit abstract, didn't it? And it all
It completely lost its way, yes.
Yeah.
But
When it was just Miro versus God, though, they were top tier.
in the
absolutely.
all white room.
in purgatory.
Yeah.
He was stuck. He couldn't get out.
yeah,
Poor guy.
you gave me a weak neck.
Is that like a town in Pennsylvania? Purgatory, Pennsylvania. Sorry.
Yeah, it's next to the void.
Well, Philadelphia.
Nothing's worse than that.
Matthew hates Philadelphia.
I put, oh wow, nice work shoot promo carrying cross. If a tree shoots a work shoot in the forest and no one cares, did it happen?
Lots of people,
wow, that was
lots
very
of people
mean.
care. So many people care.
So many people care.
The greatest shoot promo of all time.
One of the best we've been saying. I made the mistake of watching Kill Tony on Netflix, and Shane's on there doing Trump. So my mind is filled.
I
Is
saw
he going, that's me.
I saw some clips of the guy doing Elon Musk and Joe Rogan bottling it next to him, going like, "Oh, that's my rich friend." Though
He comes out later and does RFK Jr., the same guy who does Musk.
Does he?
Yeah. And
The,
then...
the Musk impression's really good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. it's really good. He's a weird man, isn't he? Anyway, sorry.
Backstage, the Judgment Day are celebrating their recent title wins. Finn Balor shows up and glares at Dom. Liv tries to convince Finn that the important thing is one of them holding the IC title, regardless of who it is. Finn smiles and says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Carlito tells Finn that they may not have won titles themselves, but it really feels like they're champs.
I like that
Finn
from
is not
Carlito.
amused.
Where Carlito's like, hey, man, I know we're both the losers of the group, but, it's fine.
Yeah.
And he ends the segment by looking at the title though, does Finn. So we're still going on the slow burn of the split of the Judgment Day. At the start of the night, we see Liv and Dom and the and other people, but not Finn. I think it was everyone but Finn, wasn't it, at the very start of the night when they're walking in? So
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, Finn had to get the loser-mobile to the arena.
Aye.
Io Sky arrives for a promo and talks about retaining the title at WrestleMania. Ripley and Belair may have tried to forget her, but now nobody ever will. She's interrupted by Stephanie Vaquer.
What are you doing here?
Thank you, Jack. Steph introduces herself.
Big pop for her, by the way.
Oh, yeah, nice pop. And not just from Booker T. It claims she's here to show Io respect.
I don't think Booker T would be watching the show by now because the New Day called themselves the greatest
Ah,
team
yeah.
alive or dead, didn't they?
This shot is
Chicken Parm would have been thrown at the television.
Just shot his TV like Elvis. But she wants to fight the best of the best. Io accepts right here, right now. Anna Pierce comes out and goes, we can't do that. Oh, wait, yes, we can. Let's have that match. The match is an even contest, but it gets ruined by that dastardly Roxanne Perez, who attacks Io for a DQ finish. Steph argues with Io, but gets taken out from behind by Julia. The heels beat the faces down, but Rhea Ripley makes the save. She headbutts Roxanne out the ring and has a stare down with Julia, who eventually makes a tactical retreat. Ripley picks up the belt and hands it to Io, but makes it clear she's still coming after that title.
She's getting one more shot there, appears to be Rhea Ripley. I don't know why I keep doing this accent, but there we go. It was
E.O. Sky.
Lovely exhibition of wrestling, though, and a very wrestling-light show. A lot of hoo-ha has been made about 3 matches in a 3-hour show, but this one was given time, and it was a delightful match from start to finish. Michael Cole calling Io Sky the first Japanese superstar to win at WrestleMania. My thoughts and condolences are with Yoshitatsu
And with Yokozuna.
and Yokozuna.
I mean, I know he wasn't
But
actually
mainly
Japanese,
Yoshitatsu.
but yeah.
Yoko didn't win it, man. Oh, wait, no, he won the tag titles of Owen.
He beat your boy, Bret
beat
Hart.
I remember that happening.
The real main event.
Yoshitatsu won.
Pre-show. 26 Battle Royal. I was there. I was in the match.
I don't know.
I took the loss. I was last night. Who was the last guy?
Yeah, you used to be Chris Masters. People don't always remember
And
that.
I played Titus O'Neil for many years, and that was great. I was a bit confused by the Gilly and Roxanne running at the same time because it looked like there was a potential of an alliance there. The way they left the ring together, they were like, "Ha, you get her and I'll get her." But then it got made nothing.
Then on NXT, Roxanne
Yeah.
was like,
I didn't
I
know
had
she
no
was
idea that Julia was going to do that. Well, then,
Yes.
I thought she was lying on NXT.
it was obviously,
Can't trust
wouldn't
her.
do
she
that.
might have been.
Filthy liar.
I didn't mind it, but it was obviously, at first I was more excited, like, oh, we're getting this really good match. And I know that they wouldn't want either one of them to lose, so it makes sense,
Yeah.
but it just felt a bit like, I'm annoyed at these heels, which is the point,
Great advert for NXT though.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Pat using the in the right place because he does it just after a Hurricane Rana into a bridging cover, which I thought was appropriate because it was smooth as Randy Orton slithering on his belly. That giant sperm.
I just couldn't go without hearing Pat for a while.
Yeah, I was
He's talked-
delighted.
Well, it's funny you say that.
His voice has been in my head
Yeah.
when it's silent. I'm just like, oh, get out of there.
Even when he was selling, I was getting annoyed more than that. Later. See, it reminds me of Joe Pasquale. I had the Joe Pasquale VHS, obviously, when I was a child,
yeah.
and I've said this about on the podcast before. But Joe Pasquale, he does this impression of someone. I forget who it is. But he's got these red velveteen shoes on. He goes like up on his toes, like when Adebayo used to do that celebration. Celebration. And he keeps going like It might be Michael Jackson. He kept going like and when Pat was selling doing that, all I could think of was Joe Pasquale. So it was a double whammy.
I had all those tapes. I'm trying to remember which one he did now.
It's the one where he rides in a camel. That one.
And what's the joke?
I can't remember.
Hey, kiss me the ump. Something like that.
Yeah. Then he's got that pervert with him with the rubber band. around
Yeah.
his-
Jerry Seinfeld. Jey Uso makes his 9 entrances and the crowd chant, "You deserve it." Jey says he wanted this since he was a kid. He made Gunther tap at Mania, made him say, ugh, and now he's going to show up every week and work hard, just like he always has. Sami Zayn interrupts and hugs Jey. He talks about how hard it's been watching from the sidelines and admits he almost didn't come to Vegas. But he had to do it because he was booked for a comedy show, because he wanted to be the first person to stand in the ring with Jey and tell him how proud he is. Sami leads the crowd in a celebration. Jimmy Uso arrives and also joins in. I was happy with. Oh, you got an unhappy face. You say something.
Took a while, didn't it? Bit of a long segment.
I mean,
good,
considering the
though.
build-up, and considering his brother died for it, I mean, yeah, I think it was well
He didn't
deserved.
die. He was there at the end.
He got better.
I know that we can't expect every segment to have a heel turn. We'd have no baby faces left. But there was a moment where the crowd were like, when Sammy gets down off the turnbuckle and Jay's still yeeting up on there.
I think
But-
because of all the other stuff that happened on the show, you needed a bit where it was just, no,
okay.
this have your expectations, can't be bloody Russo 2000. You
Well,
have
I
to-
would have had like a wrestling match maybe or something like that. 'Cause
No,
this
no,
felt
no.
like it wasted a lot of time. I know you want to bring the new champion out and celebrate him and everything. That's fair. But it just felt like they kept stalling as if something was going to happen and then it didn't. It was just paced weirdly for me.
I think it's just because they like giving the crowd that chance to chant stuff. Because
Yeah.
the crowd really likes it.
Yeah.
And Michael and Pat do as well. But I think it's a nice first opponent for Jey Uso because the history is there.
Who?
And you don't need Sami Zayn.
He's not going to be as
He's not boring.
Of course he is. You don't need to turn
No.
I'm not saying turn the guy. Hey, I'm just saying it can keep the baby face. and have a,
Imagine if you went into like an old pub in London and there's just these old geezers there, but they're all talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
I think it was K-Fi. You mug, it was K-Fi.
I can't believe you fell for that.
But I reckon you could have Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. You flaming galah.
Oh, Australian now.
Starve the crows.
Just there's that much history there with the bloodline
You could-
stuff.
oh, you definitely could.
Just have them be both babyface. And then,
I agree with you that it would work. I just don't know if it will be.
I think it is.
Oh, I think it'll be someone we've not even dreamed of.
Do you reckon there is a dodgy London wrestling podcast that like starts with the anthem at the start of every episode?
They're queens. No, don't. I also thought, carry on.
We see an interview with Logan Paul after his victory and made this now. He doesn't care how he won the match. A win is a win. WWE
right.
knows Logan is the future and he can't wait to continue his WrestleMania winning streak. AJ is interviewed live and says losing to Logan is a hard pill to swallow. But part of the thing phenomenal is the ability to bounce back. Karrion Kross angrily interrupts with Scarlett. Kross says there's no bouncing back from losing to Logan. AJ's supposed to be the best of them. Styles angrily explains that he refused to cheat because it would have meant nothing to beat Logan that way.
That's true.
Big pardon. If Kross wants to be angry at the world, maybe he should solve that problem on his own. Kross says, maybe I will.
But it's one of those promos from the Triple H era where it all makes sense from both lads' perspectives. So I was gripped from start to finish.
I don't remember this happening.
He says like, you're the best of us, AJ. So you losing to Logan Paul legitimizes this scrub.
I don't care about Logan Paul in WWE.
You're
And
gonna have to, Maffew.
watch me not care. And Karrion Kross is like, ooh, I'm acting. And it's like, it doesn't matter. I don't want to see you versus AJ, even if Karen's hair is very nice.
Now listen, we often praise wrestlers, not specifically the three of us, but wrestling fans on the internet often praise wrestlers for maximizing their minutes, doing a Zack Ryder, trying to get themselves over. So why is it not all right when Karrion Kross has been doing that?
Maffew.
Matthew.
With regards to what?
Well, he really tries hard to get. He doesn't just sit back and let, by the looks of his career, he doesn't just sit back and let himself slip down the card. He's fighting. He's trying to get his place on TV. And
Okay, but the thing he's doing on TV is for months going, ha. Remember that time I bumped into you?
Not
That's
more
why,
recently, though.
That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
a year
it hasn't
later
made-
you
It
died.
hasn't made total sense. I'll give you that. Yeah. Oh well.
Look, it was a nice work shoot. What are you looking at?
You don't need to. Just it's in the background.
The loud, like,
It's
well,
a
this
podcast.
You're right in the middle of us. This lovely threesome we have, this menage a trois, and you're like, typey.
I don't have a mechanical keyboard. I was just seeing how many eggs there are in the world because Karrion Kross is not afraid
What?
to step on them.
We can't even talk about it on a podcast about people getting distracted by anything else.
You get distracted
How
by
many eggs
Joel
there are in the
breathing
world?
You though.
He's got a nice breath.
But I agree because when Karrion Kross was doing that, it was wank. But now it's more. It's like when the stuff with the Miz. When he was being all subtle and like, ooh, I'm doing things. But then he started going like, Miz, I'll break your legs if you don't go at the white.
That I like.
Stuff with more substance he's good at, and it's finally starting to happen.
I
for
don't
him.
mind the justification for this feud between Kross and AJ. I like the bit that Ross pointed out. You're meant to be the best of us, AJ, and you've lost to Logan Paul. I like that. That's good.
All I would expect there is AJ to go, you're Karrion Kross?
He basically did. He doesn't want this feud right now.
did do that,
He doesn't
yeah.
want none. But
Maybe
he
it'll get a
will.
bit more interesting, but right now I'm ungripped.
What is interesting, I've Googled how many eggs are in the world, and I've got the results.
This is your argument for Karrion Kross being exciting, by
When
the
a
way.
girl reaches puberty, she has between 300,000
Right.
to 400,000 eggs.
Right.
Yet the monthly loss of oak tight. It's double oak tights. It's double O at the start of a word. Throw me. It slows down to 1,000. So that's how many eggs there are in the world. But carrying cross steps and all of them, all those eggs. Didn't care.
No, he doesn't.
During the break, A-Town Down Under cut a promo on the stage. They declare themselves number one contenders to the tag titles, but the Wall Raiders interrupt. They
This
stare
wasn't
down.
during the break. Was this actually on
was
the
during
show?
the break, yeah.
Oh,
They stare down their heels until they leave before challenging the New Day to a rematch.
yeah, fair. There was some bits of the break that I did miss out because it was just now. Like
I wouldn't say you missed it.
Gable
Oh.
came out and did his thing again. Like, wasn't El Grande Americano in everyone?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Certainly was. Gunther interrupts the announce team and confronts the announce team at ringside. The crowd tell Gunther he tapped out, as does Michael Cole.
Now,
Sassy
what's
Michael
he playing
Cole.
at?
Yeah.
Well, Gunther, to be fair, mate, I wasn't the one who tapped out at WrestleMania. I've beaten Jerry Lawler. He didn't say that, but
Gunther grabs Cole and puts him in a sleeper hold, so Big Pat McAfee saves the day. Adam Pearce arrives with road agents to subdue Gunther, but he shoves them aside and puts a sleeper on McAfee instead.
Yeah!
McAfee's podcast mates jump the barricade and are held back by security as Gunther chokes Pat unconscious.
Not just security though, Maffew. The hired goons of the... Let them kill Pat. We all hate him backstage.
yeah, they
Your
were.
friends can't save him.
They were more interested in stopping Pat's mates from saving
Yeah,
him
that's
than
like-
they were
that's low
saving
priority.
Pat's life. Yeah.
It's like, you know, when someone set up the fire spot in wrestling, and obviously they shouldn't do it, it's very dangerous, but they'll be like, all right, make sure the fire's out, make sure you put that bit of table out. Oh, now the guy was on fire. Gunther is finally taken away and Pat is helped to the back.
Slowly.
I'd like to point
In
out,
fact,
I'm very sorry.
Wasn't helped to the back. He
Yeah.
was just escorted to the back. But he walked out under his own power while retching like that.
Why wasn't he stretched out?
Yeah, wrestlers get stretched out.
She's too cool and big.
Someone on Mine and Owen's Twitch chat the other night pointed out that like wrestlers have been stretched out for less than this. Why does Pat get to walk out?
Because he's a big deal.
Is that annoying, those noises, are they?
I suppose it's that because Jack's getting flashbacks to the night after, the morning after the night.
Okay.
Hi, Damien Priest.
Who is it who does the impression on the ECW documentary? Yo, red guy. Who is it who does? Is it Father James Mitchell?
Yeah, he's doing an impression of Sandman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Pat was. That's what Ross's impression of Pat sounds like. Yeah.
Hey, yo. Hey, Gunther. Red guy. Yo.
You see Sandman's running at WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was so great.
Hell yeah.
What?
Sabu. Did you see
He came
Sabu
to
versus
he came to
Jilla?
save Sabu
At WrestleMania?
WrestleMania weekend.
I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, the way you phrased that.
He came to save
Randy Orton's original opponent.
Sabu's getting beaten down in his
Someone's down from the very cheap seats all the way down. Oh, I love that.
Sabu's getting beaten down in his retirement match, and then a Sandman hits,
Yeah?
and he gets a bit lost on his way.
He does the Sandman entrance, which is, if you're not familiar with, in ECW, Sandman will come on to Enter Sandman by Metallica. And it's a long song, and he has to obviously time it up for when boom happens so he can pour drinks on everybody and himself, which is hilarious. Especially when he's doing it as a run-in to help someone. Help, I'm dying! Wait.
More egregious than Jeff Hardy saving his brother.
Oh, way more.
Yeah,
Jeff
yeah.
just stopped for a little dance. Sandman did the whole
Someone
thing.
has to do the entire song.
Yeah, it's great.
Which is so great. But yeah,
That's the same
amazing
show-
match though.
The same show where Fuego del Sol lost his mask and retired, and he's real handsome.
Yeah.
Why has he been wearing a mask?
Luchadors
Why does
match.
that always happen with
Yeah.
luchadors? Yeah, they take off the mask. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And also, Mance Warner and Gabe Kidd had a great match.
No,
which
it wasn't. It was horrible to watch. It was
Oh, you don't like the-
it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Pissy blood,
They like
wasn't
blood.
It was like I think Mance Warner was like somehow squeezing his face. to, like,
Yeah,
make
he's a
the
pro.
blood. I'm not normally. I'm all right with blood in wrestling matches, but I was like, woof.
Yes. I gave it 5 stars after 10 seconds.
It was
awesome.
a lot. It was a lot.
It was great.
It was a lot.
Blood. It was almost as good as this match. And I thought, this is how they're going to give Gunther a break for a while off TV so Jay can move on without him being in the shadow. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or you can just Well, it'll be Gunther versus Pat, won't it?
And Pat will win.
Pat's had matches. It will.
I didn't think that would be a thing, to be honest with you. 'cause
Oh, it will.
Oh, yeah.
That would be an amazing way to diminish Gunther's star power.
Not
But,
if he just wipes him out.
He's got to be.
but he's not going to have that, is he?
I imagine he'll. Oh, I imagine if Pat beats Gunther, it'll be funny for the podcast
No, because I will be taking the day off.
to mourn.
But I Triple H back to being Booker of the Year. Great segment.
Yeah, it's like Vader Monsoon or anything like that. Pat got a big reaction. This worked really well for the crowd, who were like obviously like him because they can't hear his commentary. And I'd like to apologise to my real life friend who asked me, Maffew, was it me or people were jumping over the guardrail to get at Gunther? And I'm like, yeah, they were rioting, you idiot, you silly person. It was only afterwards when I was like, oh, he meant his mates at ringside. Oh, right.
Podcast boys.
But I imagine if people aren't watching the show, which is most people with an opinion on Reddit, that they thought like fans were jumping over the guardrail.
It was only just in the background. You couldn't really make out what was going on, I suppose.
They were introduced earlier.
They were, yeah.
I hadn't occurred to me if someone watched out of context. Like, literally, fans are ready to riot and fight Gunther for real.
That would be amazing.
Oh, wow.
It's always like old Memphis days or something.
Right.
That would have been great, yeah.
But isn't it spooky, though, Michael Cole getting attacked on WrestleMania's 31 and 41 the day after?
That's right, yeah. Lesnar F5'd when his shoes flew off.
How spooky, eh? How spooky.
That is spooky.
I hope he takes the night out after 51.
Because you'll still be here.
He might. He said himself he's got like five left, did he? Just before? When he's doing those podcast loops.
Vic Joseph
sitting there with
rubbing his hand.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Backstage, Cole accompanies Pat to the medical room. Alan Pierce tells Cole to take the night off, but Cole says he isn't going to let some bully stop him from doing his job. He makes his way back to ringside, and the crowd sing his name. Oh,
Joe Test was fantastic here.
Yeah, I was going to say Joe Test hurriedly put on a shirt.
He takes his blazer off, so he does, because he's ready to throw hands. Joe Test, you don't mess with Joe Test. Yeah. Aye.
Don't test the test.
Don't test.
Who would win in a fight between Michael Cole and Joe Test?
Joe Test.
Really?
Oh, no, Michael Cole's got that bod.
He's been in war.
Yeah.
He's a rootin' tootin' Texan. If it was like an old-fashioned gun sling off.
That's a punch-up.
Punch up Joe Test all day.
Wow.
He's taken a few blows in his life, Joe Test.
I don't know what Joe Test is like, though, after a few drinks. We've seen Michael Cole pissed so many times these past few years. Like, so I can see he'd be more in the mood to do it.
When?
Oh, I can't even think now. There's been times when he's been a bit merry.
All right.
Like, what's he been on?
Pat McAfee's
Pat's show. Yeah, Pat's show. He must have had
Pat
a few.
McAfee's show.
The Logan Paul one.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about it? Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Bangsley Cole having a few drinks and actually doing it. Joe, I think, is he's too new and professional to do it.
Which would give him the edge in a fight, probably.
Cole's a bit of a dog, like, because at WrestleMania, one thing I noticed is when that George Kittle is having neck in his beer, none of it sticks to the side. Michael's like, oh, that looks lovely, that. And I was like, no, it doesn't. We all know a good pint sticks to the side, and that had no stickage whatsoever.
Yeah, I remember that bit. Wasn't Wade like, oh, me and you, I've seen you have a few of those drinks before.
We wait till to Preston North End. I'm an authentic Preston man, Wade Barrett.
He's not, yeah. He's from a town near Preston, but we don't know the name of it.
London.
Yeah.
Where's that accent come from, though? It's incredible.
It's his TV voice. Yeah. Although when
this is how Americans think I'm supposed to talk.
That's his voice, isn't it?
That's his voice.
Yeah.
It's not as gravelly, but...
He's somehow, in WCPW, this is a peek behind the curtain, he's like best mates with Pachi. They got on a level that we just didn't.
I hear you hate poor people.
Look at all the short people.
Yeah, it's like Snitsky meeting Heidenreich backstage.
They just walk
I love what you do to the poors.
No, they just walk around pretending to. Whoa, we're so massive. Look at us go.
They're like ants. Dominic Mysterio defends his newly won IC title against Penta. Towards the end of the match, Penta forces a collision between Dom and Balor. It looks as though the challenger is about to win, but a returning JD McDonough ends up costing him the match. Grr. The JD celebrate on the ramp. Finn is still a bit grumpy, though.
Finn had no idea JD was coming.
That's the face he was doing, wasn't it? Yeah, he was like, what?
What? What?
And out of everyone in the JD, that's his best mate.
That's his son.
That's his son.
His wrestling son.
Yes.
But Dom's still a heel. They've not been tempted after the WrestleMania reaction to turn him face. He's still obviously being helped by his evil friends at ringside. Dun, dun, dun.
True. Also, JD not being immediately aligned with Balor is interesting.
Yeah.
I was down for him to go, what? You assume that'd be with Finn because he's Irish. You racist? Look how well Becky and Lyra get along.
I think that I'm surprised they've not just immediately done the Dom Finn turn tonight.
Yeah.
Or on Monday night. Not tonight, but...
Dom Finn is like particularly butch dolphin.
Because he does start wrestling honorably at the start of the match, as Dom, despite his heelish pals being at ringside. But then by the end, it is just it's a heel win for Dom.
Do you see Liv and Raquel's reaction in real life to Dom winning? No,
that was Liv Morgan, not Elon Musk. I should say.
No, her real reaction behind the scenes at Romania.
No.
Oh, she's watching on the monitor when he wins, and she runs and jumps into Raquel's arms in delight.
Oh,
yeah, it's sweet. She goes, you can hear her go, "I'm so pleased for him." It's nice. She's not in a heel character mode at all. They're just friends. It's nice. Anyway.
They're not friends, they're lovers.
No, they're not really
Passionate
lovers.
lovers.
Friends.
No.
I guess they are technically friends as well as lovers. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you can
Are you
like the
quoting-
people you.
Is that a lyric from I guess that's why they call it the blues? Friends into lovers. Yeah. And I guess that's such a good bit of Max and Paddy's
Singles
Road to
act into tag teams.
Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere where he sings it at karaoke. And then Paddy comes in with the mouth organ. So good. Anyway.
Mouth organ's another Joe Pasquale bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
He's got the
Rings
giant
a bell.
mouth and he's playing whatever. Good stuff.
We call harmonicas mouth organs in the UK because it actually sounds disgusting now.
the mouth
organ.
like-
Harmonicas are still called harmonicas, aren't they?
Well, they're not the same thing.
I think it must be a slightly different.
Oh, I didn't realise that was the same name for the
I
what?
thought they were the same thing, but I might well be wrong. Joel?
Joel.
I'd call them harmonicas, but I don't know.
Thank you. We see a vignette celebrating El Grande Americano's big Mania win. It includes very legitimate footage of mass celebrations in the streets of Mexico, and yeah, it's back to crap AI.
It is a harmonica.
Oh, I did not
Fair
realise.
play.
Mouth organ is a.
I've always known it as a harmonica. Like.
Yeah.
Not trying to brag, but I can play a bit of harmonica. I'm no Bob.
Can you?
I'm no Bob Dylan.
Well, thank God for that.
What a dreary mess that would be, him playing a harmonica.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
He does it all the time.
Yeah, it's like
It's literally what he.
no,
it's
that's not his singing. That's the
no, it's his thing.
Terrible guy.
Once upon a time, you look so fine, dress so fine.
Hey Mickey, hey Mickey, hey.
No, he's very. It's his thing. It's what he does.
I know he's very talented. I just think he's rubbish.
Yeah, tell him. Is anybody any other musics that you think you told to listen to and you finally do and you're like, ugh?
Throw names at me and I'll tell you, Maffew.
Do you like the Beatles? Any?
I can appreciate
Eras?
at the time that must have been like, whoa, a whole new world of music. But as time's gone on, the music isn't as good as people say it is. Music's passed them by. It's like Jose Mourinho. Go back to 2004, no better manager in the world, but here we are in 2025. He's a bomb! Much like the Beatles. Bombs, all of them.
The Rolling Stones?
Yes, much the same. Dancing in the Street's a great song.
Oh God,
That was just
that's
Mick.
the song. Oh no.
I'm not a huge Rolling Stones fan, but I can't believe that they wrote "Paint It Black," which is an amazing song, as early as it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is like before the Beatles wrote a lot of their best stuff. How did they do that and then regress to?
Oh, that's in the street.
And she's like a rainbow. That's a great song.
That was good, Mick Jagger. That actually.
wow.
Yeah, that sounded like him.
Yeah, but he did.
David Bowie.
Oh, you don't get better.
Oh, actually,
wow,
like him
wow.
then. All right, okay, cool.
Timeless. That's a timeless music man.
Any favourite songs from him?
Modern Love's my favourite book.
Oh, okay, nice.
I like I'm a music man waiting.
I
in
come from down your way. What can you play?
Who else we got?
you
Classic
name some.
music. Prince.
Oh, you're one of them.
Second tier down for me.
Okay.
We had this discussion.
Yeah,
a few
we
weeks
did
ago.
Prince versus
Jackson's
MJ.
got more hits than your Prince.
Well,
for
he's
me.
got more hits, but it doesn't matter.
what I mean.
because
I don't know. I mean,
That's what we're here.
We
We're
had
here for
this-
checks and championships.
it doesn't.
Michael has
anyway,
more.
we can't just talk about music for ages. We can't just do
We can and we have.
It's better than talking about the Grande Americano.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, more AI crap, but they're not going. And do we know what they're doing here? They're not going. Oh, look at this rubbish AI. It's well. El Grande, what's he like? He's from the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America. We haven't decided, but we're basically trying to please both.
No,
people
it's
at the same
America. They
time.
made their mind up. They retconned it. Did Michael Cole in the middle of the match?
Yes, he did, but we haven't heard it back since. And people point out, why is he from the Gulf? Why is he? Was he born underwater?
Yeah.
You know the
Oh,
channel.
okay.
You know the channel's like the English channel, but is that just what we call it? What do the French call the channel? Don't say like
Le Channel. Yes, still got it. Where we are. Dominic was no. Seth Rollins arrives with Paul Heyman and slowly brags about winning the main event of Mania.
Did I say slowly brags?
I
He did. Didn't he? Of course he did. He's a Dalek now.
Ha. CM Punk interrupts and attacks Seth, but gets distracted by how much he hates Paul Heyman, which allows Seth to hit a stomp. Paul picks up the microphone and says there's a new reigning, defending, undisputed #1 star in the industry, Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns arrives and takes Seth out with a spear before hitting Heyman with a Superman punch. He prepares to spear Paul, but Bron effing Breakker takes Roman out with a spear of his own. What's he doing here?
And why is he a Samoan? He was wearing a black hoodie, and I thought it was a Samoan.
That's what they all wear. We've seen them.
We know this in wrestling. We've seen it many times.
Punk recovers and tries to attack Seth again, but Braun spears him too after it was teased that Braun was going to attack Seth. But in the direction of Seth, Braun spears Roman through the Timekeeper's barricade and brings him back into the ring. Seth stomps Roman and Punk before standing tall with Braun to end the show. Ooh, I was excited. This
Huge, yeah, really good.
And crucially, CM Punk and Roman are on the mat, belly down, the pair of them, looking in each other's eyes. What do they see? Lovers. They will get
dancing
together.
in the street.
They will get together and they will try to take down Braun and Seth.
Well, I did suggest this on the last podcast, and you both laughed at me because I
Yes.
called them the Tribal Punks, and you both went, the Tribal Punks?
Yeah, that's specifically why we laughed, yes.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Great idea, rubbish name.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
They're going to do it. If they call them the Tribal Punks, it's going to be amazing. They're not going to do that. The OTCM...
Ooh, that
Something
might,
like
yeah,
that,
that's
yeah,
definitely going to be a
something
crap
like
shirt or two, yeah.
Seamen.
The same.
Let's call them the Seamen.
Like what Cole did at Mania.
They come out to that song that trended.
I thought you were doing the Blue Peter theme to start.
Are they doing the the British Grenadiers march? Here
Here
they are, the tribal punks.
No, it was a couple of years ago. The
Sea Shanty.
The Wellerman come to bring
Oh,
us
that
ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
thing. I'm with you now.
That's what they should come out to.
Oh, God, I hated that. Remember that was a thing for a bit.
A great Beatles song.
Me and Jack Atkins, our tag team entrance music, which we decided one day, is the Downeaster Alexa by Billy Joel, and we'd come out on a ship, looking through telescopes and stuff. That's what I want Punk and Roman to do. It's a great song by Billy Joel, an underrated Billy Joel song.
Why would you be on a ship with telescopes?
We wanted to be sailors. That was our gimmick. In this imaginary, we were bored at work one day, you know.
So you was seamen, and
Atkins used to love talking about what people's wrestling gimmicks would be.
oh,
He's not. He just lives elsewhere now. He's still around. He's still with us.
He died.
No,
unfortunately.
but we laughed so much when Fraser told us his creative wrestler name.
here we go. What is the phrase? My gimmick is I steal cards.
Because Jack Atkins would come up with he's like the rambunctious Jackie Orlando and stuff like that, and Fraser was like, my creative wrestler name was Matt Tyler or something like that. Like what? You can't just call yourself Matt Tyler. The most generic.
No gimmick name, just
Because on the games it never had Fraser as an option for the commentator to say. So
Oh.
yeah. Anyway, sorry.
thank you for that. So people really liked this episode of Raw. I saw many people say the Raw after Mania experience is back after being dead for so many years, and some people said that it made up for the lackluster ending to Mania. And I saw some people said it made up for the crapness of Mania, which I thought was a very out there opinion. So I thought this would be the time to be doing the big question.
I will not say much about that main event. I guess there's not much to say, is there? Yeah.
I'm excited for the bronze with Seth.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
I'm excited.
We got so distracted, I forgot to ask you stuff. I do apologize.
Tweeted when it happened, I was like, I'm already excited for Bronze Batista babyface turn in a year or two's time
Yep.
when he breaks free.
I'm glad Rollins has changed his Kavolka as well. Because I reckon the temptation would have been there just to do the same stuff, but as a heel. Because like Sami Zayn, dancing around and turn him heel, dancing around, it still works.
I mean, I'm with you. I am disappointed that we didn't get Heyman dressed as him, so we
Yeah.
got like a little Ronnie Corbett looking guy, but still could happen next week. Bron Prig with massive glasses. Yes.
But which side of the line are you on, guys? Are you on this being a dangerous alliance or more of an evolution 2.0?
Oh, do you think more people get added then?
I saw it on Twitter, yeah. People apparently Bronze
Evolution doesn't make these.
Bronze the Batista. So we're
Okay.
looking for our Randy, our next generation superstar.
I say, sorry, yeah, Randy makes sense because he's a second gen.
Oh no,
Like
as in like
The young one.
who's going to be the new Randy?
The young
Like if
one.
who's going to if Bron's the Batista, who's the Randy? Austin Theory.
Oh no! He's done. Rubbish. Send him back to Evolve.
No, he could be.
Nope.
Okay.
And no discussions.
Who else could be? I don't know.
Who needs a rub?
Oh,
Many people need
goodness
Oh,
rubs.
me.
So even someone coming up from NXT, I can't even see like
Mr.
Trig Willie doesn't need it.
Andre Chase.
Yes.
That wouldn't make any sense, but I'd love it.
I mean, the whole Andre Tate situation anyway makes
Rollins,
no sense.
Breaker, Chase.
They're
I mean,
on
yes.
A terrible run in NXT of the main storyline's not making much sense, and I'm not happy
They
about
really
this. But who's a young whippersnapper on the main roster? A man.
They're all young.
Yeah. I mean, I want Becky Lynch in there. I think that fits.
Yeah, that fits.
Oh, there we go. But
a woman.
And more women as well. Let's have 3 women in there, not just
Whoa!
one. Not just a token lady. Let's get 3 of them in there.
Who could be in there?
It was a young boy.
I would have said Lyra, but she can't be there with Becky, so that's kind of
just saying
buggered.
that because of
I mean,
racist reasons,
you
Maffew.
could,
Yes.
you could have Roxanne. She's the prodigy.
Yeah, Roxanne would fit.
Yeah.
He's not
JCJ.
Just in terms of character, I can't really see it. But I mean,
JC.
she'd have a talker for her, so yeah.
Jane.
So I do.
Roxanne can talk now.
Roxanne can talk as
Yeah.
a heel.
It's all right.
She can do a bit. If they were all in the ring, she could do a little bit.
Who's the young lads on the roster? I can't think.
Who are these young boys?
Carrying Cross.
No, not a good fit, Maffew.
Oh, swipe right.
I don't know.
Where have they
Yeah,
gone?
but they're like 12. Are they allowed on the main roster yet?
They've been.
They have to have their parents drive them.
I don't think they can cross borders
They've made a mess.
Oh, what?
because they're Eric and Lyle.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And also,
Not that.
there was a TikTok this week where one of them came out looking like an arsehole. More on that later.
I didn't know about
Yeah.
that.
I saw it. I think. Well, anyway, so the big question is,
Yes.
sorry to get back things on track. So, Mania, was it a good Mania?
It's Cultaholics.
Oh yeah, what a question.
Game of 2 halves for me. Said this the other day. The first half of night 1 was propped up by the final bit, and the second night, the first half propped up the second bit of night 2. I've said that. It's game of 2 halves.
I would say I would agree with Ross there, and it's hard to tell whether it was a good Mania or not because over the 2 nights, after night 1, even though the main event was everyone loved the main event of night 1, I would still lean towards no because it just felt like a bit of an underwhelming night. We all came into work the next day, like the people who I was watching it with, like Owen, Luke, Fraser, and Aiden. We turned up on night 2 just all tired, like, oh God, another night. And then after the first like 4 matches and that, we were like, whoa, what a night. And then it went downhill. So on balance, I'm going to give it a no.
Overall, no.
I think
I would argue you
Okay.
can't let the ending. I know it's the ending of night 2. You can't let that hamper the rest of it so much, in my opinion.
Thank you, Ross. You took the words out of my mouth.
Oh,
'cause
sorry,
I
Matthew.
did. No, but you said it better than me, so it's easy to do this job. When we did the thing, I said, like, did this feel like Mania? Yes or no? And there were way more yeses than nos.
Oh, but just
Sure.
because it feels like Mania, does that mean it's good?
It's the gladdest
Yeah.
stage.
I mean, Mania meaning a good.
Okay.
I mean, a good Mania.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is funny how the ending to something can completely take away from all the good stuff because I guess that is the lasting thing people remember.
AEW says hello at this point.
Well said.
Oh,
well
the fizzy
said.
ring.
The last 2 pay-per-views.
Oh,
Yeah, never mind the
I
exploding
meant the
ring.
fizzy
I mean,
yeah.
Anything Mox or Cope or Mox or Cope.
Or the Death Rider stuff.
Christian's
yeah.
cash-in was the last thing we saw at the end of one show. And then,
yeah, that mess.
the Bucks coming back was the other thing. And that's all people talk about, isn't it? Just the end.
And I don't want to confuse like a heel ending with necessarily a bad ending because I think that if it wasn't for the rest of Death Rider's storyline, that Moxley win over Bryan was actually quite good at the time. But now it's aged, obviously.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
I wanted Cena to win still. I did think that was best for the storyline, just not the way they did it. And it has impacted my memory of the show.
And one thing I saw people say online was like, "Oh, the match wasn't very good." I'm like, people know what Cena's been able to wrestle as these last few years, right? From the theory matches
Maybe
to
he
solo.
didn't bury Theory. Maybe he just couldn't put him over.
But he said
very
he
well.
couldn't. His back was knackered.
Yeah. I mean, it's
watching him walk up the ramp, and he was, he walks like
Right.
a duck bottom anyway. But it was even more of a bodacious.
fat ass he's bringing to the ring,
a
but it's his
bodacious
fault.
duck bottom.
you know,
Backlund would never have put Cena over.
and it's
He's
just
not a real shooter.
right. And it's just interesting to me that people were like, "Oh, the match was so bad." It's like, what were you expecting? That's the bit like I don't agree with people saying it was bad. I'm like, I didn't even think that match was that bad because it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Basic Cena stuff because that's what he can do now. We all get old. But the crowd were really hot for it.
but it's the
So I thought that was an interesting thing that people like,
know.
I expected work rate from John Cena in 2025.
No, I thought the action was good enough. It was
Yeah,
fine.
it
It
was
was
good
more the
enough.
booking that.
Yeah,
ruined it
exactly.
for
That's
me.
what
Travis
those
Scott
things were
being the
interesting about.
linchpin of this entire thing that was set up by The Rock, and The Rock
Yeah.
couldn't even be there because of his own choice.
Yeah.
I didn't want to steal the spotlight.
It's-
even
Sorry,
though I'm the reason this is here.
Sorry, I had to argue with people that Blackland was a financial success.
That what
so I couldn't
wasn't?
be. Sorry, I was trying to make a bad joke. Like, The Rock couldn't be there because he was having to argue that Black Adam was a big
Black
success.
Adam. Oh, that film.
say-
I said
I said-
Blackland.
Sorry, I
Me
didn't say-
too.
I think I just ran out of steam there. Sorry.
Steve Backlund. It's all about the Minecraft movie now. That's what all the memes are about, apparently. Not about the Rock's films anymore. I've been introduced to this world of memes from the Minecraft movie. I hate it. Sorry,
Likewise,
do
it's
tell it. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy hearing reports that people are just going radio rental during the showings.
It's like the new Room, yeah, apparently.
yeah, but like not in a funny ha way. It's like legit like
Throwing stuff
riot,
around, aren't
like
they?
like
Yeah,
like
popcorn
Pat's
and that.
crew.
Think about the people who work there.
I know.
I know that's it. As someone who worked at the cinema, I hate it.
Oh,
hearing
you
those
worked at
stories.
Sinner as well. So did Sam. And so did Mike from Cooper Chicken. Delicious chicken.
Good lad. Good lad.
I miss Cooper Chicken.
Someone brought a chicken into one of the Minecraft.
A chicken.
A real life chicken.
What, a live one?
Yeah.
I saw that video. Yeah, because there's the chicken jockey bit. So
Well, because Jack Black's made some memes and now laws don't exist. People just do what they want. This is anarchy.
and there's people like, great. The rare time people go to the cinemas now and the riot breaks out, you're like, great. I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh man, everyone needs to just calm down.
Yeah.
Minecraft's not that big a deal.
Well done,
No
though, for-
offense to any Minecraft fans.
Well done, Jack Black, for managing to be something that was a success for a change. He's had a bad few years.
He has, but School of Rock is timeless. Okay.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. It was a bad mania for me on balance.
Thank you for bringing it back round. NXT. Oh. The show opens with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defending the tag titles against Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. The champs retain after a sneaky little blind tag from Liv.
Well, the main headlines at the start of the show are all about Vic and Booker. Their little interactions there. The last time we were here, Booker T, you were asleep. No, I was praying.
Yeah, praying for sleep.
That's such a grandma. like,
So great.
If you didn't see it at home, Booker T during the Hall of Fame, understandably, was asleep while Triple H was speaking for 70 minutes.
Yeah, for a Hall of Fame thing that ended at like 1 a.m. and they had a 6 a.m. roll call for the next morning for
After a
NXT.
WrestleMania press week as well, which
Yeah.
starts at like 7 a.m. every day as we learned. a
Poor
few years ago.
bastards.
I know.
I was praying is really good.
And then we get to the middle of the match where Booker T says Eddie was Dom's dad, while the others were talking about Dom being a nasty piece of work to his dad sometimes. And the other two commentators laughed at him. Solidarity with Booker T. He doesn't need to be chastised all the
No.
time.
Yeah, he was
It
wrestling.
got-
He was on SmackDown during that period. He remembers.
I think it got retconned and Ray actually was the biological dad.
No,
Yeah, I
They've
think
said
it
this
did.
several times, but a few people have like, here's your real dad.
that's not how
like
semen
how-
punk works.
It's like I think Hornswoggle's dad was Finley in storyline by the end.
I thought you said it wasn't that.
Oh, was it not? All right, okay.
Oh, I forget
Or did
how
they
that actually
think
got
it
resolved,
was
because that
for
was
a
it.
bit?
JBL was like, hey, he's not your real dad, whatever. Then he beat him up.
So did we
They
ever
threw that
find
bin
out?
at Hornswoggle.
So did we ever find out who Hornswoggle's?
I actually can't remember what the final resolution was. with
No,
that.
same.
Who is Hornswoggle's dad?
I bet if you Google this, you're still just going to get the gif of JBL throwing the bin
Can't
at
you
him.
just ask him?
After Hornswoggle.
I probably could, actually.
DM him now. Who was your real dad in the story?
Finley, apparently JBL did reveal it was Finley and not McMahon who was Hornswoggle's
Oh,
farmer.
right. No, I'm confusing the two things.
A week
Sorry, yeah,
after-
the
Yeah,
McMahon
they're
storyline.
both blonde and they
Right.
wear green. So
Yeah.
obviously it
It
was,
was
going to be
around about
Finley.
WrestleMania 24 season where this all
Yeah.
went down. Congratulations to Finley,
Yes.
Yes.
whose son grew up and is now in Chase U. Uriah Connors.
Uriah Connors, yeah.
That's the Hornswoggle grown up.
Yeah.
The Hornswoggle.
You
Dun,
try
dun,
your
dun.
corners.
The match was all right for me. Tatum was delightfully weird. Gigi a bit like Stan Hansen in there with her heavy-handed moves and growls.
Oh, wow.
The women's tag team champions went through the motions, and who can blame them after what must have been a knackering weekend there? They wrestled on every single night and did the
Yeah.
press and all sorts. They must be cream crackered. And I think the lasses nailed just about everything they did in the match. Nice finish with Raquel's bomb, leaving Gigi in the ropes before being sent into oblivion.
Yeah, when I mentioned the
Hey.
sneaky blind tag there, I don't want to. This was still clean, I'd say. I'd still class this as a clean retaining for the champions.
No retention. Yeah.
Nice retention, that's the one.
There you go.
Nice.
We help each other out.
It was a decent start to the show.
Yeah, I put a big sloppy banger. If this was a meal, it'd be a steak and
You watching
kidney.
David Platt again, are you?
If this is a meal, it'd be a steak and kidney pie that was leaking everywhere, so you had to eat it quickly.
You're dirty, you. What the hell? You're comparing,
Where's your little meat tray? Your little...
No, because
No, I
it
just
was a
meant
bit all over the place, that match, so that's what I'm saying.
comparing
It's
these matches to food, but in such a sensual ways. Just
That was sensual? Oh,
yes, of
bless you.
course it was. This was a big sloppy banger. Ooh,
Yeah.
come on now. I'm not naive.
But back to the pie analogy.
Yeah, you are.
Where's the little silver tray, the little tin tray?
That doesn't work with the analogy because there was bits. The match wasn't. It was exciting. Don't get me wrong, but there were bits. It was like, okay, it's a bit of a mess.
What? That's your fault for being reckless for taking the pie out the tray. That's the point I'm making.
Don't in
do
an
that.
ideal situation, I would like the tray.
When you're having a pucker pie, don't take it out the tray.
I like to juggle as I eat my food.
Up the pucker pie. Who used to do that back in the day? Pucker pie.
The adverts?
Probably Joe Pasquale. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Lexus King asked Penn and Teller to bring back the Heritage Cup. They agree if he admits magic is real, which he does. He also has to defend the cup tonight. He reluctantly agrees, and they make it appear.
Hooray.
Yay! And I'm glad that they were just pretending that they were here on this show.
They were.
Tonight.
Yes,
Well,
yeah,
it's
very, very good, very good.
Well, they live in Vegas.
But if everyone knows BS, it's those two.
It was
TV
shot on
show.
Saturday because they were in the same place they were on Saturday in the,
Yes,
in the other arena.
Oh, did NXT happen in a different venue?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, still in Vegas though.
Yeah.
RZA
Yes.
was in a hotel later
This
on,
week's
yeah.
the Tuesday show happened in the theatre where the Hall of Fame was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It was all right. I didn't mind the venue.
Yeah.
I like different venues.
It was nice people messaged me about like Penn and Teller stuff as well. They were like, oh yeah, they did this and this. And I was just like, yeah, it's good that people actually enjoyed our little Penn and Teller
What did they do?
diversion last time.
Anything bad?
It was all nice, just like, no, they're nice. Teller, the one who doesn't speak,
Yep.
yeah, right, has a British accent apparently.
Oh.
No.
Someone's pulling my leg there.
Like
but
how
that's what
one
I
of
thought.
Laurel and Hardy was
What's his
British,
first
I
name?
think.
Jeffrey?
And
Pendulette and...
I've literally no idea.
Yeah, I don't know
See
what
where it
Teller's
comes
full
from.
name is, actually.
See where he comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, Penn Fraser Gillette, but with a J.
Yeah.
Wow, one's 70 and the other one's 77.
Wow, they look great.
Might as well that old.
Raymond
Teller.
Teller. Joseph Teller.
Raymond Joseph Teller.
Philadelphia, apparently.
Oh.
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
That could be right.
He's 77. He looks good. Fair play to him.
Creepy guy.
Yeah, that's the point.
Glad Penn cut his hair, though. Looks a lot more. Well, less like a magician.
Yeah.
That's what you want, isn't it? Mentioned the podcast. Having stood next to Penn before, he's huge, bigger than Taker from memory.
Bigger than Taker.
Teller had a British accent, staying by surprise when I got to talk to him afterwards.
Was he just messing with you?
And, maybe he is. Thank you, Manuel. I
Googled
appreciate
his
that.
build
Thank you,
height.
Manuel.
I knew that Jack was talking about. It's cool talking about. Oh, we didn't even bring up Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Ha ha ha.
Apparently 6'6" is Penn Gillette, the tallest a man can get.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, this was
Sabrina
all.
the Teenage Witch?
Penn was, yeah, because he does acting.
Oh, was he in it?
Yeah, he was like one of the head guys.
Oh, he
like
played
the
the
magic.
cat, didn't he?
No. Oh, you're right. You.
Salem.
Anyway, that was interesting. Backstage, Ren Sinclair asked Miles Bourne why he wasn't at Bloodsport like Charlie and Tavion. He says he wasn't asked.
Oh.
We are on the brink of a Miles Bourne babyface turn because Ren, at the end of that little sentence there, was like, because Miles says to her, "Were you asked?" And she was like, "Well," and she gets cut off.
Yes.
She was asked as well.
What does the NQC...
Miles is like, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. He was not invited to these other games.
All the other reindeers.
Hold on, I'm doing it again.
Reindeer games.
I watched
the
it
best
all
games.
last night. What an impersonation it is, though, from Shane Gillis.
I love that you have such envy. Like,
I wish I was
that could be mine from
Imagine
impression.
being that good at an impersonation, though. The money you can make. Great time.
You do lots of good
I
impressions.
don't, Maffew. That's the joke.
Prancer and Dancer, the
well
best
aware,
dancer.
yeah.
Best dancer I've ever seen. What was I going to say? I think Miles is already a bit... Are they tweeners, the NQCC, would you say?
Oh, I'd say 3 or 4. I bit my lip there.
Oh, you're going to bite it again in like 3 minutes' time in the same spot and it's going to be horrible.
Probably, yes. But I'll make it through. I'm just like Tiffany Stratton.
Oh,
No
well done.
mouth injury will keep me down.
Well done. Miles challenges them to a tag match once the rest of the
Oh, yeah, the
NQCC
dark state of-
arrives.
dark
sorry.
state of turned up, yeah.
Javon arrives, so Miles agrees to team with him tonight instead.
Odd pairing.
Yeah, old parent, how are they going to
Really odd.
coexist?
How will
Wow, that's crazy.
I liked Miles here. He seemed a little bit badass. I liked his jacket and his face, his hair. He looks cool. Looks like Randy Orton, basically, right?
Not just Carl Fletcher.
I think Miles wrestles more like Randy, which accentuates the, you know.
But he's been.
He was
leaning
taking
into
the
it.
piss this week with the Randy Ortonsms.
He's wearing pink, though. Randy never really wore pink. He wore
It'll be-
that salmon colour when he beat Benoit.
Lovely
whatever.
shade of peach.
Oh,
peach,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Also, do we mention that his gear at Mania was a tribute to his original O2 game.
O2
What,
colour
Randy?
scheme, yeah.
What, the
I can't
dark-
believe I
the
missed that,
dark-
given
the
that I do the
dark
Cultaholic
blue?
Classic SmackDown review with Tom.
Ah, nice.
But his
nice.
finisher was a crossbody. Was it?
That-
Or was that a signature?
It started off as the crossbody and then became the overdrive. Because he
What
was
was the
high-flying Randy Orton.
What was the overdrive again?
The Playmaker MVP's move, where you put bent him over at a L shape and then put the leg on the head and go, wee!
Not the best move. Because your
It
leg
was the
lands
kiss of
first,
death,
doesn't
right?
it?
It was the kiss of death for many people in the mid 2000s. Like, that's your finish. Yeah, you're not gonna be champion. Oh. Ricky Sainz arrives and talks about kicking off Mania weekend by beating Ethan Page, a man he says will be forever a thorn in his side, like the Raw theme from '97. Lexus King interrupts.
Can I just say, when he interrupted, the silence was so silent, it made his theme sound quieter than it normally does on the show.
Well, it was respectful silence. Like,
Also just play the CD audio.
respectful silence, like in New Japan. We were just like, we want to see what he says.
There you go.
I
yeah.
thought everyone had left.
Yeah. They did. They got a merch stand.
That has got to be the quietest, like the quietest reception in the history of wrestling.
Right.
And we're in a theatre as well. The acoustics of the room should be fantastic. Not for here, though.
Say his name and they disappear. He's here to defend the Heritage Cup and warns Ricky that if he doesn't leave, he might set his sights on the North American title. Ricky says King's mouth keeps writing checks his mouth can't cash.
Oh, I've written that badly. Sorry.
His ass can't cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what he meant. Lexus says Ricky is just trying to get over with this gullible audience. Nobody likes Ricky. They love the King. Lexus wants a title shot and even offers to put his cup on the line in exchange. If Lexus retains against his mystery opponent tonight, Ricky will accept.
It was really funny, right? Because Lexus is describing Ricky, but he's actually describing himself.
I sometimes don't mind.
You're doing an impression of Tom's silly voice impression.
I sometimes don't mind Lexus's shtick because it's sometimes it's just funny just to have such a deluded heel. I suppose he can do that. I don't mind it.
I thought it was weird that they're building up Lexus for Ricky by having him lose to Penn and Teller.
He's not gonna, he's not gonna beat Ricky. Yes, there could have been a more thrilling opponent, I suppose, for Ricky, but.
His reign with the title has been very comparable to Saddam Hussein's time in power for me.
Oh my goodness!
Go on.
And when he loses at the end there, the metaphorical statue that was Lexus King's Heritage Cup reign comes tumbling down. Thanks to the people.
It's going to tumble down to the people pulling the ropes,
Yeah, the great people.
all throwing shoes at this big trophy.
That's all I can imagine is just the statue of Saddam Hussein, but it's the trophy. Just toppling.
New tag champions anchored at Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't had a good dictator name drop in a while, have we?
I know. Yeah. Shouts out
It was
Idi,
some of the
Idi
discussion.
Amin. Great
Yes.
Just quickly,
Great guy.
who's your favourite serial killer?
line. Ooh.
Joel?
Now you're really making me think. I don't know off the top of my head.
Manson's not a serial killer, is he?
I threw Manson in there because you got to count him. He's
Was
the
he a
reason why.
spree killer or a serial killer?
Causation.
Although there was rumors that he would kill the occasional family member in the desert and stuff, and they never got found. I'm gonna go for Charlie.
I had the story that Charles Manson was only 5'3" or something.
Yeah, he was
so they
just-
found him and he
yeah.
was in a cupboard.
Yeah, he was hiding in
Yeah.
the ranch. Yeah,
Yeah. He was in a bread bin.
I'm reading the book. It was Spawn Ranch, or the other one that they went to deeper in the desert.
Was the thing about Manson as well? Like his first lawyer, died mysteriously, and there were times like, "Oh my god, the Manson family got him." Because no, he just went for a mountain climb on a really rainy day, and they're like, "It's a horrible time to be doing it." It's like, no, just a complete coincidence. And you're like, "Really? In this case?" He goes, "Yeah."
I also was startled to find out that he had a bit of a golden voice. Did Charles Manson?
I mean,
It was quite. It was.
I guess
alright.
compared to other serial
It was
killers,
a beautiful
but
voice.
His songs weren't brilliant or anything, but his voice was quite nice.
and when Guns N' Roses
Covered "Look at Your Game,"
yeah,
Girl.
and Axel put it on the CD and didn't tell the rest of the band, and they were like, "Oh,
that
so we
true?
have to give money to Charles Manson now." And there's this big uproar because apparently, no, because of his status as a criminal, the
is-
victims got the money.
Who is the worst guy out of the two?
Axl Rose.
or Charles?
Oh.
No, sorry. Axel's a bit of a dick.
Current
isn't
day
he?
Axel.
Yeah, a bit of a dick.
Unforgivable.
I mean, yeah,
Every time he opens his mouth.
it's might have to flip a coin for that one.
I want to kill a well-respected actress every time he opens his mouth these days. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'll say the original Night Stalker, just because
Oh,
they
Big
caught
Ricky.
him. The fact that they caught him because there was such speculation when I was on Unresolved Mysteries and stuff like that. It was all, once a week someone would be like, "All right, what happened? Did another serial killer get him?" Because it was so terrifying to people, the idea that a guy just did the burglar and everything else that I can't say in a podcast, and then just stopped and went back to his normal life. That was such a terrifying concept for many people, myself included. Turned out decades later, they somehow found him and discovered it. And he just went back to being a policeman. I guess he just got all his...
I didn't think
all the original
I didn't
life
think he was a
stuff.
policeman. I thought he was like a wastrel who
talking
like
about
lived on
Ricky-
the streets.
Ricky-
Oh, sorry, original is the Golden State Killer. Is that the same guy?
I'm
That
thinking
guy,
of
right?
Ross's one, yeah.
Oh, sorry, he had so many nicknames
The one
and
with the
stuff.
long
Didn't
hair.
realize it was
Richard
him.
Rodriguez.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, not him then. Sorry. then,
Alberto
yeah.
Del Rio's ring announcer.
I'm not thinking about him then. I beg your pardon. He's the guy who went, I'll see you in Disneyland or whatever. But no, the guy I'm thinking of is the guy that they caught in 2018.
Right, okay.
Ah, no idea.
Yeah.
Damn it. No, really? Oh.
Yeah.
You've
okay.
told me to watch that Jackal documentary as well, where he confesses on tape.
The Don
on
Callis
the,
film.
on
The Jinx.
The
Jinx.
Jinx, sorry, not the Jackal. The Jinx, where he confesses.
Oh,
it.
I mean, that is a must.
He's
Because they
just-
did a part 2.
He's
like,
just
last
talking
year,
about
yeah.
it when he goes to the toilet, doesn't realize he's still mic'd up.
Yeah.
that's
And then
mad.
part 2 was about like the trial and everything else afterwards.
Who's
Yeah.
your favourite serial killer,
amazing.
Joel?
Jack the Ripper.
Oh, classic, right? Okay,
Oh,
fair
right.
enough. You hate
Very
women.
mysterious.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Didn't he get they found out just in the last few weeks who that was?
What?
Every few weeks it comes up. They know his identity, and it's like, no.
There's
It's all purely speculative.
There's different theories. I think the YouTuber is that Lemino. He did a documentary on it, and it's like he goes through all the suspects, and there's one bloke in particular where it's like, might well have been this man.
I remember, do you ever read From Hell by Alan Moore?
No.
I really liked it and stuff like that, but it does
The
go...
crazy hair man.
Yes, him. And he said like it was William Henry Gull who was the Queen's doctor or something like that. But he even says, even though there's like lots of evidence to support it, he goes, "This is just a made up tale.
Oh.
Like this, there's no way to say that is actually him. This is just a
From
tale."
Hell. Is this a book or a silly comic?
It is a silly comic, yes.
God.
There was a film of it with Johnny Depp, I think,
All right.
and Heather Graham. I don't think it was much
I
good.
didn't think this bit would
Talk
go
about
this
NXT,
long.
yeah.
Remember
Oh, sorry.
when Finn Balor dressed up as him as well?
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Oh
That
yeah,
was
yeah. A
fun.
lot of people like really.
Because we're in London.
London.
We're in London, aren't we?
It's certainly all for the Queen's podcast. Stand up for the anthem. New tag team champions Hanga Tanga backstage with Zarya and the new North American champion Sol Ruka.
This segment did my head in.
Thea Hale runs in to congratulate them and
Well,
says
that
if
is-
anybody apart from her had to win the ladder match, she's glad it was Sol. Zarya doesn't look impressed.
Many questions about the relationship of Hank and Thea Hale after
Yeah,
this
she
because she
leaped
leapt
into his arms.
Just happy to see him.
Yeah, I think they're just all hyped up and they're just friends because they've all won.
It's a bit like Jojo Siwa and Chris on Celebrity Big Brother. They are too touchy-feely to just be friends.
Doesn't matter. Apparently, he's got a massive knob as well. If we're talking about
wouldn't
people on
know.
Big Brother.
I wouldn't know.
Is this what you watch a show for?
No, I searched his name. His name was trending because he'd done something on Big Brother. So I clicked on the hashtag, and then I just saw gifs of his knob on Love Island when he was on Love Island. I was like, brilliant. Thanks. Nice one. Nice one, lads, on Twitter.
Make sure you get David Platt search when you get home.
Nope.
Yeah, make sure you're holding your phone. Make sure you're holding your phone sideways.
So yeah, Hank and Thea, sorry. Maybe that's new. Yeah.
No, they're just friends.
H&T.
She just jumped into his arms, but it was brief. And then he left her when she was getting destroyed by him.
Because then Jada Parker interrupts to tell Thea she didn't miss her because she's so annoying.
Clock it, bitches.
Clyde Jordan arrives to agree with Jada.
Don't be nasty.
Fatal influence turn up and agree with the other two. Fallon tells JC to deal with Thea once and for all. JC tells Fallon to do it herself and leaves with Jasmine.
Tension in Fatal Influence.
Oh no, I can't believe that. I don't care.
No, this means we might get Babyface Fallon once again, who was in my boys' stable. She was an amazing talent then.
Okay.
I loved her theme music. I just want her to be a face again.
Oh.
Thea got absolutely rinsed by everyone.
She did.
It was a shame to see.
Get back down in your hole, Thea.
Yeah,
they
she
said.
could never escape the chase you stink of being a loser.
I think that works for a character.
Okay, yeah.
I want to see her overcome these horrible bitches.
Yes. Yes.
But will these horrible bitches be able to do it if they're split up? That's what I want to know. Yeah.
Especially if, Thea's going to have some friends near the end. We'll get to later on.
I'm confused what they're trying to make Kalani's character now.
Robot.
No, because she...
Bland.
No, she comes along and says...
Uncharismatic.
She comes along and goes, you know what? I agree with Jada Parker.
She
That's
didn't do it
exactly how
like
she said. I agree with
I
Jada.
agree with Jada.
You are
Parker.
annoying.
I think she's meant to be like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but without the beer. A baby face, but with an edge.
I don't know if she is a babyface because she was mean to Thea.
But
Whatever she's doing, she goes. The point that they always make her do this sort of thing where someone's like like Fallon, like here was like someone needs to take care of Thea. And before JC and Fallon start bickering, Kalani goes, "Not my problem," and leaves. And she's done that a few times in these segments where she's like, "I'm out. It's not my problem." So she's trying to. They're making her like a cool lady. I don't know what.
Cool lady who can't be bothered.
Yeah. She's like early Carlito.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Carlito without the apple. Yeah, exciting. Lexis King's opponent is revealed to be Noam Dar, back from injury.
Negative aura.
What? No.
He's cut his hair. There's no lash on Miss Jackson or Oro Mensah.
Dar's always had aura.
Negative aura. I'm not saying no aura. I'm just saying his aura with those things is higher than it is now.
Nah.
And I think that's a truth you cannot accept.
You're damn right I don't accept your truth. Your lies.
I think I agree on one aspect, which I don't think he came out with a zip-up track jacket on, which is always good for Dar's aura. But I don't think he did it this time.
But Noam's always been the type of guy who he has aura because he doesn't have aura.
He does have aura. Have you ever seen him in ICW?
Yeah.
He had so much aura then. He came out with Yoda once.
Exactly.
That's pretty.
You're agreeing with me.
What? He came up with Yoda. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
I think Jack said Star Wars is cool.
Noam Dar likes it.
not.
You're saying it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Dar
So
came
that's
out-
what it works for
Dar came
Noam. He
out-
makes it work. He's a bit tongue in cheek.
He was like Dar Wars on his back or something.
Yes,
he came
he
out
did like that.
with his Jedi robe on.
Yeah.
And then he had Yoda with him.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you said it 3 times as if I don't understand.
just hammering home how
Matthew, you sat down. Are you ready? Right?
it was very cool. So
Is it
Noam
the-
Dar comes
You seen the
out.
comparisons with Star Wars in the last 2 WrestleManias?
Go on.
Can I remember what the Star Wars films are called?
Star Wars
I
and
can't.
New Hope.
Don't help him. But
So
go on.
Cody loses. That's Star Wars.
Oh, which one's that?
Which
then?
one?
It's
Is there a bad
the
ending to
one
Star
before
Wars?
A New Hope, because that's last
Before A
year's
New Hope?
WrestleMania.
Okay,
That's A New
lost me.
Hope when he wins the title. Then next year's Return of the Jedi. So I think.
Oh, I don't know if it works necessarily.
Well, I
Because
saw a meme and it had like 7,000 likes. That
Because
must be.
Star Wars
Bots.
goes.
Like in Star Wars.
The original Star Wars goes kind of happy, sad, happy.
Well,
That's
it
like
doesn't
the
make
bit.
any sense then, does
Oh,
it?
right.
Are you talking about the new ones or the old
No, I
ones?
think the original trilogy. I was thinking.
New Hope was the one where Cody won the title. That's all I can remember.
I
can't
thought that
remember
would be
what it said
Return of the
before.
Jedi. That one because it's the big happy ending and the Ewoks.
Well, I mean,
are
there is a happy ending at the end of the first. Well, I can't believe I'm getting this discussion.
How
Somebody
does
who
it
hasn't even
end?
seen the
Oh.
films. This is hilarious.
No, they all get medals apart from Chewbacca.
Yeah, because of racism.
Or is it R2 who doesn't get? Someone doesn't get.
No,
a
they
medal.
even give R2D2 a medal.
They give the robot a medal.
Yeah, no,
but not
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Can you get out of
Kalani
the way?
Jordan got it.
Whoa! I nearly went over there.
Give him
I
a
was
big
just gonna-
novelty check and everything, and Chewbacca's like, "Can you just get away?"
I was going to ask if Mania, sorry, if episode 1 was a Mania, does that mean it's 9? Is that canonically how we go there?
If episode 1 was a Mania, would that be 9?
Yeah.
This should be the title of the
People
episode.
don't like 1, so maybe, yeah.
I don't know why
one's-
they don't like 1.
One is bundled down with a lot of plot that people don't seem to care about, so you could say it was
Is 2 worse than 1?
39. I think 2's way worse.
Attack of
yeah.
the Clones, is that worse?
Oh, awful.
Fair enough. I've not watched it since for so long.
I watched it once and I've never gone back to rewatch it.
Really?
Watch 1 and 3 loads. Watch 2 once and was like, that's all right.
So 3's the best of the prequel trilogy.
Sure.
You've got the big main event between Anakin and Obi-Wan. It's over, Anakin!
Yeah. I'll give it that. And a bunch of kids get killed, so there's that.
Can't believe that. Anakin and Obi-Wan.
I know. You'll
You
never
just
guess what
don't
happens
say
after
it,
that. You'll never guess.
This needs to be like a Patreon, like or
Anakin is-
Ross's wacky punishment. Watches Star Wars.
Anakin is Darth
Live
Vader.
react.
Yeah. I love how Anakin and Obi-Wan have this really epic acrobatic battle in episode 3. And then technically in episode 4, they're going, if you'll strike me down.
Hey, you've only got to send him out a bum card, haven't you?
Yeah, true. The bump card. Yeah. Right, sorry, NXT, sorry.
Yeah.
Dar comes out.
Right, I was going to take us on a journey of the aura. So there's negative aura for me. And then he starts wrestling like a babyface, so it's even more negative aura. But not no aura. He still has aura.
Okay.
Just not Mensa. And it goes down again. But then we get the bit where he licks his hand and tries to rub King's beard off. He becomes cheeky Niam. Oh, God. Cheeky. He's so quick. Cheeky Noam Dar again.
Yeah.
Aura goes back up. And then he goes on and on and on. And the aura goes up and up and up. But not as high as it was with the metaphor alongside of him.
Okay.
You know what? That's a compelling argument. I'm with you. Yeah.
Because he did prove here he is by far and away easily, without breaking sweat, a far superior wrestler to Lexis King. And every
It
fan
didn't
knew
need to be
it.
said, did it?
It didn't, but he's been gone for a while, so you might forget. But this was just like watching, here's a lad who knows what he's doing, and here's Lexis King.
Yep.
I liked Booker's commentary when I don't think he realized the finish was coming. He was like, Dar's going to need to land one big shot. As he lands a big shot, he's like, this might be it. And it was.
Yeah, I mean, I was with Booker. I'm like, why is his move a spinning elbow?
It's a Judas
It's a
effect.
hellbow.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what Corey Graves called on the call.
Oh, God, did he?
A hellbow. I think it's brilliant.
I'll call it a Judas effect in the notes.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I like the tease of him setting up a super kick, then doing something else. That's in character for him. But I was like, all right. But fair enough then. I put, thank God he's back. If this was it wasn't a very long match, I put, this meal was a lion bar. Not had one in ages, but I'm sure they still taste chunky.
Nice, yeah.
I mean, I would obviously compare it to the felling of Saddam Hussein's statue because Lexis King's
That was a good meal.
Heritage Cup, it was a brilliant meal. Heritage Cup,
When they ate Saddam.
the Heritage Cup reign of Lexis King has been awful. It could not have been worse. He's taken away the rules.
Yep.
So hopefully now that the cheekiest and most heelish and dastardly of Heritage Cup champions of all time restores the glory to the cup.
And I'm glad Dar's back, and I'm glad they're building up Lexis King by having him lose to Penn, Teller, and now Noam Dar. Roxanne Perez is interviewed about showing up on Raw. She deliberately wanted to ruin Steph's moment because it would have been Roxanne's. She didn't know Julia had the same plan, but it worked out all right. Steph may have walked into Vegas as champ, but Roxanne's going to become a 3-time champ tonight.
Yeah, she defended her title 2 days after Stand Deliver once, so that's all right then.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It's true.
She didn't know that she was with Gilly. That's where she says that there. So that was a shock for me because it definitely looked like they knew they were there.
She's wearing a lot of yellow recently, I've noticed. Maybe she loves NXT so much.
The logo is white.
So just because in this segment, it was quite, oh yeah.
Something you know for many, many a year.
Maybe she's yearning for the old NXT. God. Oh dear.
I love those French wrestlers who had the hair match with Enzo.
Sebastian Lefort.
Yeah, well done.
wow.
And do you remember the other one?
P.P. Le Pew. I don't know.
Because that randomly got uploaded to the NXT Vault. It was like, of all the matches, Thea Hale takes on Fallon Henley. JC Jane tries to interfere on the outside, but accidentally kicks Fallon, injuring her arm. Thea wins by submission shortly afterwards.
On the arm.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Well, that's just the killer instinct of Thea Hill that she picked up in Chase U.
Yes.
Brilliant storytelling
in
there.
Chase Prison, where she's been the last few months.
Obviously, we're on the edge of our seats now, waiting to see if if Fallon takes this as a shoot attack from JC Jane, if she realizes it was just an honest mistake.
I can't remember if it was on this episode or on Stand and Deliver. There's been so much wrestling recently, but Booker T still refusing to give Chase U credit is like Thea really toughened up when she was in the NQCC. He can't give Chase U.
I do appreciate that bit of Book. He was very good this week, Booker.
He was all right, you know.
Brilliant.
Maybe we just had too
He had a
much.
good sleep.
Because
Well
of
rested,
Pat,
yeah.
we were like, yeah. Because of Pat, maybe we were like, actually, he's quite reserved.
Do you think they've gone, right, Booker, you can get attacked by Gunther? And he's like, you think so? What's your variety?
Booker would have kicked him in the gut, spin a room.
Yeah. With his coat on and everything, yeah.
Tell you what, I've put down Matt Wrestling and takedowns in this match in the early going. NXT is the best place for this kind of wrestling. It's almost like they're trained the exact same, one and all. We have a room full of shooters. It was a Drake reference there at the end there. Because he says it's a room full of racial slurs.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
It's an odd lyric.
loving the poo. Loving the poo.
Honestly, watch Kill Tony once and look what happens to you.
Hey, going back to Richard Rodriguez, killed Tony a few weeks ago. It might be months
Oh,
ago.
because he killed Tony.
Might have
That's
been,
good,
might
good.
have been years
Good,
ago.
that.
No, there's just an old fella comes up on stage because they just invite anyone up there, and they're
I
like,
think
"Oh,
I'm
tell
gonna-
us something interesting about yourself." You're just like, Richard Rodriguez was my weed guy.
Oh, all right.
He's just like,
Wow, okay.
I was sitting down watching the news one day, and he's just like, "Oh, it's Ricky." Really funny moment.
What's that story?
About the Night Stalker.
It's probably a not real thing, but it's a tweet that lives in my head every day. Was that a guy tweeted out, my dad used to work with Ted Bundy, and he said he used to drop him off on Friday, and he'd say, see you Monday, Bundy. And it was something like, I have no idea why he didn't kill me, Dad. Probably not true, but God, I wish it was true.
Because he was a fella.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah.
He's not one of the greats, is Bundy for me, Not one of the greats.
Overrated.
You know, like the cage match at WrestleMania 2?
He was overrated as a serial killer.
You didn't answer your own question, though, I don't think. Who's your
You've
favourite?
got to appreciate them all in different ways, don't
I
you?
really
That's
thought...
a very diplomatic answer. You don't want to offend any serial killers listening.
No, absolutely.
Probably are a few, in
absolutely
fairness.
not, yeah.
I can't believe you've not just gone straight for Dharma, to be honest.
Well, yeah, that's the tier list, isn't it? Like, you got to admire the charisma of Ted Bundy, but ultimately, he just buried ladies in the floor after killing them.
Yeah, he wasn't a great worker, brother.
You got to admire the tactical nous of a John Wayne Gacy for not only dressing up, but also keeping the bodies under his floorboards.
It's a good point. What was that English guy? I think David Tennant played him in a...
Dennis Pennis.
Would kill young lads.
Dennis Tennant. Yeah, and then what was it? They found him because he was like flushing the bits of body down the toilet. So the neighbours are like, what's that blockage? Oh, it's tiny bones.
It's not Dennis Norman.
Not Dennis.
It'll be all right on the night. I'm sure it's Dennis someone.
Yeah, he'd have like a...
Flash kid's head with a giant VHS
He'd have like a bonfire in the back garden, wouldn't he? But then the bodies became too much, and then
Nielsen
rating.
And was it so, like? I think I'm reading this ages ago. It's amazing the stuff that sticks with you. And the policeman were like, "What's this? What's this?" He goes, "Hey, I don't know what happened to those kids." The policeman went, "Oh, yeah, man, we know it was you." And he went, "Yeah, all right." Yeah. Immediately folded within 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean Jeffrey, it's incredible what he was doing. It is. It's a step above Ted. But Ed Gein's a bit of a blind spot for me.
I'll say again, this
bit of a blind spot for me. I need to read a bit more about him. But you got to appreciate them all in different ways.
Yeah.
Ed Kemper.
That's another blind spot for me. That's another one that's not. Was he the bomber?
No, he's the really big guy. He's really tall because it was a description that the policeman when they go to arrest him, he says he got out of the car and he kept on getting out of the car.
Blind spot there. What was he known for? What was his gimmick?
Killing women, basically, and
just being tall.
And the fact that we said, well, how do you overpower them? Well, he was giant and massive, and like not like you can do.
Cowardly though. Cowardly.
They're all cowards in a way. I think.
Oh yes,
yes.
Yeah.
If you're watching at home, don't try that at home.
No.
Please don't know your favourite serial killers. You can have more than one. This match, as a snack, by the way, wasn't very long, and Thea's only a little person, so this match was 3 Pringles, aka the recommended serving size.
Is that really a truth?
Oh, you read the back of the Pringles packet, it says,
3?
This is how much is in, whatever you're supposed to eat.
tangents this week.
And you're like, oh, there's not much of these Pringles if I have none of them.
3 Pringles is a serving.
I think it's
Don't
maybe not 3
encourage
exactly,
them.
but it's not, it's like, barely any. You're like, all right, well, let's forget it then.
That's a test.
Yeah. Obafemi arrives and talks about retaining the title at Stand and Deliver. He regrets calling Javon Evans a child. Admits he's much better than Oba expected. Oba has not... Why are you laughing?
Standard serving side of Pringles is 16 crisps.
Oh, 16. Oh, that's actually right.
That's a lot.
60.
Not for Pringles though. They're too
Yeah,
much.
you get 16 out and count them.
You could do that in 2 mouthfuls, couldn't you? Stack them and pack them, baby.
It's actually 16 then. Oh, okay.
They're dangerous Pringles, man.
Maybe
Yeah.
it varies on the flavour, maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Because I had the brown cocktail ones, and that's a really strong flavour.
I think the most hungover I've ever been was at a festival in Spain. And that night, when I got back to my tent, I ate like a full tube of Pringles because I was drunk. And I woke up dehydrated in the sun and just hung up. It was, and I'd eaten all the Pringles, and I've never felt so
There's
bad.
nothing worse because it's like that day you probably went, I'm going to get in better shape and eat better. And then you wake up next morning next to a dead Pringles can.
I mean, I was like 19 years old, so I wasn't thinking that at the time. I was
prime of your life.
just living life.
No, you don't realise, do you? Another tangent. Just how... Doesn't matter.
How short life can be, especially when you bump into one of the many people we've discussed already in this podcast. Oprah has no love for Trick Willie, but as great as he is, the ruler is just that much better.
The ruler.
Trick interrupts and wants another shot because Omar pinned Javon rather than him. Trick says he isn't a regular Joe, and Joe Hendry interrupts.
What are the bloody chances? He said the name Joe. Because Orton, as far as I can remember, didn't actually say the name Joe. So
No, but
Hendry
he-
appearing was shocking.
He had a mystery opponent, though. I think that's fine. But when he said regular,
Yeah, I'm
Joe-
glad Randy didn't go, their name can be anything. It can be Harry, it can be Bill, it can be,
It didn't happen as instantly as I've written it there, though. He kept cutting a promo for a while after saying he wasn't a regular Joe, and then Hendry came out.
Yeah. Joe says Trick has changed. He used to love the fans, but now he soaks in self-pity. He gets very poetic, I thought Joe Hendry was here. Joe proved that what happens when you listen to fans, and he did it at WrestleMania. Trick isn't hungry, he's just entitled. Maybe he hasn't won the title back because he's a whiny bitch.
Whoa, that was needless, Joe.
And Trick says Joe has 5 minutes. He doesn't belong here, and he's an outsider. He got his ass whooped on Sunday. Joe says maybe he lost, but he was in the ring while Trick was in the stands.
That got a...
Now he has some business to discuss with Oba. Trick tries to get in between the two and shoves Hendry, who clears him from the ring with Oba's help. Hendry and Oba have a stare down while Trick watches on from the ramp.
Ross shaking his head there.
I don't know who Joe thinks he is at this point. Does he realise he's stepping to the ruler? How does he expect this to end, Joe?
Well, Oba did say don't make the same mistake Moose did.
I hope he doesn't, but it looks like he's going to, and I don't have good prospects for the guy.
You've got to believe in Joe Hendry.
I don't.
So
not for this occasion.
prestigious.
Against Oba Femi.
Wave your hands, Ross.
I can't do it now. If he wins, I'll wave like there's no tomorrow. I'll be like a bloody car windscreen, let me tell you. When it's raining, to clarify.
Yeah, but Hendry talking about Willie should be positive because Hendry's positivity helped him at Mania. I put, mate, you lost. He goes, I did lose, but I lost in front of 60,000 fans. And I put, what? You wet loser. You don't sound anywhere near as good as you think you do here. Obviously, the crowd love him, but I'm like, I'm with Trick.
Yeah.
Like, what are you bragging about being good and everything? You bloody lost in
guess
front of
that's
loads
true.
of people. I put, this was the lemon-scented hand wipe you get at the fancy restaurants. That was the meal this was.
Why are we comparing everything to a meal?
I was starving when I watched
Oh,
this.
right, okay.
And I found I have very little to say about NXT generally, so I thought I'd try and make it entertaining.
Oh, right.
It's interesting that Joe is trying to bypass Trick to get to Oba. I guess that's interesting because Trick's not going to stand for that, especially not in those heels. He's just as tall as that guy, Ed Gamble. No, Ed Gamble.
Oh, Ed Kemper.
Ed Kemper. That's the one. Thank you.
I was kind of just wanting you to guess the name there.
Wrestling fan Ed Gamble.
Oh,
They had Osprey on their off-menu podcast.
Virgin.
Him and James Acaster. Yeah, he's a big wrestling fan apparently, Ed Gamble.
Nice.
Yeah.
he needs to grow up and like a real sport. Yeah.
I think he was
Stacks
in progress
meets-
recently. Anyway.
Stacks meets Luca Crucifino in the desert.
Oh God Almighty me! This must have piqued your interest here, Maffew. This was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Breaking Bad.
This was exactly like
I couldn't
Breaking
wait to
Bad,
open up
mixed
now.
with
Anything
Goodfellas.
else? Luca asks what he was thinking. He and Tony have been friends since they was kids. Stacks asks if Luca knows why he invited him out here. Luca realizes he's made a terrible mistake and we cut the back. He's dead!
He's killed him.
He's killed him.
Oh, they're gonna find him just his head poking out of the sand in the desert. If they don't do that, then Shawn Michaels doesn't know cinema.
And they happen to be driving past him and...
Clawed
Well,
by
they'll-
vultures and
Help!
They'll be looking for him though, squinting in the sun. We need to find him.
Yeah, I'm gonna find him just driving
We gotta
around.
find him in time. I don't know what.
Looked like I hit that... what do they call it? Tracker on him.
Yeah. Hey, good thing I bugged Luca.
I'm intrigued because obviously this entire conversation was set up by phones. So them being tracked down is possible if they didn't have the right setup on their phone. You
Yeah.
can get anything via phone position in the world, can't you?
Stacks
Signals and that.
is devious.
Yeah,
by
he
the
can...
way.
Yeah, go on, sorry. Better than I was
Just that he
gonna say.
tricked him into the desert.
He's killed him.
The thing is,
Hank died in the desert.
I know Stacks is a more accomplished wrestler in the pecking order of the D'Angelo family, but in a brawl, Luca's a bigger guy. How has he just accepted that Stacks is gonna?
Because he's a stupid man. He was
Yeah.
dead behind the eyes.
He's
You
a-
see him when
he's
the
a
close-ups were
lawyer.
there. He's dead. He's
He's a
sick.
bad lawyer.
Is he not?
It's one of the ones that get disbarred.
Does Luca not think? He's just gone. Oh no! Like I'm definitely dead. Put up a fight, Luca.
He's thick as pigs. You know what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
He's a huge blow.
How can you not? How can you watch Breaking Bad? And I researched it because it's been a few years.
Have you watched Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the way through. Hank died out there, obviously under different circumstances. Tuco Salamanca died out there as well. Gomez, Hank's partner, he died.
Gomi.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Drew Sharp.
Danny Trejo, his head.
Yeah. Tortuga.
That's how we'll see. Oh, that next time we see him.
He's gone. It's over.
That'd be great.
Because it's the desert.
Drew Sharp is the other one, but I can't remember who Drew
But this
Sharp
is the Nevada desert.
True, sure.
Whereas in is New Mexico, does that border that maybe it's the same desert. I thought that was south of the border where I don't know.
Yeah, but it's Luca knowing where Stacks was and then going there on his lonesome. Stupid. Deserves to die.
And Drew Sharp's the kid.
Oh, the one that
Todd.
Todd, yeah.
God, Todd was an evil man.
Oh, that rascal.
He was so great.
He was really good.
Just it was his very last appearance when like Walter White's got the spinning gun. He's like, "Oh, Mr. White, what have you done?" They still call him Mr. White. After everything
He was
that's
a bit
happened.
of a Lexus King sort of character, that sort of
Yeah.
heel, wasn't he? Where you just despise him.
Yes. I was wondering where that was going.
Then he played the policeman in the latest Scorsese film, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, yeah, you see that.
He's good in Civil War as well.
Oh, I saw the trailer. What type of
I've not
American
seen
are
it.
you?
It's really scary.
Apparently, it was a bit on the nose, that film, a bit like.
Hey, the trailer seemed a bit
Yeah.
like,
It's
this
pretty
is just
good.
the news.
It's better than I thought it was.
I'll take your recommendation because you are a film man, Joel.
Thank you.
Film.
I think that Luca's not that stupid, Ross.
All right then, Jack.
Because if you remember, cast your minds back to the last podcast, I was fooled by Stacks too. I remember being like, I'm not sure, we might not know everything about Tony here because I believe I just fell for Stacks when he was like, Luca, come and meet me, keep your phone on. I would have done the same. I'd have fallen for it. Hook, line and sinker.
So you're stupid as well.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Jack.
I mean, Jack Crucifino. I don't look
The
Italian.
legal eagle, as they call him in Sunderland.
I'm not from Sunday.
He's arrested for styling. Liv and Raquel interrupt an interview with Sol and Zarya. They mock Zarya for having no titles, while Sol has 2.
I was like, what? And then I had to go on Sol's Wikipedia page.
Oh, come on, Jack. You know she's a speed champion.
She's the speed champion.
Come on.
I felt so bad. I didn't realise.
I wouldn't feel that bad. Sol says
She
nothing.
didn't even have the belt with her.
Exactly.
Because it's not allowed to appear on the show. It's a Twitter exclusive.
They could. It can stay there. Any thoughts on this?
It was a thrilling conversation, a great back and forth.
Exactly.
My doc signed me out, so I'm just signing back in.
Well, Sol and Zarya might challenge for the tag team titles.
Sol wants to add a third belt. She's the belt collector.
They tried to sow seeds of discontent between Sol and Zarya. Did the heels?
And it backfired.
It did backfire for now, but as we know in WWE these days, tag teams are always on the verge of breaking up.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Just like those. Trick Willie smashes up some equipment backstage and seems to break the camera. We hear Ava tell him to get out.
Was this meant to happen like this? Because it looked like a legitimate production error.
They aired footage of it on Twitter, like, here's another angle of the Trick Williams crash out or something like that. So I think he legitimately like knocked out a camera, yeah.
Just big pull.
I think it's a bit weird having the same cut fade to
David
black
Clark.
thing in one episode, especially like 5 minutes apart. So well done. Well, yeah, go out there and smash everything, and he did.
And Ava, not afraid at all.
No.
Still not
It's
selling
not fair,
fear.
fair of the dark.
She actually tells him to leave the building later in the show.
out.
Yeah.
She's so flippant. It continues later on. We'll see.
Trick Williams, shut your mouth. That's what she said.
Yeah. Nice for it to show up, though. Well
You
done.
should,
I
you
know,
should have been
yeah.
like, "Where's your dad, mate?" Yeah.
Dale Lennox and Osiris Griffin win their tag match against Javon and Miles. Charlie Dempsey and Tavion Heights watch on from the stage.
Were they disappointed in Miles?
They were confused. They're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's the only thing that Charlie ever does. Is that? Like it's
Oh, sure, he does that sometimes.
grits his teeth a lot.
But they didn't seem to know what this match was because they weren't on the scene at the time, were they? Against when the Dark State Boys came in earlier in the night.
Yeah.
But the Miles Orton comparisons continue to get silly. He's doing 2002 drop kicks, but even better, I would argue.
Whoa.
The short arm clotheslines, the scoop slam, the massive Randy Orton classic tope con hello. I mean, he's got all of Randy's arsenal. I'd like to apologise to Osiris Griffin at this moment. A few weeks ago on the podcast, I said he looked wank. He is much better than his debut suggested.
Yeah.
Good work in there, especially with Javon Evans. Lovely assisted powerbomb for the Dark State lads win. Obviously more discontent in stables or tag teams in NXT. With Charlie and Tavion a bit like, what are you doing, man?
I watched Bloodsport now, skimmed through it and everything, in preparation for my podcast, which is coming out on Sunday, I believe.
Fantastic.
And,
What do you think of Van Damme?
Van Damme?
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. No, I watched Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Oh.
And Natalia Natty Neidhart, unbelievable. Legitimately a really good. You forget that she can wrestle. And she's doing all these drop downs and everything. She's wrestling that Miyu Yamashita from Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Oh, nice.
And at one point, Natalia, it was so bizarre seeing her do this. Like, the other lass has been having her life for a bit, but then Natalia gets back on top and goes, F you! I was like, whoa!
You can tell why some people who can do that type of style, it's like, please can I go wrestle for GC Dove?
They managed to get like a sharpshooter spot without it feeling contrived.
Nice.
And it was good. But the commentators go like, setting up, of course, for the figure four. I was like, no! No!
That other legit submission hold that you see in fights all the time. But yeah. No, that sounds good. I haven't seen this years, but the previous ones when they've had other WWE people.
Well,
especially,
Charlie Dempsey wrestled Shinya Aoki. Like the submission man.
Yeah.
The one who broke his opponent's arm once. And
Wait,
did that.
him?
Yeah.
What?
That's who Charlie Dempsey
He
wrestled.
won with a
Bloodsport.
bloody suplex, didn't he?
Yeah, Charlie beat him. Yeah.
Backdrop.
Of course.
He backdropped him and then he was knocked out. Because he's not a...
What?
Because he's a
Wow.
submission guy, not a big, strong boy.
Okay.
He's a soft ass, is what he is. I'll tell you. A backdrop.
I would rather... I think I would actually rather fight someone with terrifying knockout power than Shinya Aoki. Because he when he was an MMA fighter, he
I remember
just
seeing
breaking
that, yeah.
lads'
God.
arms and stuff.
I just backdropping off.
Oh yeah.
That's his one weakness. He's like Miro, that bad neck.
All I do, I'd just lay in the butt like that.
I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even break sweat.
Wouldn't even break wind.
I'd spark him out outside the Haymarket.
I once beat up 7 people all at once at the same time. Eyes closed, hands tied behind me back.
Fastest dancer in the north.
Me hands are registered as deadly weapons, you know.
Aye. Left, right, coma. That's what I do.
Then I get the shots in. Anyway.
Then I go and have it doesn't matter.
I bloody love Lou Nixon promos, man.
Oh, Lou was unbooked from GC
I know.
to
I
make
felt
room
so
for the
bad.
WWE wrestlers.
I felt bad for him. He got other bookings in Vegas though. So
He did.
Yeah, he was
I
all
thought
right.
He was very polite about it, all things considering. Cause,
Yeah, you could have gone in a lot harder than he did. Yeah,
Howard Lauderdale made a bit of a tit of himself to go on to another part of the collective.
Brett.
Yeah, because he said they've taken no money from WWE.
I was going to say that was a statement they said, and you're like, but so what? These guys working for free?
How silly can you make yourself look?
Yeah.
Take all the money. Take more money than you deserve.
Yeah. And at this point, Brett would be like, I think it's going to be weird to balance the thing of, no, we're strictly independent. And also, yes, here are some WWE wrestlers who want to wrestle our
But
show.
no money changed hands. Incredible.
A promoter.
I did find this briefcase filled with
a promoter. Wouldn't,
unassigned notes.
a promoter wouldn't lie.
No.
Oh, that's also true, yes. Also, this match I put down was anything from Morrison's own brand. It did exactly what it needed to.
Or Ron Seal, maybe.
Ron Seal.
That's not something you should eat. We catch the tail end of a conversation between Sean Spears and Ava. Sean claims he's just looking out for his friends. He leaves, and Yoshiki Inamura arrives.
But before he does, she's flippant again as Ava. Same thing, same thing. It would work here if she didn't do it to everybody else, but she does. Because Sean Spears is a dick. I don't mind her being flippant to him, but it's the fact that everyone getting treated the same.
She seems like a terrible manager of staff.
Toxic work environment.
Hack to it. Inamura asks if he was interrupting anything. Ava says Spears was just politicking.
Oh, as per bloody you.
The Noah Star says his time in NXT is coming to an end. He thanks Ava, but feels bad about never winning the tag belts with Josh Briggs.
No, I feel really sorry for you, Mr. Inamura.
Who's that?
Ava.
Yeah. JB arrives. Well, Inamura starts to cry.
Some bloke on Northumberland Street. I feel dead bad for you, like.
You know that guy who was fighting everybody? That's actually him the day afterwards. He's filled with nothing but remorse. Ava gives them one last title shot next week. She leaves, and JB asks if Inamura is okay. He's just pretending to cry, calling it an old Japanese secret.
Old Japanese secret, is it?
Old Japanese tears, you know the saying.
I'm
The great Kabuki told me this one.
I'm so glad we've left behind these foreign stereotypes in WWE. Old
Great.
Japanese secret. Going, ooh. What? And Ava fell for it.
Yeah. If that hadn't happened, he was going to spray mist in her
And
eyes.
she went, the league table's the same, Joel. And Ava went, and she went, all right, I'll give you another title shot then. That's terrible. That's really terrible.
It sends a message to the rest of the locker room. Just go and cry and you'll get what you want.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Yeah.
Like a big baby. Baby.
Is that Roy Keith?
Great new territory that NXT are exploring here with the sneaky Japanese man.
I know.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before in wrestling.
God,
Bringing
I've seen
it
this-
back. Racism's back.
Honestly.
From the Gulf of Japan. The ninja. Tony D goes to Rizzo. What's his name? Rizzo. Right?
Adriana Rizzo.
Yeah.
It's a she as well.
I forgot how to say his name and her gender. Tony D goes to Rizzo's hotel room.
I thought they
and,
were going to shag.
and she,
Yeah, it was steamy.
she wary lets him in.
Have you been followed?
Were you followed? Neither of them have heard from Luca in a while. That's
Rizzo.
a bitch.
Rizzo. Have you seen
talks about-
Greece?
What, the country?
No, the film.
Have you seen Kids?
What type of questions that asks?
Have you seen Kids, Maffew, with the Riz?
Oh, right. I was saying Greece because the character's called...
Oh, okay.
Kanicki's girlfriend in Greece is Rizzo, isn't it? So just think of
Oh.
her. Just think of Rizzo.
I just think of the rat from Muppets.
Right, Rizzo the rat, there you go.
Yeah. The rat talks about Stax
No.
teaching her to fight as a
Because
child.
they hate rats, as we learn.
Tony says people change, and Stax has been acting weirdly for a while now. Tony says the family don't stand for two things, rats and betrayal.
Goes hand in hand, really.
Yeah. Stax has declared war, but Tony doesn't want to put Rizzo at risk. He tells her not to go home to NXT land. She should go to a safe house and wait until everything blows over.
This is just like Grand Theft Auto 3 in particular. All I think about that game is safe houses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lots of safe houses.
I thought they go home to, where the little, where the rats live.
Yeah, let's not go back. Because they all live in NXT land.
The River Tyne.
She can't go there. She's got to go to the safe
Kind of
house.
bench him.
But the history lesson of the relationship between Stax and Rizzo was sensational. Big Ange Postecoglou.
He used to bully her.
He used to beat her up every day.
Flying Drongo.
Then Stax told her about his vulnerable defense. Oh, that's a good joke because Spurs are rubbish. And she beat him up
care what people
instead.
think about it.
Yeah. Might.
Scenes like this get me really excited. I can imagine now Rizzo, not like that. I can imagine Rizzo like getting whisked away to the safe house, having to hide out. But it'll have to be a safe house because remember, Stax knows all the gang's information. He can't know where the safe house is.
It's going to be a new safe house.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a new one.
Do you have a place where you'd hide if people were coming for you?
Me mams.
Yeah, probably the same. Man.
Or just hope that they wouldn't do it because your mum was there, or?
No, they won't know where she lives.
Oh, okay.
She didn't live in Newcastle.
That's one place we can take off the list, Maffew.
All right, thank you. Potter, secret operation Get Jack.
I also trust her to like if someone answered the door and said, "Is Jack here?" and I'd briefed her. I'd trust her to go, "No."
I used to all the time.
Who's Jack?
Used to be a lad who used to come knock on my door and play football. And I was in,
You just
but
didn't like him?
she'd say he wasn't in.
Do you just not like him?
Yeah, I didn't like him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
What a startling revelation.
He just wasn't good.
Oh, right.
Wasn't
Okay.
fun. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good kick you've done there. Shut up. There was all because where my house was, you could see him running down the street towards it. So when I used to see him coming, I used to dive in the kitchen. Man, I'm not in. Hide. I'm not in, man.
Oh, God.
Brilliant.
Bless you. Ricky Sage is interviewed about Noam Dar's win over Lexus King. He's happy for Dar, but he'll still defend his title against Lexus next week because he's a man of his word. Ethan Page interrupts. Saints distracted, which allows Lexus to attack him from behind.
PH.
King leaves and Page mockingly tells Saints they can talk another time.
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
So Paige really is a thorn in Saints' side, as he predicted earlier on in the show.
It's generational.
Yeah.
It's like Sammy and Kevin, born again.
It reminded me of Ryu and Vega from the Street Fighter movie, where they go, "Where were we? You were losing." Yes, they're going to pick it up again. And one of them's going to try and stab the other one, but hit a punching bag and sand's going to come out. What a bit of the film.
Did you know they had to edit so much of the fight scenes and that, the violence? Because, yeah.
It was a Street Fighter movie.
Exactly. It's so weird. But that Vega, the way the idea is, I didn't even know this. He gets, he takes a backflip or whatever. I forget what movie does it. He flips. He's supposed to flip onto his claw. He's supposed to get stabbed, but you don't see it.
No, he just gets beaten up and then he's lying there going, ah.
Yeah, the idea is he
They
like
must
lands
have had the AEW production team working on
Vega.
Now be positive.
it. I know.
Vega's unreal in that film. What a hot man.
Speaking of hot men, Ricky Saints
Very, very slick.
says, yes he is. I know what it's like to be out injured and be forgotten. Went, hey you liar! You told everyone you weren't injured. Oh, that was weird. Also, considering he's like, I wish people could stop chanting Tony fumbled. Meanwhile, we get stuff like this.
He was
inserted.
talking about his famous injury from 2014, as we all know.
Oh, right, yeah.
Missed his New Japan stint because of his broken neck.
That's
it was a
right.
terrible time for all Ricky Saints fans.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that, Matthew. You called
Yeah,
it.
because that was the issue was his last match was when he had to end it prematurely and he went, no, I'm actually all right. And they went, no, you're injured. And he went, I'm bloody not. That's
Tag
what he
team
said for months.
This has happened before, though, when Sean Ross Sapp was insistent that Malachi Black was leaving and he was like, no, I'm not. But you never know who to trust because the wrestler could be lying. The wrestler could well be lying.
But you figured
But also,
there being a public dispute between AEW and Ricky that AEW went, no, he is injured. But they didn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I know. Ross is right. There's some stuff that we just don't know about
Yeah.
between Ricky and Tony.
Something terrible's happened.
Maybe not terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we're still getting a Lexus King push.
Well, I can't wait for this Ricky Saints versus Lexus King North American title match after Lexus King got handsomely beaten by Noam Dar.
Yeah, Ricky's. Yeah,
It's going to be a cakewalk.
strange bit of booking to get this match to happen, but not for the Heritage Cup.
Very in line with NXT right now.
We have fallen off a cliff here. This show used to be watertight from start to finish, and now it's nonsense.
not. Yeah.
Incorrect.
What are you talking about?
It didn't used to be like that.
I know you didn't like the calendar reveal. I did.
It wasn't
I thought
just.
it was brilliant.
Let's not just boil it down to the
They
calendar
made
reveal.
over $1 million from a calendar.
man.
Yeah, that's enough to buy back the debt that they owed and stop the being turned into
a sex dungeon. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the implication.
And then they got rid of the U for no reason.
No reason at all.
It's funny you say that because Andre Chase opens a briefcase and pulls out his Chase U sweater. He excitedly announces that the U is back.
Now, obviously, I'm very excited about the U coming back. But how we've got here is a load of bollocks. We closed the U to feed Ridge Holland's push. Ridge Holland's push went nowhere because Ridge Holland is rubbish.
That's not why.
And he
It
hates
was
virgins.
always rubbish,
That's
yeah.
not why.
Oh, you little virgin.
That's not why.
If you haven't seen his Instagram videos, Ridge Holland, he now singles out people who has a go at him, rightfully so, for being not very good at wrestling. He calls them a virgin.
Hey.
Well, we're not virgins in this room. So
Let's all reveal how many people we've slept. No.
Just turn us into the in-betweeners.
Yeah.
Loads of women.
all the
Beat 'em,
time,
mate.
two at once. Why? Right?
What was I gonna say? That it's not nice to be like that about Ridge, right? His push stalled because there was no room at the top of the card. For
No,
him.
I'm furious.
Yeah, you're right. It was so jam-packed. There was Trick
Furious.
Willie. Oh, that was it, wasn't it?
Yep.
So
Furious.
I'm not excited. I know Ross said he was excited, but doesn't like the way we've got here. I'm even worse. I don't like the way we've got here, and I'm not excited.
I'm excited because Booker will be commentating on this.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's going to make it entertaining.
But there's so many questions. How did we get here if the U's just opening again out of nowhere? What was the causation?
Oh, my God, what if Booker's the person who's been funding it? It's tough, love.
That's the best one. Obviously, where's the money coming from is the other big question. And the other one, is Duke Hudson coming back?
No, he's not, is he? Because
Well, it's not Chase U without
they've
him.
not. Well, it's not Chase U without Thea, and she's already said that she's just a proud alumni. She's not going to be back in the U.
Well, she's graduated, I
It's
think.
going to be these two new lads. It's going to be Kale and Uriah, and I just feel like the crowd.
The new generation.
And I just feel like NXT, Shawn Michaels reckons that everyone will just go, hey, it's Chase U, they're back again, and they'll get as over as they were. But I don't think it's going to go that way. I think the crowd are going to be like, who are these frauds?
There's a famous history in wrestling of putting the new in front of a tag team.
Yeah.
And it working every time.
Chase
That's
New.
right. The new Blackjacks, the new Rockers,
Yeah, the one with Bodacious Barton.
the new Midnight Express.
Big Bastard Billy was fantastic.
If only that was his name.
I forgot what it was.
Big Bastard Billy.
New Day.
Oh, yeah.
No, the New Age Outlaws. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you yeah.
Okay.
It has a...
But there wasn't the Age
third-
Outlaws, the
honestly-
70s tag team.
I've always thought, and I'm not
Age
even that,
Outlaws.
I wasn't watching when they were at their peak popularity, the New Age Outlaws, but I always thought that was a really good tag team name. The New Age Outlaws sounds amazing. Yeah.
They were so good.
Then they come out and they're just two blokes.
Two middle-aged white guys.
Well, it's weird nowadays, but yeah. Sorry, I've elbowed you
That's
there.
fine. I can take the impact.
All right.
We'll carry on.
He's hard. In the main event, Steph defeats Roxanne to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Julia makes her entrance and stares at Steph from the stage, while Jordan watches on from the crowd.
Oh, she was being sneaky.
She was like Sting,
She was.
but not as white. Two technically proficient ladies. Steve must be very tired, wrestling 3 nights in a row at a very high level. Counters for counters, evenly matched. Roxanne rolling out the ring. We get the arse thing. Booker takes the credit now for the arse thing.
Yeah, he does.
Because he is... Oh, no, sorry. Booker took the credit for Roxanne reversing the arse thing because he's one hell of a teacher.
Yeah. He studied that move so much that he knows.
Yeah.
When she goes for the ass, move. All right, thank
He
you.
just rang her up beforehand and went, listen, I know this move inside out now.
And then when the arse...
Whoa.
Yeah, oh,
Fraser.
Like, no, right. Okay, I know this move incredibly well now. There you go.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
But it is funny once you finally get to the move locked in, because I think what is happening here, this is the first time I've said this, everybody. Didn't have to say that, but here we go. Roxanne realises everyone's just looking at your arse. She's trying to hide her arse. As I would do as well. I don't want people looking at my bum.
You're not a pro wrestler.
Yeah, but I've got a juicy double, let me tell you.
Okay.
Joe. Juicy double. But it is
We know.
funny, and you hear Steve say, get on your knees, you dick.
Did it look like a sort of a struggle, like a real attempt to, or did it look like she
Just like she didn't want to bend her
right.
knees. and
I mean,
put her arse in the
I'd
air.
also feel awkward if my dad was watching on commentary and was famous for going, So I understand
Yeah,
why
I think
she was
she was already doing the move until it was like, oh, Booker's on
Booker's watching, yeah.
And you could be able to hear him from in the ring, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you would. Yeah, of course you would.
Oh my God.
And that's like her.
Like a horny alarm clock.
And he probably is quite a father figure to her. He trained her and everything and supports her in every match that he commentates on. So,
I'm seeing Steve in a different light now, knowing that she can hear Booker T, because she's always like, yeah, this is for you.
oh, she's just got banter though. Steve's great.
Yeah.
I think when she was running rings around Bubba Ray Dudley in that podcast as well, she's just got all the bants.
Oh, Yes.
Yes.
Anybody can do that, bloody hell. But yeah, Perez looked grand here. Probably due to be leaving NXT, I imagine. At this point.
It's about time. She's been ready. She doesn't stay ready. She's been ready, whatever that means.
And I put this as one of those fancy sausages you get, like pork and leek or heck.
Heck's not fancy.
It's not really, is it?
No,
I should have read that.
No. A Geordie Banger, though. That's what we're talking about.
Oh,
I would love Geordie Bangers.
they
to
are like
sponsor
cocaine.
sponsor
Like,
this
do not
podcast.
eat them in the evening time, or you won't sleep until 2 days afterwards.
They are special.
Very nice, though.
Oh, what a sausage. Great match, though. Great wrestling sausage.
Great sausage. AEW Dynamite.
Oh, we're just going for it.
Make him say it.
Yeah, should we have the break after this?
yeah.
Let's do it. Let's power through, Joel.
I'm in the
Are you
mood.
all right? Yeah.
Especially you've got the power of Master P. That's what the P stands for.
Oh,
to open the
Master
show,
P.
he appears to be the man various wrestlers stole their catchphrases from. Hooty hoo! Rowdy, rowdy, bowdy, bowdy. And of course, make them say,
I couldn't believe Cody's just stolen that from him.
Oh, I knew it was from a song. I just didn't know it was Master P.
So Master P, right? I've heard the name before, but I'm woefully ignorant about him. So he's.
do you remember from WCW?
Oh my God!
Do you really not?
Right,
Oh, because
okay,
he was like, I
right.
remember him.
I've
He
made
was
the
part- he was
connection now.
Master
was he in the
P's-
Misfits of Action?
if only. He was part of the No Limit Soldiers, which
Wait,
was...
who shouted Hootie Who? Was that the Filthy Animals? Or was that?
Rey Mysterio shouted it when he was in the No Limit Soldiers.
Got you.
It was Rey Mysterio. It was a really thrown together stable. And the idea was it was Ray, one of the Armstrong brothers.
B.A.
Scott.
BA.
It'd be Brad Armstrong.
Scott Armstrong.
Chase was William Chase Tatum, an American professional wrestling actor. He was the road manager for Outcast
All right.
and was in the 2007 film Who's Your Ka? And then it cuts off. I can't be asked to click on it. Conan, Rey Mysterio, Swole,
Swole, I remember, yeah.
Randall
He's massive.
Thornton.
What?
That's his real name.
It's pronounced Orton.
Oh, right.
Thornton.
Yeah. And they were all together and they feuded with the West Texas Rednecks.
Okay.
And
Rappers
the
Club.
idea was they were going to be the heels, the Texas Rednecks, and then the guys would be the faces. However, there was a lot more members of the No Limit Soldiers taking on the West Texas
I've missed
Rednecks.
out 4x4, by the way. For
4x4, that I remember the one, yeah.
who also went by in his career Cassius, Cash with a C this time, not a K. Teddy Reed.
Thank you.
He was 6'3" and 400 pounds apparently.
Wow.
Wow.
I've got no recollection.
That's why they called them 4x4. Yeah, and the idea was No Limit Soldiers would get booed because there were so many of them and they were, the numbers
Yeah.
game. And also, Rap is Crap was one of those silly songs that was just rather all right in the end. So, yeah, that was the No Limit Soldiers, Master P. And there's Eric Bischoff
So
smiling.
he's a rapper, but also when Tony introduced him, he's also an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah, he talked about all the good
Does a
stuff
lot
he
for
does.
student athletes
Yeah,
in New
good for him.
Orleans
He loves the
specifically.
city of New Orleans.
He does. We all do. Bowdy.
Rowdy. He brings out the Ops to celebrate their trio's title win from last week. Samoa Joe talks about Master P's work supporting student athletes in New Orleans, but the Death Riders music hits. Marina Shafir makes her way through the crowd alone, but it's just a distraction for the rest of the group to attack the Ops from behind and beat the faces down. Oh, we haven't seen this before. Master P distracts Moxie with a stare down, which allows Joe to recover and put the champ in the coquina clutch. Thank God Master P was there. The Elite arrive to attack Joe and save Moxley. It seems like Moxley's about to consider an alliance, but Marina drags him away.
Did you hear the noise she made when she dragged Moxley away?
She went, ugh!
Yeah, it was that.
Oh.
Yeah. It was no, it was like she did like do like a squawk though. She went like sound like Kazooie a bit.
Strickland comes into the crowd, and Omega makes his entrance to help chase the Bucks and Okada away. Swerve and Omega stand tall with the Ops. Joe gets on the mic and says he's going to beat Moxie for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's
also
not. He's not.
He's not, but we hope he does.
I can't believe we're ploughing on with the will they, won't they relationship there. Everyone wants to see the conclusion
yeah.
of the Elite and the Death Riders.
It makes absolutely zero sense for Moxley's character. You could go back to you could consider Moxley, right? His character from the start of when he started wrestling, and he wouldn't ever like the Young Bucks in character. He would never consider an alliance with the Young Bucks. He would hate them. Everything the Death Riders stand for in that. He's like real tough wrestling. The Bucks are the opposite of what he. Why would he?
Yeah.
But Jack, the beauty is now we're going to have several weeks of will they, won't they? And I can't wait to sit through them all.
That's right, because that's what the Young Bucks do better than anyone in the business.
Oh my
are they friends
God.
or are they not friends?
If the Bucks end up being the ones who cost Moxley, I'm gonna lose my mind. if it's the Bucks who cost him.
Oh, Death Riders versus Young Bucks. That'd be fantastic because it means you can just have to skip one segment of AEW a week.
Way!
Come on.
I can't believe they're doing it, but just look. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They can't be looking at reviews. Because I've not seen one guy positive about this at all.
Well, people were positive about their match this week.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because I would love it if they forgot the storyline stuff and just wrestled.
Yeah.
'Cause it is easy to forget that they are very entertaining professional wrestlers. Isn't it?
Sometimes, yes.
Yes, but when it means nothing, they can just go and do like fancy silly bollocks. It's really entertaining to watch. But this stuff here I can't be asked to sit through weeks of it. I just don't care.
Yeah, I'll happily read the stuff, but you can't make me care about it.
I guess if anyone's able to inject a bit of, we all know Joe's almost certainly not going to win, but he at least makes you feel like he could. Like when he was like, I'm going to get back my AEW World Championship, and the crowd were like, yes, do it.
Yeah,
you're
great.
He's one of the best talkers around, and I would, and I'm telling him now, I would love it if he beat him. Love it.
Also, with everyone like, oh, we're going to do stuff. Oh, no, we've been chased. And these people are going to come out. It didn't look like a bunch of wrestlers. It looked like when you hear a bunch of noise outside and you look and it's a bunch of cats yelling at one another in your back alley. Meow, meow, meow. And eventually one of them makes the loudest meow and then they all run away.
It was a bit.
That's what this looked like.
It was a bit thrown together with like the Swerve and then chuck in Omega as well. And
Well, we've got to get a stadium stampede and/or Anarchy in the arena. Haven't we?
That honestly gets in the way of things every year.
Yeah.
Renee interviews the patriarchy and congratulates Nick Wayne on becoming Ring of Honor TV champion. Christian Cage interrupts and puts the belt on his own shoulder. He deserves all the credit because he made Wayne realize his potential. He tells Nick that he and Mother Wayne celebrated excessively later that night.
Why would you say that?
Christian tells Nick that this is what happens when he actually listens, but Nick replies that he stuck to a plan and actually won a title. Unlike you, Dad. He tries to take the title back, but Christian stops him at first before eventually handing it back. He says he loves his family and walks off very evilly. Like,
I like Christian Cage's performance here because he's gone back to the old stuff. But then Nick Khan there. Nick Cage has
Wayne.
Nick Wayne, sorry.
I guess Christian would like it to be called Nick Cage.
He is Nick Cage now. His son. But yeah, he's peacocked him and had to go back. And then Christian's gone like, He's made him say, and gave him the title back. And he said, I've loved you just to try and make him do things for him, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a very nice, subtle performance there from Christian Cage outside of the I shagged your mom lol bit.
I was going to say, very subtle. Ricochet faces Mark Briscoe in a singles match. Trevor almost gets the win with a rope-assisted pin, but Mark rolls through and pins Ricochet instead. Ricochet attacks Mark after the bell and pulls out a pair of scissors, which neither of them need because they're both bald. Kevin Knight makes a save and gains control of the scissors.
That's the only reason people use scissors.
So Ricochet runs. It's the only reason. So Ricochet runs away. We see the Rock and Roll Express watching on approvingly in the crowd. Oh, they're like,
Well, I wrote I wrote that before realizing that they were in the next segment. So I just thought they were just having a nice time at the show.
that's good.
Just like the Rock and Roll Express. Mark Briscoe is fantastic, man. He's a great TV. He's a great pay-per-view wrestler as well. But like, if you need him to deliver against anyone on TV, he just does.
Yep.
Any heel he can work with, and he can get the crowd on his side and get them to boo the heel. And I like the finish as well. I thought it was really unique. Like managing to roll back, reverse the dirty pin into a clean one. Nice.
Tells me Mark's getting a bit of a push. I was shocked at the result.
He beat Ricochet, yeah.
Yeah, he beat Ricochet clean as well.
Yeah.
Bit out wrestled.
Been upset.
Yeah. But Ricochet was great again. His interactions with the crowd and all the little things he's doing now in his matches as a heel. He continues to knock it out the park. As Jack said, the ding dong finish was fantastic. Yeah.
The ding dong finish.
Yeah. All the ding dongs.
Ding dong. Yeah, and Cultaholic put out a lovely video a while ago saying like bad faces that turn into great heels. Recently, Ricochet was in the thumbnail for that, and I went, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Well, the most
Which
improved
is
this year.
weird because his wrestling style is the most babyface style, but no.
Well, you'd say that, but then
yeah,
here we
yeah.
are. Tony Schiavone prepares to introduce FTR, but Stokely Hathaway interrupts and says there's
He
been...
lit up there to his mate. He went, "Oh, it's Stokely."
I like Stokely.
Even though he's now a Russian sympathiser with that tracksuit.
Oh my god, because it was red.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
yellow text. That's Russian. Right?
Oh, damn it, you've got me there. He'll be bringing them out instead and gives them a big bombastic
There's
intro.
no easy way out. That's a rock.
FTR are undefeatable.
Look at his game or something.
Stokely talks about the injustice of FTR being fined when Hangman Page sets houses on fire, Ricochet attacks people with scissors, and Mox has committed countless crimes.
He did a
including being a bad champion.
Did a kayfabe crimes segment.
He did, yeah. But Stokely is going to have their suspensions removed from the record and their fines reimbursed because he's now FTR's official agent. A double agent, am I right? Explain the Russians.
Great use of the word expunged as well.
Nice word.
A lovely word.
Cash talks about feeling betrayed by Daniel Garcia. FDR are sick of putting other people first. Dax invites the Rock and Roll Express to the ring.
Don't do it, lads.
He
Don't
puts
get
them
in that
over
ring.
as a legendary tag team, but says the Midnights were better, to be honest. Ooh. Dax mocks them for being old and doesn't let them talk until Ricky Morton grabs the mic, saying FTR aren't going to embarrass them tonight. Stokely interrupts and reveals a new FTR shirt, which reads Living Legend Killers. They attack the veterans and hit Morton with a spike pile driver. The Paragon make the save and the heels run away.
I had to Google to remember the
They're not called the
names
United
of the
Kings.
Undisputed.
Yeah, because Tony Schiavone kept on calling them that on
Paragon.
Collision.
So in theory, I mean, this was a good segment, I thought. And in theory, it would be cool that Stokely's with FTR, but I really don't think they need him. I think Stokely would be better used with someone else.
Me too.
Because FTR can both talk.
Dax knocked out the park in this segment, I thought. I mean, Stokely did as well, but I agree that they just don't need him.
Yeah, I guess it's to show it's a new FTR. Maybe they're worried that people will cheer them no matter what, because these fans are going to do what they like, and people do like FTR. I mean, there were people cheering for Cope when they attacked Cope. They're like, yeah, kill him. He's boring.
One of them was me.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah, that was also there. And but yeah, Dax, as I said, it was a very solid promo. But I think it just establishes this is a different FTR. They're Russian now, so I mean that's going to help. And they're attacking Living Legend Killers is a nice.
It's very similar to an existing nickname.
Yeah, Legend Killers, obviously Randy Orton's thing, and Living Legend was Bruno's thing that Larry Zbyszko stole. So I might get a bit upset.
Oh,
Yeah,
To be fair, rated RKO was a thing, wasn't it? No, that's not. What were they called? The Revival Orton.
Oh yeah,
they were a threesome on SmackDown for a while, weren't they? I forgot what they were called.
What, Orton and the Revival?
Yeah, they were for a little bit.
Towards the end of FTR's time.
We'll call it FTR.
Like a tiny bit. I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember.
Revival Orton.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, I don't
The
know.
Randy.
Part of it might be because, their whole thing is being an old school tag team, and old school heel tag teams had a manager.
Stealing Heart Foundation spots, yes.
And had a manager. So, like, I guess I agree with Ross. I think, especially Dax, but Cash as well, like they're both easily good enough. And I don't know if Stokely's own very entertaining brand of humor, I just don't know if it meshes with them particularly well.
He was more serious here than he has been in a while. So if he wants to do that, fair enough.
Yeah,
if
I
he sticks
guess
to that, that'll be absolutely fine. But if they're going to be, if he's going to be doing those silly things, it's not going to work.
We need him in a scaffold match, is what we need. Classic manager stuff. Yeah.
The Young Bucks take on Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. Speedball is taken out for Melter Driver off the crowd barricade, and Knight is isolated in the ring. He still almost wins, but Ricochet runs out to interfere behind the ref's back. The Bucks take advantage and pin Knight with the EVP trigger.
It was a wrestle wank. There was so much in here, I literally cannot be bothered to go through the list of moves I've written down. But it was just unbelievable from start to finish. I said earlier, I wish they would just let the storyline stuff go because it's not landing for me. The Young Bucks, this is. Just have them pop up once a month, twice a month. Have them wrestle like this and send the people home happy. That would be a lovely way to pick up a paycheck for me for them. But this was brilliant. Brilliant.
It was,
I did like the EVP, so again, the TK driver on the outside.
Yeah.
Off the
Oh,
floor.
yeah, the
That's it, off the
TK
barricade,
driver,
yeah.
sorry, not the Melter driver.
Exactly. 'Cause
Jack.
he yelled, who has Uncle Dave?
Aye.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Because they were a source of his, or were maybe potentially.
Maybe.
That is how it is.
Yeah. I will I'll never like the fact that they shout EVP trigger before they hit the EVP trigger, though.
That's how you know it's coming.
But it was the end of the match. They were desperate to get this win over this valiant babyface who won't go down. And then they managed to roll through. And before they knee his face off, they have to go, EVP. I know it's the most Bucks thing ever. I know it is. And I know
That's
they're
their gimmick.
They're meant to be annoying.
I think it's so totally cool. I've got no complaints.
I think that sort of stuff would stop being cool between like the summer between year 4 and 5 in the playground. And that's where the Bucks are right now.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So when you're having a game of Wembley singles and you're like, Laces strike! Kick the ball. Wembley singles. Bender from the edge of the area.
What do you call me?
I knew it. I could see it in my head.
Bicycle kick.
Oh
A diving header.
God.
Football crazy, the chocolate mad.
Grab a power pod and play football with the lads.
There's not a footballer Rika's never heard.
Oh!
That's what they did in Shooting Stars, didn't they?
Oh my God.
Probably, yeah.
It's not aged very nicely.
I'm quoting somebody.
I know you are, but still.
Down with the Stan Collymore. Obviously. Terrible guy. Awful human being.
Toni Storm is interviewed by Renee and plugs her upcoming appearance on the red carpet at the TCM Film Festival. It's some silly little new science fiction movie. Renee points out, it's The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, is that Star Wars?
Yes, it is. Tony announces a championship eliminator match on Collision. Queen Aminata, who's also in Star Wars, arrives and accepts the challenge.
I'm glad that she won't win, but I'm glad she's there.
But I think that's...
Oh, it's an eliminator, though. She might win.
She's going to win the eliminator, but not win the title.
I think she won't even win the eliminator.
Oh!
I know.
But who will?
Toni Storm.
Yes. The winner of winners.
The other person.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the eliminator's not like with two other wrestlers.
No, it's just against Toni.
Just against Toni. Yeah, it's a shame because the Queen's skills inside that ring.
Unless Mercedes costs Toni it, maybe, or Jamie Hayter, but she's a face, so she wouldn't do. She wouldn't do that.
I was going to say, as a wrestler, the Queen's good enough to be as like a viable person to take the title away.
The Queen,
we need the build.
The Queen needs to be a regular on Dynamite. Like
the right build.
Yeah.
Like your Gates of Agony, they have with the right build, they could take it off the bloody Hurts thing.
But now they're at home hurting.
Ow. The Hurt Syndicate arrive. MVP brags about taking out all their challenges. Lashley is about to cut a promo, but is interrupted by MJF on the Tron, who pulls up in a sports car and hits the valet in the balls.
I only said sports car because I didn't know what type of car. Do you know what
Sports
type of car it was there?
It might have been a Chevrolet. I didn't recognize the badge.
Okay.
I don't know.
Max heads to the ring and again asks for 3 thumbs up to join the group.
That's not the Chevrolet badge. Is it a Dodge? It might be a Dodge, you know.
Oh, it had the 2
MVP.
stripes down it, didn't it? Yeah.
Dodge badge.
Dodge badge.
Dodge badge.
Dodge badge.
Dodge badge.
Dodger and
Yeah, it was a Dodge.
Okay.
It had the horns. Get the horns.
Max pleads his case to Lashley. Bobby brings a lot to the table, but Max knows AEW better than anybody. He knows how to cut corners, and Taz says, that's the shoot. Commentary.
Great.
With Max in the group, they'll run pro wrestling. He even apologizes to Lashley for how things have been so far. He also offers Lashley the car he arrived in. They head backstage to take a closer look. Lashley and Shelton get in the car. Bobby gives a thumbs down and speeds away. MVP tries to calm Max down.
How does car insurance work in America?
Yeah, in
Oh,
wrestling.
you just do what you like, apparently.
It's like
Let
contracting.
kids drive.
It's like contracting wrestling, isn't it? Like if you've got it,
Ha-ha.
then it's yours, and there's nothing anyone
You
can
big
do.
GTA.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about these segments because they do take up a lot of time to get to a very simple gag punchline. But MJF is good at it. You know, he's great on the mic and everything. Sometimes it is quite stretched out for me.
Yeah, I also couldn't give a toss. Still.
This is his ticket to the Triple B, baby, Maffew.
But how is it? Hangman doesn't know, and neither do we yet.
Because he's going to just cheat and win and have the big lads just back him up and do the fighting.
It does feel like that, yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how many gifts MJF will have to give Lashley because the segment ends with MVP saying, "I'll give the people what they want. Give them what they want." What
is
is
it going to
Bobby?
be the diamond ring?
Oh.
Well, didn't deserve that big of a part.
What does Bobby
running with
value?
dude.
What does he...
I go back to the sisters. I think MJF might have to see off the sisters who used to tie him up and beat
No,
him.
Bobby will get to do
loves,
that.
Bobby loves his sisters.
No, they used
He
to-
looked in the camera and went, "I love my sisters."
That's a trauma victim. It's 101. He doesn't actually like them. He wants them to die.
I know what it is. Bobby finally gets to do the gimmick where he gets to be Blobby Lashley and puts on all that weight. That gimmick that he...
Oh, he just brings them food every week.
yeah. He just wants a load of cat. Food. That
Food.
means food
That's a
over here.
northeastern thing for food, yeah.
I mean, you might like the other thing. I don't know. I'm not friends with him, but...
Oh, Bob doesn't do the ket.
No,
He's the man.
no,
That's a man of the name. Army.
Was it
Was it
Army?
Namey?
I don't know.
Namey? Army?
Which
Mamie.
Army?
which branch of the armed forces was Bobby Lashley in?
All of them.
I was gonna. My mind said Army, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Renee interviews Hangman Page, who's going to kick Carl Fletcher's ass the next time he sees him.
I kind of like that. Right?
Oh.
MJF interrupts and they exchange insults. Page doesn't understand how joining the Hurt Syndicate could help Max become AEW World Champ. Max knows he can't beat Page. MJF points out they've beaten each other, and if Hangman gets the Owen Hart tournament final, he'll do what he always does: choke.
Oh yeah, MJF went, we're 1-1 actually, pal. So he's like saying, you might have beat me last time, but I've still beaten you before.
And then, in a nice little callback joke to previous podcast banter, Hangman turns into David Platt. He's like, "I'll give you something to choke on." My cock.
Yeah, but David Platt wasn't. I'm assuming David Platt wasn't saying this in the Big Brother house.
Oh no, he just walks through the bedroom.
He didn't
and
need
everyone's
to.
like, Whoa.
Everyone's point. Whoa!
Look at it!
Danny Beard
Someone
gives it
turned
the
the
old...
light
It's a
off.
good job it's in widescreen,
It was
eh?
like a total eclipse. The lights were on. Just walked in front of it with his bulge. Danny Beard does a double take, like a...
Right, I'm going to Google it. I'll have a
It's
look
double
on it.
Polaroid.
I'm curious enough now.
It is so big. You need to get the GIF at least. It needs to be moving so you can see
right.
the body.
You need to get the video with the Godzilla theme in the background. Anyway, Takeshita and Josh Alexander win a tag match against Will Ospreay and Brody King. Lance Archer helps the heels beat the faces down for the bell. Fletcher comes out to join in, but he's interrupted by the music of Hangman Page. However, Hangman is beaten down the ramp by Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. They throw Page in the ring, and he continues to fight, but the numbers game is too much. Fletcher hits this brainbuster, and the heels stand tall.
Oh my God!
Exactly.
The exact moment Jack's
It's a
found it.
monster.
What's going on?
That's in your algorithm now.
That's not real.
It's real.
It's like he's got a stiffy and he's pushed it downwards. That's how. But it's anyway. What was? Hangman did some good Terry Funk fighting here, where he's like still trying to wildly brawl, but the numbers are just too much, just to try and desperately get it back on track. Yeah.
I like the tactics of the heels in the early portion of the tag team affair. Careful whispers, I say, in the ear
Careful
of Takeshita as Josh Alexander then attacks from the rear and it looks like he's going to fight nobly. Old Takeshita does. I thought Will and Brody were all kinds of fun with chops being used for tags and Will being like, ow! Oh, that bloody hurt, that did. You melt.
Oh, you hit me. You chopped me.
Slap me in my titty.
like this now?
My Bristol cities are bruised, I tell you. I thought all four lads were great. And Brody King takes a hell of a beating leading to the pile driver from Alexander. I thought it was a fitting end.
Because it was going to have to be Brody who got pinned, wasn't it? They weren't going to pin Ospreay, but
Yes.
it's weird looking at the pair of them thinking, which one of these lads is going to get pinned? But they did a good job of making it convincing. A much-needed win for Josh Alexander, because he did lose his first appearance to Hangman.
And got out wrestled.
He did.
That was a quite competitive match.
It
though,
was.
But,
But the finish was like dueling pins, wasn't it? He just got out
Yeah.
wrestled.
I see what you mean.
But he
Yeah.
did get his heat back after, I think. But,
Yeah, by joining the massive stable. There's the Callis family that now has the evil Roppongi Vice.
So Roppongi Vice now in the stable as well.
Well, Trent was there last week,
You're
right?
right, okay.
But then Rocky wasn't. But Rocky
It
just...
happened on Collision, but I didn't see it.
well, I mean, if it happens on Collision...
I used to be a little Roppongi Vice fanboy when they were in New Japan. Thought they were really fun.
I like that Rocky just joins stables or hangs out with people who are already in a stable, and he's kind of there for the ride.
They
He's the
were-
Carlito of AEW.
Yeah, they were in the same stable as Okada back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was evil, right?
Now they put the Pong.
No, not evil,
Roppongi Vice. No, no.
Ah.
'Cause they stink.
Chaos, sorry. That's like
Chaos, yeah. The Chaos faction.
Yeah. And the main event, Jimmy Hayter beats Chris Statlander to advance to the final of the Owen Hart tournament.
Lariato!
Ron Seal.
Yes.
Big strikes, many poses to show off their muscles. The muscles were so big they were.
So big the muscles.
So big
The
muscles.
biggest
It
muscle.
was a meat match.
Oh, huge meats. David Platt meat. They had a bit of everything in the match as well, though. Pretty hard-hitting stuff.
I
Plenty-
can't believe that.
It's incredible.
It's
Joel, you must have looked in the background of it.
I saw it this morning.
It's got a shadow. Like it,
It's paying rent.
and he knows what he's doing, by the way,
Oh,
walking through
100%,
in his
yeah.
pants like
Well,
that.
he's-
Maybe he just stuffed him, and so
Nah, that's
people
not
would
stuff, and you
be.
can tell the way it moves. That's flesh.
Well,
That's flesh.
maybe because he knows he's on Big Brother. He knows he's going to be in front of the nation.
He's a
Puts the big in Big
It's
Brother.
like the Spinal Tap scene going through the airport. And they use the metal detector, and they're like, "You've got something."
Ospreay said that happened to him one time, and they were like, "What's
He's
this?"
another
And he
one-
went,
he's
"It's
another
my
one."
dick."
Another one with a huge dick.
Yeah, that, according to him.
My lip again. Bloody hell, what is happening?
This is your body. It's your brain saying, "Make him stop talking about cock."
What was I going to say?
What was the match like?
There was trading submission holds. There was ground and pound. Statlander's doing a 450. There was a bit of everything. Hayter with 2 massive blows to get the job done and goes on to double or nothing to face Mercedes.
Yes.
Mercedes.
It'll be a great match, in theory.
I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
David Platt, you couldn't spend much time in a room with him, though.
Why is that?
Because he sprays himself with aftershave 3 times a day.
Oh.
And I mean spray face, arm. He's got a... Cookie Monster.
That's what people do when. No.
Jack.
Must stink.
Yeah, he sounds like an absolute nightmare, I'll be honest with you.
yeah.
Showing off his big winky, dousing himself in aftershave.
Really
no.
boring.
Oh,
guy.
yeah, takes care of how he smells. He's
Too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
He comes with his own loofah.
Much like the size of his member, that's too much.
You become nose blind, don't you, when you use an aftershave for a certain period of time? We all know this. So it's a 2-spray on the neck job. That's all it has to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does face, neck, and arms and torso.
You'd be in the same room, you'd feel like you were choking.
Yeah. Your throat
Not
goes
because
dry.
no.
Because your throat would go dry off the smell.
Of the aftershave, not of the other gimmick he has.
That was the week of wrestling.
Great match to finish. No Death Riders as well. Brucey bonus from Ross.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Mailbag time.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Diddlers,
Hello there.
over WrestleMania weekend, we saw absolute banger triple threat matches. Oba Trick Evans, Punk Rollins Reigns,
Yeah.
Rhea Io Bianca.
Oh, yes.
All delivered in their own unique ways. And just a few weeks prior, Ricochet Omega Speedball stole the show at AEW Dynasty. Reflecting on recent wrestling history with Oba, Dijak, and Briggs at Stand and Deliver 2024, Ospreay, Ricochet, Takeshita at Wrestle Dream, and even Sheamus, Drew, Gunther at Mania, I am led to ask, is the triple threat match the best match type? I think it provides a great blend of styles and adds a degree of chaos and unpredictability, which is often lacking in modern wrestling. Another one of my all-time favorites is Cena Rollins Lesnar at Rumble 2015. And in my opinion, none of the one-on-one encounters between those three men were as good as all three of them meeting in that match.
I think I agree,
I
actually.
digress. What do you gents think?
Joel's not in. He
I
loves
agree.
that match.
That's a good match.
I'm trying to think of. I mean, the first Cena Lesnar at SummerSlam, but I mean, they never really struck gold again.
That
after
wasn't a
did they?
tete-a-tete, though. Tete-a-tete.
Oh no! Wait, Extreme Rules was better than that, though. Anyway, sorry, we're really digressing. Is there a better match than a great triple threat match? And do you have a favorite triple threat match I haven't already mentioned? Thanks for all the years of dulcet tones. Miles from Philadelphia, in brackets, suck it, Maffew. Well,
Thank you,
I have
Miles.
to get in the Wembley queue. Thank you, Miles. Any favourite triple threat matches off the top of your head? Or
Yeah,
probably
the one that Joel mentioned there, the Call the Police one. Oh, the one that Joel mentioned, the one that Joel was agreeing with, the Call the Police one.
Call Police was the four-way.
Call the Police was a three-way.
Three-way, Maffew.
Was it?
Gunther,
Drew
Sheamus, and
McIntyre.
Drew.
was.
Titus O'Neil was the fourth man on commentary.
Yeah, he was the
Oh,
fourth man.
yeah, you know what? Yeah.
But as for the question there,
Oh, wow.
as for the question there about whether it's the best match type, I think it's like any other match. It depends, because sometimes you can get triple threat matches that aren't that good.
True.
I've noticed actually, maybe because there's been so many triple threats recently, big ones, that I don't get as excited for them at first, and then they might prove me wrong. But I'm always like, oh, triple threat.
I know what you mean.
Don't know whether I just prefer singles matches.
Well, sometimes you can just add to the action you get, and sometimes it doesn't. So,
Yeah.
but good mix of that is Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles.
Unbreakable.
You are.
Westlife. This love
is unbreakable. Can't deny. Also, I can't actually remember if the rest of the match is good, but the start of the DX and Cena one, where Michaels just super kicks Triple H over the thing, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" hang
No,
on.
that was a.
It actually turned out to be good, right? Okay, yeah.
They had 1 week's build, and it was great.
Wow.
So odd.
Scott Hall versus Jeff Jarrett versus Sid Vicious from
Super Bowl 2000. That's
Just
right.
because it was my first wrestling pay-per-view VHS and the greatest main event of all time on the greatest pay-per-view of all time. James Brown, Shimon, he said.
right.
Maybe New Blood Rising, where Goldberg was shooting. And
That's right. Against Nash and Steiner. I'd say Taz versus Tanaka and Awesome at Anarchy Rules 99. In the bye-bye Taz, thanks for everything match.
What was the first three-way dance in ECW? Like the one where everyone was like, three? What? Was it Whipwreck?
No, it was the night the line was crossed, I believe, which is Sabu, Funk, Douglas.
Right. Yeah.
And people went, it's so great because they went an hour. It's crap.
Is it?
It's that, again, the power of Heyman and his able to swing things around. But, oh, what a crap match. You don't need to see it.
It's in the conversation for the best match type, though, but not in a world where the Iron Survivor exists. And I say that with no irony in my voice.
It's a great stipulation.
It's a hell of a stipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Hi.
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 This is Nick from Germany, residing from Sweden. Oh, that's great, mate. Where do your parents live? Now, this may sound like a conspiracy theory.
Really mean.
I'm kidding.
So mean.
Dankeschön. Now, this may sound like a conspiracy theory, and perhaps this was a coincidence, but while watching WrestleMania 41, I noticed something weird. So at the end of several entrances at WrestleMania, an out of place, let's call it glittery or sparkly sound effect was playing. What?
Now, what's happened here is American adverts are still said by Cole and the commentators,
Yep.
but they get blanked out on not US
Right.
Netflix watching.
So they make
things.
a shimmery sound instead.
I think the shimmery sound's part of the advert, maybe, or maybe it's like when they flash up a graphic. But I think it's just an advert for American audiences.
I think we've answered this person's question then. So I think this noise also played during the winners' entrances. Now, most of those did enter first, but this kind of speaks against my theory. But then there's the four-way match where Penta entered first, but this sound effect I'm talking about played during Dominic's entrance instead, and he ended up winning. Again, perhaps this is just a coincidence. Yeah. Where WWE simply let most winners enter first, where that noise played, but at least with Dominic Mysterio, this noise essentially indicated that he would win. Which also brings me to the following question. Do you guys remember there being any other signs during the event that would hint at the outcome of the match? I think the most prominent example would be whether or not Kane would do his firework taunt before a match or not. Nick Heinrich.
Thank you,
Or
Nick.
Heinrich, not sure.
Heidenreich.
I tried my best to not say that. But thank you, schön, Nick,
And also-
from Germany, residing in Sweden.
It also turns out that it's important that Nick told us where he was from because we knew which version of WrestleMania he was watching. So actually,
The German bootleg.
Das Bootleg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it's a film.
So I watched the Naomi entrance after seeing this mailbag question, and it happens there where they do the wide shot of the entire stadium.
Yep, and then there's a bit of...
in a place where they would be doing an advert.
Right.
Sorry, Nick, we might have spoiled that.
That's the
Ruined
new-
your life, Nick.
It's in the exclusive American version. They say, well, the winner of this match is going to be this person.
I think it's a really recent one because it's from WrestleMania as well, but I didn't notice it at the time. Might have to go back and watch it. Brian Alvarez was saying that Charlotte had the boo-boo face on when she came out. And
I say the person who I associate that with was Buff Bagwell
Oh.
in WCW because he would not even hide it as he
Really?
came in the ring. But the difference between him, if he was winning or not, would be night and day.
who's the other person
Just-
people say it about? Is it Mercedes?
Yeah, Mercedes did it for a bit.
Right.
Because I tweeted about it and people got mad at me.
Oh, you tweeted about it?
Oh, that's just Sasha Stans. Don't you worry there. Don't you worry.
Yeah, but they're intense though.
Yeah.
Mercedes marks now, I guess they're called. Who knows?
Yeah.
Alliteration. But I think Flair's red gear is the famous example, isn't it? Until it got proven wrong.
Yeah, I don't...
When Flair was wearing red, you knew he was going to lose up until a certain point in his career.
What else did he wear? I couldn't really picture him wearing.
Blue.
Oh,
Blue, black,
green.
blue, yeah. Kind of.
He wore red and
Did he?
yellow and green.
What did he wear against Michaels in his last one? Was that black?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, right. Okay. Blue.
Which you get by mixing red. No.
What? No, Ross, no.
You can put a single drop of red in there with some blue paint and mix it around just to make it a slightly different shade of blue.
Purple. In fact.
Yeah.
No, just a drop.
Oh, just a drop.
Not too much that it would turn purple.
Okay.
Just a deeper blue.
Crap blue. Yeah, so there you go. I don't think there's any others.
I can't think of any.
I can't think of any. No. Back in WCPW, you just needed to find the whiteboard backstage, and the winner was underlined. So there you go. That was an easy way.
That's all you need to do when you go on the show. Sneak in backstage.
Sneak backstage. Find the running order.
Yeah.
Look for an underline.
Good time. Hi, guys.
Hi.
The road to WrestleMania was great. And I think that because I'm a massive racist.
Oh my god.
I didn't think you'd read that out.
From not recording the event to getting Tony, I'm not sure if we say his name on YouTube, so I'll say
Of course we can.
Austrian painter Hinchcliffe,
Oh right. Okay.
involved to the apparent issues coming out of the show between the likes of Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair.
Nia Jax went in weirdly on Charlotte Flair.
Oh, wait, Nia Jax is on the thing. Oh, okay. I've only seen people talking
There's
about
been
it.
a big thread that someone posted on Twitter where they like recapped what happened. And
Really?
Nia went in on Charlotte. Yeah. None of it was.
Oh.
None of it seemed very funny though. It seemed like what everyone expected, low hanging fruit all over the place.
Ooh, has there ever been another event like this one that WWE seemingly knew was going to be a disaster but still went ahead with it? I guess we must ask, why did WWE do this one too?
Yeah.
Yours faithfully, racist podcast and wrestling enjoyer, racist McRacist face. What the hell?
Because they enjoyed the roast. That's why they're racist.
That's why they're
racist
racist,
then.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but
I can't think of another,
think we know that guy.
another event that they knew was going to be a dud, so they didn't even bother to record it.
No, me neither.
the one that came to mind when I read this question, as funny as it was, I'm gonna stop laughing, was the Girls Gone Wild pay-per-view from I think 02 that WWE were involved in, I think, Stacey Keebler and I think Test were on it or in it. I haven't
Two
watched
sexy
it.
girls, yeah.
And
He was a gorgeous man.
I mean, yeah,
But it
he's
was
doing something right.
It was Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, and they did advertise it on WTV at least once, but then as soon as it was over and finished, and I guess it wasn't a very high quality pay per view to say the bloody least, because Girls Gone Wild was just a dude going, "Hey, show us your breasts."
Jim Ross was there.
And the afterwards like, oh, and they just went radio silent on it. Like, was there a pay per view? We don't know. We don't really want to get involved in this. And for years, it was really hard to get a hold of because we were just like, what pay per view? What's Girls Gone Wild? I think that was one of the things. But again, people knew what it was going in, so it was like, why are you embarrassed about it afterwards?
Did you not realize? Yeah.
Yeah, the cross promotion. All right, great. But yeah, it's also funny that they did attempt to get this happen, but like, oh, it's a closed event, no audio can get out in this day and age.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But apparently, I don't know if this was true. I saw it on Twitter, which, as we've learned today, you can't always trust. Apparently, they were made to put their phones in like pouches when
That's
you
what
go
I
on
got
the
told,
log flumes.
Yeah, there was a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Well, the person who reported about it on Twitter is using a video which occasionally he'll say like, "I didn't catch this joke because of the muffled audio." So I'm guessing someone tried at least.
There is a 2-hour audio only clip on Twitter, which I did start to listen to this morning, but it's lots of like ruffling of clothes, which is clearly like his phone.
We've gone back in time to like, don't worry, I've got that latest movie.
But I think is this not surely just a Netflix executive going, "This would be a great idea, and you have signed a contract with us, therefore you're going to put it on."
I guess
WWE.
Well, it's like the Gulf of America thing. They know. Well, they really aren't even hiding the fact. Yeah, look, we are endorsing Trump. We gave him the Ula Fala. We are all voting that way in WWE. The higher ups, I should say, not all the wrestlers. So it's like, look, we want to appease these people, but we want to please all the people. So it really is a eat your cake and have it situation. But you're all right. Like, they don't seem to care, obviously, about the issues going into it because it's the entire week's been going, yeah, I love Trump. Good lad.
Yeah.
And like, as
Can't wait for who said what in a few years' time.
I think the only thing that sprang
I'll
to
get
mind.
mad if I read that. Going, I never said that.
The only thing that sprang to mind for me was it wasn't something they didn't even record, but they must have realized halfway through. Oh no, we've now got to see this out to the end. Was Brawl for All because their guy got knocked out, and then I don't know if he actually knocked Steve Williams out, but he beat him.
Yeah, he
and
did.
Went through, yeah,
Yeah.
he knocked him out.
Yeah.
And did he also beat Bradshaw?
Oh, I absolutely sparked Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Highlight of the tournament, though.
And they must have realized early on, oh, this was a terrible idea, and then we've got to go through with it.
Don't worry, Bart Gunn got a good push out of it, though.
I feel
Pushed right into Butterbean's fist.
He seemed so nice on that Dark Side episode.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for him.
I like, was it Billy Gunn was the only white guy going, guys, no, I've seen Bart Gunn. I've seen him mad. Right. Was he tells the stories like there's Bart, him and him are talking, some guys like annoying him, so Bart just goes, yeah, all right. Turns around, punches the dude, and goes back to talking about whatever he was doing with Billy. He's like, no, Bart's winning this.
It's really good, and I'm sad that they got Butterbean to knock him out at the end, but it's just funny that Bart Gunn's only crime was being harder than their favorite wrestlers.
They're like, oh, we've remembered why we do fake wrestling now with predetermined winners. Right. Oh, I guess we need a reminding. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is crazy that they still did this Kill Tony thing.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I did hear, what's he called? Is it David Lucas? If I got the right name there? The
I heard him, he was
about his Nia Jax routine. He was comparing like her body type with like American footballer. He's like, her 3 favorite words or whatever they say when they're posing in the football pitch.
Oh, like hurt.
Yeah, whatever it is,
right.
yeah. Just, he's awful.
Apparently,
but I mean, it's a weird way, and I'm like, wanting to defend them, but like, these are roasts. They're supposed to go really hard on people.
I know, but
I did again. The original idea was roast with friends. Like, if we roast each other and said horrible stuff, it's like, we're friends. We know it's a joke.
This felt mean-spirited,
right? And they're not all friends, and Sami Zayn, along with all those other people, they're like, what? Unless Sami Zayn's secretly like a really style of comedy is really offensive.
When I read the thread, it was like the bit that Sami was like midway through. Sami was like, I don't know if I should be here. Like he realized.
Yeah, right. Like, oh. Okay.
What was the other thing?
Oh, and Heyman on the bloody Pat McAfee thing. Like, oh well, you'll be deported soon, amigo.
Yeah.
Like, there's cameras here, mate.
That wasn't even on the rose. Yeah, that was on the Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
There was apparently Becky Lynch's ex was there, a comedian called Jeff Dye, who one of the other roasties, maybe Naya, someone was like, you remember when Becky was really good on Twitter in like 2018? It's because she was with you. You wrote all her jokes on Twitter. Apparently everyone was like, uh-oh. Because apparently when they broke up, Becky's Twitter game...
But is that on the roast?
Becky's Twitter game dropped considerably. Apparently, yeah.
See, that's a good roast.
See, if they're friends, it's all right to say
That's
that.
if they're friends.
Doesn't matter if they're friends.
If
That's
they're
just
not
a good
friends, you're
roast.
like, oh, no.
I just like the good roast aspect. That David Lucas going, Harsh, it looks like an American football. Let's wank.
Yeah, this didn't
Terrible.
even feel...
Wait, what does David Luger look like?
He's a big fat bastard as well. Well, not as well. He's bigger and fatter than Nia Jax by a mile.
This didn't feel... It didn't... From what I read, it didn't feel clever enough to warrant being as, abrasive as it was. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Nia Jax
I'll definitely be listening to it.
That came out of my mouth wrong.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be listening to it on Twitter as soon as I get over
100%,
this, just to see, like, oh, God, really?
Yeah.
It's all right, we can keep things a secret in 2025.
I saw someone tweet saying, like, Tony Hinchcliffe said that Heyman's roast was the best he'd ever seen, and then the reply was like, really? That's pretty sad if you think Heyman's was the best.
Yeah, people who haven't seen roast before thought it was the best thing they'd ever seen.
Hey, that Becky Twitter stuff's interesting, like.
Yeah.
Do you remember when there was the Ric Flair roast? The one that actually happened.
Not when he appeared on Kill Tony and didn't understand
No,
what was
I
going
mean,
on.
that's one of the funniest awkward situations I've ever seen in my life. Ric Flair going, oh, this is
Be
what a roast is?
respectful.
You guys have been really mean. And Tony's like, I really should have, what did he say? I really should have sent you a clip of the show before I asked you on.
I think I've still got my hotel.
Oh, I've still got mine from the
roast of
Vegas.
Ric Flair.
Yeah, that didn't happen. But then
don't know what it is.
Hornswoggle and a bunch of other comedians, I wish you remember, did their set in front of a giant room, and I was evil laugh. You still got that in your wallet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I've got loads of old crap in my wallet.
Yeah, it didn't happen because Flair nearly died.
Yeah.
So it'd been a bit awkward because we could have cremated him, I guess. And still advertised it. Yeah, I think Cobra was most upset he didn't get to film them. But yeah, so they did the actual one a few years ago, didn't they? The actual roast. And there was, Trevor Dame was just like tweeting all the jokes and how it doesn't really work because some of the wrestlers didn't want to do the roast bit of it. Bubba Ray and Bischoff both went, well, I'm not going to do what you're supposed to do on these roasts. It's like, well, why are you here then? Yeah.
Just to explain that, I didn't plan to attend the roast of Ric Flair. It's just that when we were staying in that hotel, all the hotel card keys were advertising the roast of Ric Flair.
Yeah. That's when Hornswoggle was there doing a set and he looked like miniature AJ Styles. That's where I thought it comes from. Anyway, we're talking a lot there, but thank you very much for sending your questions and your theories. Mailbag@cultaholic.com for all your racist questions. Oh no, it's a wrist piss and it's one of them. Well, hey, diddlers!
Hey!
Happy Mania week, it was. And more importantly, happy birthday week to Joel. What?
Oh, thank you.
Is that real?
It was last weekend.
Oh.
Was it? What? Yeah. Yeah.
Did you remember your birthday,
It
Joe?
was last Saturday, yeah.
This must have
Okay.
been sent in slightly earlier.
Oh, yeah, I saved this one until all three of us were here.
I thought maybe it's a good time for a little quiz. Yep, it's that one. Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah.
Here we are, it's who said that.
Oh, thank you, Joe. When I started doing these quizzes, I thought it was funny to see how much more careful you've become with what you say. Well, in theory. That opinion was shattered with recent quotes such as, a great week for the Benoits, that match fingered, and even AIDS was running wild in the 80s. These are all true things. I don't see what your issue is.
Wild.
Running wild, brother. And all of that from Wholesome Jack. Also, while rewatching some of the old episodes, I can confirm that Maffew has been saying Newcastle upon Time with an M since at least 2020, you lying
course
bastard.
he has.
Wait, I even slowed down the footage to make sure. His mouth definitely makes a closed M and not an open N. Shut up. The quotes for this one are from 2021 and features only the Diddlers 3, no Adam. Yours maniacally, Michael Bozak.
Thank you, Michael.
Happy to hear from you,
Thank
Michael.
you very much, Michael.
I'm scared.
So happy to hear from you.
I'm
All right, Joel's going to read
terrified.
out the quotes and we're going to guess who it was.
But I do get a sense of achievement when we break it down and work it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do really well sometimes.
Thanks.
Let's see. Okay.
About ourselves.
Number one. People said it was available in the UK, but I've never had cocaine.
I've never had cocaine, so
I've
it's fine
never
to
had
me.
Process of
Yeah, who's had cocaine?
Yeah,
What the hell?
Jam must have, yeah,
I haven't. So it's me or Matthew then, right? Okay.
Available in the UK. What cocaine?
I reckon it's you.
Now in shops.
I reckon it sounds like you.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
like
I'm going to say me.
It is Maffew.
Yes.
Oh,
That was Ross talking about an energy drink with a dodgy name.
right.
Oh, so it wasn't Maffew. Oh yeah, it was
It
Maffew.
was
That
Maffew,
was
yeah.
right,
But,
that's
yeah.
it.
You
You
brought-
replied to it.
Response to me. Yeah.
Well done.
Okay, number 2. Walking those ropes like Ray Phoenix. Who does he think he is? Ray Phoenix?
Oh,
That sounds like a Jack thing.
Yeah, I can see the cadence
Yeah.
there.
yeah, go on then.
And hear it as well.
It was Ross.
Oh,
Oh.
comedy genius, that guy.
Danny Limelight on AEW.
Danny Lyon.
Oh, wow.
He's not a nonce, is he?
I don't know. Who's Danny Limelight?
I
rings a
vaguely
bell.
remember him. Go on, what's his context?
That's it. That's the context.
Just walking the ropes like Ray Phoenix.
What?
Ah.
That was,
Who does he think he is?
Oh,
Ray
the Danny
Phoenix?
Limelight. I'll be
I
free
can
wherever you
hear
are.
Ross saying it now, actually, now that you've said it. Yeah.
Comedy genius.
We didn't victimize anyone. He was in on the joke. I just want to make that very clear.
Me.
That's a Jack.
That's a
100%.
me. That is a me.
Squirmy Jack.
Jack
we call him.
It's like a Jack. It is Jack.
Hey,
What's it
well,
reference
I'm
to?
terrified to know what it was.
Talking about his friend Creature.
Oh, no.
Creature.
No recollection of
A lady
this.
from uni whose nickname was Creature. And he worked in the... He
That's a
worked,
bad nickname.
Oh, that, yeah. In terms of nicknames, that's bad.
and he worked in the kitchen of the bar, the uni bar. He worked in the kitchen, and if we were there, like some of his mates, he'd like lean through the hatch to see us and go, "You bloody creature, you."
I like that.
In hindsight,
I like him.
he was from Borough.
Better.
Up the Borough.
Hep the better. Just looking at pictures of Danny Limelight here. I do not recall this man at all.
I remember the name, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like, good for him.
Number 4. Apparently, Edge said it was his idea to win the Rumble.
Oh my god. What a revelation all these years later.
I feel like that might be me.
That could be any year.
That could be any of us, yeah.
Me.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna guess me because I think I'll have like tried to slip that in after we've talked about something else or something like that.
Yeah, I can see Jack doing that.
I'll go Maffew.
Okay.
It's Ross.
Oh,
You have a little faith.
It was Cope pitching an idea back in 2021 to win the Rumble.
Little did we know.
Wow.
All right. Number 5. Consecutively.
Maffew.
Is that a real word?
Matthew.
Oh, no. Please, no.
It's Matthew reading.
Jesus
something.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's Matthew trying to read Jack's
Consecutively?
notes.
Whoa, what a crazy word.
You too. Is that a real word? The thing is, I used to be quite a fan of Maffew. Maffew used to write a blog on old WWE CW brand TV
yeah.
episodes, and I was like, "Oh, Matthew's like a really good writer." So how on earth have you?
Reading and writing are two different
I
things.
really enjoyed your writing. You must know consecutive
His
as
old
well.
boyfriend, Jeff Dye, used to write those.
Yeah. They left me for a better woman.
Number 6. Finn Balor, who also has a massive knob.
Oh, it could be any of us.
Yeah.
Come
It's
on.
on brand.
I'm
I'll
gonna
go
go
Jack,
Ross.
because Jack was it the last time we did this? There was many about the penises, wasn't there?
I'll go Matthew because I think when it's specifically Balor, Matthew's the most likely to mention the knob.
I think it's a cliche at this point. I mean, no one looks at it. I said I know it's W, so I'm reminded about it. Go on.
It's Maffew.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right.
The context is a smooth transition back to wrestling after talking about John Dillermand, a Danish kids show about a man and his very long penis.
I remember that.
Danish.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I
Do
don't
you remember it was a Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Wow.
And
what a weird
And
time.
the point of the story was a man with a massive.
Man with a massive dick, yeah. Big David Platt.
And look how we've moved on,
Danish
yeah.
planet.
yeah, times have changed. Number 7. I hope it doesn't burn that hard. I might have to turn it off.
Burn that hard.
Burn that hard.
Well, the bad English makes
Is
you
this
think at me.
Is this a punishment, maybe?
Who doesn't burn that
Well,
hard?
2021 was still lockdown, right? So
Ah,
Yeah.
it could be just.
most of 2021, yeah.
Who was? I'd probably have the audacity to cook something whilst I'm doing a
Hope it
podcast.
doesn't burn that hard. Burn that hard.
that hard.
Wait, say you're applying
will you make-
antiperspirant or something? Like, ooh.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay.
I might have to turn it
Wow.
off.
Burn that hard.
Me.
Hope it doesn't burn that hard. I have to turn it off. Oh, it's cooking then.
Yeah.
No, it might.
I
if
would
it-
boil a lot of potatoes during lockdown.
I'll go
Matthew.
Matthew. Yeah,
Matthew.
Matthew. I'll give
Cooking.
Matthew then, Matthew.
It's Ross.
Oh.
Oh,
Turning off his burning candle on the podcast.
Oh, fair enough. Good English there.
turn off your burning candle.
Number 8. What a soulless hole.
Can we have the context before? Like what is a, does it say what is a soulless hole?
Do you want the context? Yeah,
please.
Talking about Milton Keynes.
Oh, Maffew.
It's not me because I think Milton Keynes is underrated.
I'm going to go for me because I thought it looked like a COD map.
Oh, what, the one that's the
All
nuclear
straight
test?
roads and just
all right.
faceless buildings, apart from that Weatherspoons with the big glass windows.
I used to live in Northampton. We used to go to Milton Keynes.
Great Weatherspoons, man.
Yeah, great bus station to leave.
It was Ross.
Gillette.
Well done. When were you Milton? Oh, WCPW.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was like being abroad, just without the weather.
Yeah.
Strange place.
Number 9. What are they? Oh, I thought it was his feet. I got a fright. No, sorry. What are they? Oh, it's his feet. I got a fright. I thought it was his balls.
Me.
It's a fly.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I think it was me because I'd be the sort to get a fright.
Okay, yeah, that's good logic.
That's
there,
good
Jack,
rationale.
It is, Jack. Looking at pictures of the German cartoon character Diddle.
Yeah. No memory of
How are you
Diddle.
spelling diddle there, Joel?
Diddl.
Diddle mouse. They do a bit
Oh, okay, yeah. I get
Look at
it.
his
Yeah,
feet.
yeah,
They
yeah.
look like his balls.
Yeah.
He looks like
Wow.
he looks like a Viz character.
Yes.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Specifically the Viz character with the massive balls.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Number 10. Oh no, I'm not doing slurs, am I?
Me.
Maffew.
Actually, yeah.
That's a
Maffew.
tough one, that. Oh, is it? No, maybe not then. Ross.
It's Maffew. Trying to find out what the word yardie means.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What does the word
Like a
yardie
I don't
mean?
know.
Jamaican, well, I don't know what it actually means, but the Jamaican gangs on GTA were always called the Yardies.
So maybe it is a slur.
But maybe,
A famous
yeah.
Jamaican gang wrestler, yeah.
Yeah. The junk Yardie. No, never mind.
There is no better natural mattress than a Bowls Green.
That's me.
Then a what? A
Bowls Green in Morpeth Town. Bowls Green in the middle of the town when you couldn't
Where
get
you
home.
play bowls.
Crown Green Bowls.
Sounds like you fell asleep on the
I
floor.
used to go sleep there.
After a
I'm not
night
going to say
out.
fairly regularly, but after a night out, yeah, and I had nowhere to go.
Really?
Wow.
Just go sleep there.
Shocking behavior.
It was so bouncy.
It is
But
Ross.
like,
yeah.
that's when, wait, they play the bowls on the Sunday morning, don't they? Were you not waking up by them?
Yeah, obviously sunset. You're gone, aren't you, by the time they get there? I'm
I did-
not sleeping until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Imagine it's polite, all people just bowling around you, yeah.
I did that on the Town Moor once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, the cows.
Honestly, I was with a lady. No, we didn't do anything on the Town Moor. It wasn't like that.
Wow, bloody
No,
hell.
but we just...
Woof, woof, moo, moo.
No. Very good. But we just fell asleep together on the Town Moor. And then woke up and there's just cow right there. And we were like, whoa! Yeah, it was
Clear off.
terrifying.
This
man.
is cow
Why'd you
territory.
fall asleep there?
Well, I think we
You
were
must
just...
have been canoodling before.
Well, I think we were... I honestly can't
Woke up,
remember...
they're going, move.
I can't
Canoodling.
honestly remember what the situation was, but we just decided to prolong the night. Well, let's go to the Town Moor, eh? And then...
Night under the stars.
Yeah, and then fell asleep, yeah. And then woke up
That
and...
is beautiful.
Thank you.
Quick beige. Under the stars.
No, nothing like that.
Number 12. I'm allowed to make jokes like that. It's fine.
I'm allowed to make jokes. That's me because I'm going to say like, well, I'm a bit Irish or something like that.
Maffew of Botchamania.
No, I don't.
Maffew, because it was something gay.
I think it... good point. Not
Use your
Irish.
gay card well. Maybe, who knows?
It was Jack.
Oh,
Saying,
Jack's gay.
saying he avoided all the autistic genes in his family after
Oh
talking
my
about his,
God.
talking about his dad's Lego hobby.
Right.
Oh.
So my brother's autistic. Legitimately, not just like... I know it's trendy these days for people to claim... Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a bit... Sorry. I see people apparently on TikTok...
Welcome to Kill Tony. It's Jack.
My brother's legitimately diagnosed with autism and has been since he was a child. But I must have just gone, well, I've dodged all the autistic genes, and then I've had to defend myself clearly and gone, I'm allowed to make sure, even though I'm now realizing that it's not me who's autistic. So maybe I'm not allowed to make those jokes.
You sure you weren't nicked all the
Eh?
way through? That's a Shane Gillis bit.
Oh, right,
He has
okay.
a similar bit about... Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, he does
I've
know,
been
yeah.
nicked on the way through.
All right.
While dodging the... Yeah.
Maffew, it's that paedophile scenario all over again.
Matthew, it's that... So it's not Matthew
So
then.
it's not Maffew.
Maffew talking to himself.
He could be telling a story where someone said this to him. It could be a trick.
In third person.
You do like
Because
the
then they
third
went,
person.
Matthew!
Oh, damn it.
I'm
That
gonna
can't
go.
be
I'm gonna
upset
go
me.
Maffew.
I'm going to go Maffew
It's
as well.
Trick.
No, I'm saying Ross.
It's Jack.
Damn it! That would have been so good if we'd managed to get that. It would have been like when Orton goes for the RKO, but the person's
Yeah.
faked him out.
It's Jack, but the context is Ross saying, I will shut up Maffew too fast, and that being compared to the Good Morning paedophile situation.
The Good Morning paedophile situation.
paedophile.
Right.
Pedophiles. It's good evening.
wasn't
Good
Jack's-
evening, pedophiles, Margos.
Oh, all right. It wasn't Jack going, it's all right, my brother's a pedophile.
How dare you?
He's a gay pedophile.
I dodged the game paedophile autistic bullet. Jack, 2025.
Right. 14. There's an Italian racist one.
What? Is that just me saying restaurant wrong? I'll go me.
Welcome to the Italian wrist.
I have no better answer than that.
It's Jack. But it's not. It's not that. It's Maffew reading off the extended Diddle, that cartoon,
Oh, yeah.
family tree, and getting to Diddle Luigi di Antipasti Pepperazzi.
No way. They've just chucked everything on that. They've gone, how do we make this? We need to keep this subtle, lads. We can't-
It's like a 5 and Sam with the Italian restaurant owners, Bella Lasagna.
Yeah. Oh, dear me.
The Didbert line. Is that a different thing? That's a different thing. That's anime.
Oh,
anime.
gross.
It's definitely racist then.
Anime.
Anyway, while you're loading that up.
Next one. Well, they think I'm a freak.
Oh, that's it.
Oh. I'd say Ross because I'd have him for like 3.
I think of the three of us, any one of us could suspect that someone thinks we're a freak.
I'd
we
say I've
do
got
a
the-
wrestling podcast.
I've got the lowest self-esteem of the three, so I think it'd be me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Who could it?
Jack will fight you for that.
No, I have the lowest self. I'll go. Who would use the word freak? I think Ross is least likely to use the word freak.
They think I'm a nonce.
No, you would say something different though.
Like my brother.
And I'm gonna say me or Matthew. I'll go me.
I'm saying Ross.
I'll say me.
It's Jack.
Ah,
Wow.
he does have lower self-esteem.
He was stopping the podcast because he heard someone was shouting outside, and just as he opened the window, they walked past and everyone looked at him.
Yeah, right. Because that
must have been when you
it's when I lived with
recorded at
Owen,
home.
and mine and Owen's like the coffee table that I used to record the podcast on was right next to the main road. Yeah, so yeah.
There's so many diddle puns in the names of these characters, by the way. My God. Professor Diddle Daddy Bubble Bang. Who lives in Cheesecake Land.
Just sounds like Borat. You doing a Borat thing?
Humph Diddy Bogart.
No.
Oh, come on.
Count Didcula.
The fact that it's aged so well because of P. Diddy.
Diddless Mozart.
No.
All right, some of these are barely trying now. Come on.
Dr. Diddlelandy.
He has a wife, you know.
Go on, Joel, please say something.
I did not realize it was sexual. I regret saying it. Fisting, surely.
Me.
I don't know. I'd say you're the least crude of the three.
That's why I regret saying it.
Yes, that makes sense. Then,
Yeah, you sound like the person to say something, then apologise for it.
It was Ross. Asking what Superman that hoe meant when Adam and Soldier Boy were beefing.
When Adam was beefing with Soldier
Yeah,
Boy.
I'm sure Soldier Boy had a go at wrestling. And then Pachi was like, I am the leader of the professional wrestling. Wow.
I do remember that
Yeah.
stupid feud.
Just between two viral icons.
Yeah, I get what you mean, though. I didn't realize it was sexual. Fisting, surely.
Right,
You
right,
can
right.
imagine.
Is it B-O-I or B-O-I? Soldier. It's
You
there you
spell
go.
Soldier spelled weirdly though.
There you go. Adam Pacitti versus Soldier Boy for the gold. Pachiti's replied to something Soldier Boy said with, "Shut up, you little bitch. I am a WWE wrestler and I challenge you to a wrestling match for the gold."
Oh, no.
Soldier Boy has quoted this by saying, well, two crying laughter faces.
The two different crying, like one sideways as well. Just,
It's art. I got gold chains. I need a gold belt to add to my collection. See what I mean? Fake ass WWE beef, just like the rap game. Do you know who I am? I am Slang That Draco.
Oh yeah, I think I think what Adam's doing there, to give him some credit, is, you know, when a celebrity says, "I don't like that fake wrestling," and then all the wrestling fans jump on them, going, "Oh, it's art." I think Adam's parodying that rather than. But
that was a shoot.
right, okay.
He really is a WWE wrestler.
No, I know he's not saying he's a WWE wrestler.
See, when Ridge Holland does this, we laugh at him.
Oh.
Good times.
Number 17. I don't want to sound racist, but I don't like things being deep fried like that.
Why is that racist?
So we're talking about Scotland,
Must
I
be talking about
imagine.
Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah.
then it's me.
I also don't like it, though.
No, wait, I
so-
quite like some deep fried things within reason, but the Scottish often take it too far, don't they? It's me.
Yes, we're sounding as English
I
as
would
possible
go
here.
Jack with the cadence of the sentence.
Jack.
And the Fraser beef.
Maffew.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean...
Talking
yeah.
about deep fried pizza,
Yeah.
which does sound too much.
Nah.
Fraser always stands
Stand
by it.
by that.
I've never had it, but he's always like, pizza crunch, it's great.
Pizza
Go to
crunch.
Edinburgh, get a pizza crunch.
She was delicious.
Was she deep fried, though?
The eye in there
she was
would say me.
I'll say Ross.
I'll throw in an eye occasionally. But she was delicious is deliberately trying to be controversial, so it's Ross.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I'm sorry.
It was Maffew.
Ah!
Joking about the dog named Truffle on his walls of dog.
Then you click
Oh,
is that- is
their
that when
name's
you-
Truffle.
food name.
Yeah.
Got you.
Her
You got loads of
name's
photos of
Truffle.
dogs, didn't you?
Yes, people would send me them. And then
Yeah.
I would use the entire monthly budget of printing in this office. And Pachiti said, can you please stop doing that, mate?
Can you stop printing
Your
off dogs
paycheck
now?
doesn't cover all the ink you've used.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And then people started spreading stuff that I was paying people for pictures of dogs. I'm like, whoa. This is not a Keith Lard
Keith
situation.
Lard, yeah.
They would send them in. I'm glad
He's
to stop
drawing
that.
a dog. Look at him.
He's a bit rough.
Hey.
Woof, the whole place will go.
Last one. Prince Amin was shooting up that crack cocaine every chance he got.
That's to me, yeah. 1,000%. We were like that, me and the Prince back in the
he
day.
was-
Well, yeah, it's you. Yeah.
What's the context, though?
Sarcasm during a discussion of wrestling locker room.
Or was it?
sarcasm.
Who knows, huh? He was a mysterious guy, that Prince, I mean.
That's
With
what
all of his lovely ladies.
some of his carpet fly.
Oh, that Prince
Wow, that
Amin,
was
Prince
great.
Amin versus Brandy Rhodes will live on as like just such a brilliant.
Brandy Rhodes' best match ever, legit.
Yeah.
Prince Amin. They did a spot where like they fell into the crowd and stuff. They went for it.
He grabbed her chest, but it was pitched by Cody, I believe.
Mad.
And Brandy was on board.
At one point, Brandy took quite a nasty looking bump, and we were sat at the production desk and heard a chuckle behind us. Who's laughing at Brandy? It was Cody Rhodes, just peeking through the curtain, going, "Ha ha ha!" What a heel! And he didn't hit John Cena with the belt. Terrible.
And that was it.
That was it.
Thank
That
you
was it. Yeah,
very
yeah.
much, Joel and Michael Bozak. I appreciate you trying to end the podcast.
That wasn't the worst one.
ever.
Yeah, that was
wasn't
all
the
right.
worst.
That
all
was
right.
fine, yeah.
Yeah, now we're used to it. It's like, oh, I remember that. And no, we don't remember any of it. Diddles.
Well, I'm going to go down
Pachiti
to
versus Soldier Boy.
yeah, Diddle's Cheese Cave I'm off to now after work here. Diddle's home located under the attic tree nearby Moonlight Twinkle Lake. That's where I'm going after the podcast.
I bet you are.
It's got a bowling green.
Probably. Yeah, nice little nap.
Fantastic. Well, that's where you're going after this. Ross, thank you very much.
Do you see what he did
Nah,
there? He
I-
caught himself like Ray Phoenix through the ropes. What?
It's usually the time where I'd be like, oh, I'm tapping out here, but it's usually an hour into NXT, so I'm glad we got it this far into the podcast. Whatever your name is, you've been great.
Cheers, Maffew.
Have you got anything planned for until next week?
Not really. I'm off next week, so it's a two-man ting next week. So
Okay.
You
Fair
you kids have fun.
Okay.
We
You
will.
know, remember to lock the doors. Man. Don't knock over the
Man,
vase.
This is it. This is my chance. The
Oh,
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Come on,
you
Joe.
prick you are.
Come on.
Still in the bloody bed. Did you try to hop in? That's not the right phrase, is it? Grave. Yeah.
No, I prefer that one.
My bed's not even cold yet.
What about yourself, Jack?
So I believe, if all goes according to plan, but it's hard to tell because Tom Campbell's such a busy man. But he reckons that my WrestleMania week matches of the month special, so really it's matches of the week, will be out on Sunday on the audio feed. I'll share it on Twitter when it goes out and stuff. And yeah, that's the main thing.
Fantastic.
Yourself?
Yeah, me and Tom return to the Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review. It's the episode of SmackDown. Ernest the Cat Miller commentates.
What?
One time only, because he's crap. And it's the one where Al Wilson comes out a turkey suit and Michael Cole yells, "Ah, help!" That gets shared online every now and again because it's just a hilarious moment. It's rubbish SmackDown. Really bad. But me and Tom have a lot of fun listening to it. And also we have to promote the fact that Hell in a Smell returns.
Oh, we're allowed to. I thought we were keeping that a little secret. Are we all
He
right
said
to
by the
now?
time Tom plugged it
yeah.
on
Nice,
the on the
nice.
other one, so he said that by the time it
Yeah,
comes out.
Adam's doing another. I don't know why he does it. It's because he lost, but I don't know why. I don't know why these punishments are so extreme. I would do anything to get out of that.
Extreme.
He's a crazy man.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com, patreon.com/cultaholic. This has been Jack, Ross, myself, and the lovely Joel. Now we're going to look at this screen. Oh, what should we say?
Diddlemouse, of course.
Fantastic. Our favourite characters and yours. Eins, zwei, drei.
Diddlemouse.